ऑन टाइम स्ट्रीमर बोलते। आज कोई दुनिया की ताकत नहीं रोक सकती पीआरएक्स को जीतने से। हाँ, कोई भी दुनिया की ताकत नहीं रोक सकती चैट। आज तेरा भाई डब्ल्यू दबा के मारेगा उनको। पीआरएक्स बंक्स, समझ रहे हो? स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ इसलिए लैंग्वेज भाई। Hey bitch. 2 non-skippable ads. Sarji, my ads are off, Sarji. Whatever ads are you are coming, that YouTube giving you. Bolo amount. ठीक है। हेलो,
कैसे हो भैया?
क्या हो गया लबुड़े?
यही है अब मेरा नया पहचान। भाई इंडिया में एंट्री मिलेगा ना भाई? वॉइस चेंज हुआ भाई, ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है? वॉइस नॉट मैचिंग, रिजेक्ट
होना तो चाहिए रिजेक्ट, वैसा एक बोझ कम हो गया यहाँ से।
अरे थोड़ा माइक पास रखो।
हेलो, बढ़वे आवाज आ रहा है?
हाँ भैया।
रिबन भाई, आज की प्रेडिक्शन अपने आवाज में हो जाए। हाय बिंक्स क्योड़ी, हेलो भाई। टेक पॉज है क्या आज? लेट कैसे? हे बंक्स, हे
यार ये बीच में
क्या पापा?
बीच में पापे बेटा आ रहा है इनका।
सेम जर्सी बेबी, सेम। Even by, are you looking at my jersey, dude? Same baby.
कैसे देखे
भाई
भाई? कोई नया प्लेयर आया मैंने सुना भाई।
भाई नेक्स्ट गेम दिखाई देगा तेरे को प्रीमी।
सच्ची में तगड़ा है क्या
भाई? उसके वजह से चैंपियंस मिला टैलन को। हेलो, आके एक गेम खेला, सीधा चैंपियनशिप का स्लॉट दे दिया।
आवाज ऐसा क्यों आ रहा है कभी कभी ज्यादा कम?
कैसा? नहीं बराबर है।
बात कर।
हेलो माइक टेस्टिंग टी-बोन, हेलो हेलो हेलो। मजा आएगा
भाई। क्या प्रेडिक्शन भाई जी?
PRX 2-0
And for Gen.G, again, they have been standing on this stage consistently the entire year. It's almost easy to forget that this roster isn't even a year old. And for Karen as well, our super rookie of Pacific.
ये क्यूट तो है
They
टेक्सचर।
bring together so much chemistry. They have so much fun on the stage, but they are also such a deadly force.
Bye, PRX जीतेगा आज।
And you can see and
Looking
feel
nice,
the
Bunks, I love
intensity
you.
on the stage right now as everyone's walking out.
Man, I am just ecstatic to see how this is going to pan out. In a way, this is such different teams going up against each other. It's that kind of multi-IGL style that PaperX has, pseudo-IGL style that PaperX has, versus the leadership of Munchkin.
Elimination match है? नहीं, lower bracket है
Gen.G deeper and deeper. Probably one of the best IGLs that we've had throughout 2024. And again, the trophy also proves that. That being said, this is another way to look
बहुत
at this.
favorite team, सबसे best teams है यार। बिंक्स भाई वापस आ जा कोरिया। ठीक है, ठीक है। बिंक्स भाई क्यों लिखा या की सोबा, थैंक यू फॉर द 1000 भाई, वेरी नाइस नेम। हेलो बिंक्स भैया, बिग फैन, लव यू यार या की सोबा भाई। बड़ा पाव लाओ, आते ही लाल सुपर चैट यार, आते ही। गाइस या की सोबा को वो पकड़ो।
We heard it from Karen. They gotta win out their contact fights.
क्या स्टार्ट में गाफ मार रहे PRX की? अभी 6 बाय PRX जीतेगा।
Not done yet. Yes, they qualified the champions,
समझ रहे हो?
but they still have the full of playoffs to play through.
PRX जीता।
Yeah, I think that, you know, with this PRX and Gen.G rivalry that we've been seeing, we saw
Gen
it
का क्या?
first
Gen भी
in
qualify
kickoff, right? And it's been going on and on, the titles and the trophies. Whenever these two are on stage, you can be rest
ये
assured
अच्छा
that
है, वड़ा
this
पाव
is
का
the very,
emoji
very
मिली।
best that Pacific has
वड़ा
to
पाव।
offer. We can be rest assured that every single
Primi
round is going
flex
to be
agent
so,
है।
so exciting to watch, especially since these
भाई
teams again are like
उसको तुम लोग
half the
कुछ
teams that
भी
we
दो,
have for champions, Quack, and I think that, you know,
भाई उसका कल जो aim देखा है ना मैंने,
This is them in champions form, and they're still gonna keep
Every
going
day.
up and up. I mean, this is a
उसने
map
दो
pool
pistol
where
round
both
1v4
teams
किए हैं.
overlap quite a bit on, and we're seeing how that kind of plays out, right? They're gonna have to face each other's demons, and we're starting things out over on Ascent. Has Paper X retooled the composition enough to face off against a Gen.G that is this consistent?
We're gonna see indeed as we step
मैं
into
सुना
Ascent.
लाल आ रहा
All the
है,
maps
करे
to start
अपन
with,
भी
so
कुछ.
we'll toss it to Paper then.
एक फेमस शायर ने एक बात कही है, नेकी और पुची पुची बराबर, नेकी और पुची पुची. राहुल भाई $1,000, टीबोन भाई $1,000 आने वाले. टीबोन
थोड़ा दे दो
फाइनली
यार,
आज मैं गार्लिक ब्रेड के साथ चीज़ी डिप मंगा सकता हूँ फाइनली.
थोड़ा दे दे यार.
हाँ.
कल 8,000 राशन में गया है.
लास्ट टाइम पूरा दिया था, तेरा आवाज बंद हो गया था.
8,000 चाहिए था यार. खाने के लिए पैसा दे यार प्लीज.
8,000 का खाना बंदर बेंच क्या खाता है बे 8,000 का? एक
पूरा
मील
साल
8,000 का
भैया.
क्या पूरा
ओ
साल
भाई,
का?
रेना बेबी.
तू क्या बोला पूरा साल का राशन?
हाँ यार,
गया तो 2 महीने के लिए था.
किसने बोला? PR हो गया मेरे.
साला देशद्रोही. चल फर्स्ट राउंड PRX जीता तो $100 फर्स्ट राउंड. गाइस कैलकुलेट करो, 13-0 तो कितना हो गया? $100 इंटू 13 4,000. बाद में वो भी तो कटता है यार, टैक्स बिक्स YT ये वो सब कटता है, समझ रहे हो? डन सीन है.
Again, talking about what we saw from Paper X in the finals last year of VCT Pacific versus DRX. So a
जीतेगा.
little bit of a change up with still the kind of core there with the Reyna,
जीतेगा.
Raze, Harbor. Really curious to see how Gen.G's going to handle this. I mean, Gen.G,
Very
they
realistic
played this
match.
comp
Love
the
you.
whole year. There's only one map, by the way, where
राहुल
Gen.G
भाई
has
लव यू
changed
मेरी
their comp
जान.
this entire year. And it's
बस
only
भाई
been
कल सैलरी मिली है तो 50% फेवरेट स्ट्रीमर को दे रहा है. ओह 50% नहीं देने का रे बाबा. 50% नहीं देने का, 1% स्ट्रीमर, समझ रहे हो? 49% खुद को, 50% घर पे, ऐसा ऐसा करने का, समझ रहे हो? या किसो बाबा आई लव यू, थैंक यू फॉर द 400 मेरी जान.
Absolutely. And they're going to be starting on the attacker's side all throughout today. On all 3 maps. So fair point. This is really
4,000
where
कैसे
Paper X needs to
5,000
do
हो
some
गया.
damage.
लव यू यार,
They've
तेरा
been the best
सैलरी भी
team in
इसमें से
Pacific on their
आएगा.
attacker side, back to kind of the normal Paper X that we're sort of used to seeing. But Gen.G as well, no slouches on their attacker side. They're up in the top 3 of VCT Pacific this year as well. So both teams can really do a ton of damage
full
on
retake
this side of the map. And that's why they've been so successful across the board. See a texture going.
Oh, nice.
Just being watched a little bit there, but still managing to find a shot. Covering fire as well.
देखो बे,
Plenty
back
of
up
players
देखो.
out here in mid, and Texture's able to find a second. They're going to be taken down. Jing comes up with 2 of his own. Counter Mushket's going to be
ये
gone, but
होती
Texture
है
finds
भाई,
a third,
back
and
up.
Meteor gets the closer.
Destroy
And
bे.
that's going to be the pistol going the way of Gen.G.
मेरे $100.
As kind of is tradition this year, Gen.G very, very good on pistols. I can't remember the exact winning percentage. It's like 60
मेरे
something.
$100 गए.
They are well ahead of a lot of other teams in Pacific this year on their pistol round wins. And it's moments like that where they're baiting that contact out of
एक और
Gen.G. It was
chance.
Karan who was talking about it during the pre-match interview that they had recorded, where he said they have to win these
Stream
contact
sound बड़ा,
fights, and
लौड़े
Texture
लगे
does.
इधर पे,
And that
तो
just
stream sound
forces
बड़ा.
all Paper X to try to respond.
हंस रहा है ना?
It's just
हाँ? अच्छा $1 खा के हंस रहा है ना ये?
बोले क्या मेरे लिए?
मार. अच्छा ये तो Gen.G है.
Poor Karan, he's going to be able to
Mar.
find 2 quick kills.
ओ बड़े.
This Forsaken
Ah.
and Jing both get taken down. Shocked, they're trying to flush him out. He's jumping around like a maniac. But
भाई,
Mushkin
full था बे,
over here
कुछ नहीं था.
behind, looks for the 3, and he will have them.
Gen.G का कुछ नहीं था भाई, ये 2 चीज मिला है मेरे को, बोला मांगता है
Gen.G का
तो
नहीं
Only losing out on 1 player.
2 प्लेयर कार्ड दिया है
Yeah,
और उसने
this
बोला
is
चाहिए तो
Gen.G का
रख.
very
नहीं है.
aggressive play from
भाई सब
Gen.G.
sold out.
That was another thing they talked about in the interview. Gen.G can throw a lot of different looks at you. They're very stable in their kind of defaults and their protocols with those.
अबे
And they'll
W
get
gaming
aggressive at
W
you
हो
too.
रहा है.
Munchkin, very happy. Try to find weakness. An early operator again for Gen.G, just like we saw yesterday against RQ.
अबे PRX लाइटली खेल रहा है बे, तू देख रहा है उसके नीचे देख #1 है, Gen.G #4 है. क्यों मारेगा 1-4 को बता?
Right into the hands of their superstar duelist.
#4 है
A
क्या?
little bit of damage done to that shock dart. Yeah, Jing
Huh?
taking a bit of a chunk.
Decent chunk, yeah. Down to 85, 19 on the armor.
currently
Karan
इनका
just
ये
going to be
stats है
shifting
क्या?
across the map. Lone player
किसने इधर
positioned over at B.
#1 बोला भाई Gen.G?
Something anticipating or wary about a potential push out, but we know that Karan not going to be going anywhere.
One always. Hold dalo.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be combination, potentially some of that short-sighting U-tilt, the leers and the paranoias. If you are going to be able to clear this, something though, you're walking into a trap.
Regressing back into his position, and something he had the jump, but just couldn't quite find the kill.
राहुल भाई कोई
Karan
दुश्मनी है
managing to stay
यार.
alive, takes him
यार
down.
मेरे से गलती हो गया तो माफ कर दो यार.
Big part of the entry power now gone out of the hands here, Paper X.
जब से आपने
0
PRX
definitely
लिखा
caught
है
at least Device.
सारा
This is
हार
allowing
रहे.
Gen.G to play
ये
more
भी round
contact.
गया.
This Owl drone definitely giving it away as well.
Spot on the shoulder there as Fragment does fly. No further damage going to be found, but quick clear. Recon not allowed to pulse out. Know that Meteor's in this position, but they only have these shock darts to try to find him in it. Lakia ending up getting taken down. Meteor able to find one though as Forsaken will fall on that entry. Cove about to be broken. Divine swinging around the side. Munchkin snapping with a headshot.
By
Shuts down
Munchkin
Jing. Now it's just
boy,
Mind Freak and Divine left standing versus 3. They are able to flush him out. Off now arrives. Finds the first. Looks for the quick scope.
भाई
Can't
क्या
make it connect.
quick
But
scope
time
दिया
is
था.
dwindling. And Divine this is
भाई
backpedaling.
mid
Didn't even
tournament
have the
में
spike in
Talon
hand, and
ने
now
decision किया
knows that
है.
this round is going to be over. Just wants to
क्या?
hold on to that Phantom. Gen.G are going to be
और
converting the
tournament के
bonus.
बीच में इन लोगों ने
Yeah,
कैसे
and
player
they just
change
do a
किया?
great job
Talon
of
ने.
reading the map and
वो लोग
giving
पहले
Paper
से
X
डिसाइड कर देते ना
some
उसका
serious
18 साल हो
grief.
गया रहेगा.
that,
2-0.
that judge. A lot of value being found for Karan.
विशाल भाई मेरा
not
कल
being
का
checked
प्राइवेट जेट अभी
by
तक
Paper
लैंड
X.
नहीं हुआ. Just saying.
Cost them one of their very important pieces to making some of their
जो
entries
gold के
on this
साथ आ रहा
map
था.
with this composition.
भाई तूने अंबानी की शादी
Nicely
देखी
done
क्या?
I like the Cove
भाई
here.
क्या
Try to
यार,
scale into sight a bit.
वही
Gives them the
भाई
chance,
कल
the
सुबह
opportunity.
6 बजे तक वही देख
Great
रहे थे हम
timing
लोग.
with the op.
कहाँ से?
Almost gets
पता
the
नहीं
second
पिंकी
one.
कुछ तो क्लिप देख के
And from
हंसे
there,
जा रही थी रे
Like
सिर्फ.
you said, no spike available for Device, so has to
Instagram
just
में
go for
वही
the
है
save.
भाई.
He's got a rifle. We're gonna get one for
ठीक
Jing
है
as
भाई,
well, but
शादी है.
otherwise it's gonna be Sheriffs
Yeah.
for the side of Paper X now. Both these teams is
Mad ball.
very, very good at ecos throughout this year.
देखो
Quite
जीतेगा
true.
Gen.G लेकिन मैं PRX की
Moving
साइड
forward
पे.
here,
ये
taking
वाला
some
मैप
space up
नेक्स्ट
towards
वाला
pizza.
मैप
Alarm
रियल
box
प्रेडिक्शन
still
देते
set up.
PRX.
Will be taken
ये
down
वाले में
now.
कलेश हो जाएगा.
As
समझ रहे
Lakia
हो?
pivots over, drone at the ready.
PRX all the way baby.
Meteor ready to strike in case they
T-shirt
manage to
निकाल दो,
get
please.
any kind
नंगा
of
stream करो.
information here off this drone. Doesn't spot him though. Two just tucked in behind the archway. Oh, on the jump peak though, will be able to spot him out, and Lakia taking too much damage, has to back away. Dexter though finding a shot. Oh, he takes out of B lobby. Gets those kills, and
क्या
Munchkin will
scene है
spray out
भैया?
too. Jing and Divine falling to the wayside. Mind Freak.
domination लग रहा है.
Doesn't mention. Barely find the shot there.
अरे
but
कैसे
something.
नहीं लग रहा है something
The
का?
picture around Lakia does not find the shot. Only would have needed one to be able to take down that Sova.
Cold freak.
Now it is just Mind Freak.
Cold freak
Well, he
baby.
has been absolutely stone cold here for the team. I think this one
Cold
is a
freak
bridge too
baby.
far.
30 seconds left.
Swing out. It's going to be Munchkin just continuing to be absolutely on point today.
Yeah, he is starting to look like the
जब से इनके
Munchkin
साथ interview
we were
हो
seeing
गया
earlier
मेरा.
on in the beginning of the year, where he was just fragging out of his mind, along with being the IGL. Forsaken just getting caught trying to go up the stairs. Munchkin just holding the line, just taking a pause after that paranoia was sent out. High Paper Rex. They're just waiting.
मेरा Gen.G?
Flash was used, but
भाई ये मैप Gen.G है
Paper
नेक्स्ट
X, when they
मैच
swung out,
PRX
just
से
immediately
उसके
shut
बाद
down,
PRX
and
से
it's an
2-1
immediate
PRX
timeout
जीतेगा.
as well.
छाती लाओ विशाल
Well,
भाई.
Paper X to try to see if they
छाती
can
पे लिख
figure
दिया.
out what they got to do. So far, it hasn't felt like we've seen some of like the typical combos that you see from Paper X with the Harbor. Like you're in the Cascade, and then you're just snowballing utility. to try
हमारे
to
लिए आपकी शादी
bully your
अंबानी
way
की
through
शादी
into sight.
थी.
I mean, it was kind of the bonus was the one round where I was expecting maybe to start seeing that
चल
development
PRX
come
ये
through,
मैच
where you
जीता तो
get Forsaken forward into that
$101.
position. He likes to go
मेरा
that right side of
पैसा
bench
बचाओ.
instead of a harbor wall that
Gen.G.
really just
क्यों
cuts
बचाना है? नहीं, नहीं,
that
जरूरत
A
नहीं है.
site into pieces.
उड़ा डालो.
But the crucial thing that was missing was that Reyna.
पैसे हाथ
That's
का
something that
मेल
died
है.
over
धोके डाल दे
inside of B
स्क्रीन
main.
पैसा. समझ रहे
So
हो?
they didn't have that setup, so we
Tension
haven't
नहीं है,
really
Kapish bhai.
seen Paper X getting to a point, both with just the players being alive
भाई
as well
देखो
as
PRX का
economically
जर्सी पहन
to
के आया
really start having the
आज
comp come
PRX
to
को कोई
fruition
नहीं
here
रोक
for
सकता.
them.
आज जीता
No,
PRX.
exactly. It's been very, very challenging. Now you do have a showstopper, but you still have to buy down a little bit. A Spectre for Jing, Sheriff for Devi. Try to see if you can make something happen while the pockets get deeper and deeper for Gen.G. They've been hanging on to this op a couple rounds now. to use that cascade, the drone as well. Clear a little bit of space in mid, but right now, Gen.G very happy to give up this mid control. All of Meteor's utility is over at the front of A.
Standing ahead.
Dart gets a spot. Something able to get behind the wall. He's going to get 2 spots off.
Because मैं क्या लगता है PRX comeback करेगा या नहीं?
Forsaken gonna get tagged up down to 73, as is Jing. Texture gonna be forced back, but Caron just holding here, and Lumberman come up with 2. Texture finds a shot, Jing gonna be taken down. Absolutely snappy with it. Now pulls back over into Boathouse, knows that he is being encroached upon.
Something निकाल सकता है.
Something here on the side, footsteps gonna be heard. Texture looking for the shot, manages to get the diagonal flick down.
भाई क्या सीन है Binks भाई?
Gen.G
क्या खेल रहे हैं सामने? PRX
not
कैसे खेल
backing
रहे हैं?
down whatsoever. Now up 5-0.
They look incredibly snappy right now. Everybody seems dialed in. for
मेरा
Gen.G.
PRX ये
Texture
मैं
in particular,
यही
those
सुना
op
था
shots are
तेरे मुंह
fast.
से. दिल से यार, it will always be PRX विशाल भाई.
90-degree
ये
snap
क्या आ रहा है
back to take
बीच
up the
में?
5 before falling.
Nice!
As right now, I mean, you can tell
Yeah,
Gen.G
nice
are
one है.
absolutely dialed in.
5-0 हो गया.
Yeah, it just seems like Paper X isn't able to really suss out the position sometimes. That's hurting them. Whether it be Karan in a corner, Karan up close with a judge.
Look at the read here, though. Mind Freak now going to be spotted. Might have to burn his other TP. Okay, something else going to be dropping off the top rope. Doesn't manage to find one. That gets him on the board. Munchkin forced back, but here comes the peek from Texture. Finds one. And already there's a 2-for-1 trade up in their favor. The swing out, tries to go for the shot. Why will be able to get the punish? Texture out into the open, ends up falling down.
दवाई बोलते चड्डी
Bleeding
बोलते.
out on the floor, but now it's all on Lakia. Swinging around the back, making
Bhai,
his approach from
impossible
Jalal.
clutches,
At all.
Bro,
Right now, they have their
Bro,
sights trained over towards heaven.
impossible
Mind
clutches.
Freak now looking back into main.
तीनों सकता
Alter
Bleed out comes through. He's going to be spotted. Ethan, quite a bit of damage.
तीनों
A shock dart at his feet would put him down.
एक
Lakia's
shot
looking to try to
card
flush him out.
में
And it's just going to be the
Bro.
wall bang to
बोला ना
continue.
मैं?
Gen.G, that you can try, but you are not ever slowing me down. They move up 6-0.
What can you say? I mean, even with Paper X having some moments, they're
PRX जीता तो
They're
कपिश भाई
still
Gen.G
not
जीता
able
तो
to
विशाल
convert.
भाई
I
पैसे
mean,
देंगे.
Gen.G's just
ऐसे
got
कर ले तो
that
बंगजा
extra
आप
layer.
लव यू यार शौर्य भाई.
in their back pocket.
वो मैं
Enough
वो
time
आप
is
किसके
bought here
तरफ
for
किसके
Lakia
तरफ.
to make this maneuver. They get so much contact, they get so much
Shorab
info
bhai, ऐसे scheme
off
मत
the
बताओ
initial
ना.
peek out from Texture. They see 3 or 4 players of Paper X there. And they know that a lot more of that map is going to be open, so they can take advantage of it. And they do instantly. And even though Paper X starts winning some of their
जर्सी उतारो
fights, in particular,
$101
Divide has a
दूंगा.
nice
शर्म
moment.
करो शर्म.
It's still not enough.
That feeling when you have the man advantage, but then you realize you're up
उतार
against
दो भाई. तुम लोग को
Lakia.
शर्म है.
They clutch
नंगा
position
चिल
on
करूँ
the
मैं.
A site.
It's always in the back of your mind.
I think
It's
that's why
gotta
they
be
were,
in his
they were
mind, too.
paying so much attention to heaven.
Fire in the
Jing
hole,
able to find one.
baby.
Munchkin gonna be
Fire
taken
in the
down, Meteor.
hole.
Coming across the opposite side.
Ah,
of the team, right there,
baby.
Lakia in the meantime opens up with that Munchkin
Baby,
Fury, does manage
PRX
to
is
find a bomb.
back.
Texture is situated here at heaven, anticipating.
अभी
an
आ
aggressive
जाएगा ना
push out,
Gen.G
but
को
for now,
surrender
the
का
best
option.
advantage that Paper X has had all game so far.
Spike planted.
जी आज
The wall bang, something eating some damage.
So
Down
much
to
utility.
36, the readjust, the shot's just barely off. And as the door breaks, Lakia has to back away.
For a second back,
A
alt
lot
कर
to
दो.
play with. Something has quite a bit in the back pocket.
Turn over the top, the reveal onto one. There's the tailwind
God.
forward, and
By
it all
Kari
starts
Teke,
crumbling so very quickly. Texture with one. Jing taken down by Cowan, and now Mind Freak. Zoned away here in main. Taps coming through. He just hears the wide swings here from the Jet. He's not going to be able to find the punish. Lakia will scoop up a third as Gen.G pick up a 7.
Loving this team, man.
I mean, they're just unbelievable with the
Bhai,
way that
13-0
they're
हो जाए,
creating
एक
these
at
retakes
least.
and the timing
मजा आए.
at which they all strike
Please
and
हो
the
जाए.
efficiency at which they all strike.
कैसे
I mean, it's a
रहेगा
great
उसका
hit.
शक्ल देख रहे
It
हैं.
gets 2, but then they just get the spot, and you know it's Texture with the blades, Lakia with the Odin, and you have to take that second timeout already for Paper X. Both coming in this first half.
PRX को support कर रहा था.
Obviously,
हाँ?
probably a
नहीं
little bit
भाई,
frustrated
always
as
Gen.G
Alex
था.
that
क्या
they haven't really been able
बचपन
to
में Gen.G था.
get much done. They're starting
Yeah.
to find some success in getting into
भाई
the
दो ही
sites,
टीम मेरे को पसंद है, एक
but
Gen.G
after that,
और
they
दूसरा
don't have what it
FNC.
takes to really lock it down.
और दूसरा
FNC.
Now, foreign feeling washing
Sentinels
over
ने पसंद
Alex. I
करेगा.
mean, this frustration's
Nah.
not something that he's really had
G
to
ने पसंद
experience
करेगा.
since they got back from Shanghai.
G
We've just seen
भाई
nothing
थे.
but basically cool, calm, and
ये
collected.
गया गाइस. देख रहा ना
You know,
देश से
camps
निकलते
from him.
देख रहा ना.
PaperX has widely just been
yaar,
very
G is
dominant in the
always
regular season
fighting
matches
as
here in
for
Stage
me.
2. Gen.G, for the umpteenth time with them playing
जर्सी का
against each other
फोटो
here
डाल
this year.
ट्विटर पे
Right now, very much have the upper
मैं
hand.
सरेंडर सुना चैट
And this
या
map has been
इट्स
a real
जस्ट
pain
जिंक्स
for
राहुल भाई मैंने भी
Yes.
सुना
Like,
जेंजी
they
जीतेगा
have
तो
struggled to find
$5,000
an
दोगे यार
identity,
क्या सीन
like they've tried. What, this is the fourth or fifth
देखिए
different
सब लोग
comp
मेरे
at
को
least that they've tried on this map
सब
this
लोग
year.
मेरे को नंगा चिम
Maybe
कर दे
more than
बोल
that. And so far, they really just can't quite get a grip on
नंगा
it. So they
चिम
try to
कर
go back to
उधर
something
जर्सी
similar
उतार
to what they did last year.
इतना अच्छा बॉडी नहीं हुआ
so
है
far,
तो वेट लॉस हुआ है
Haven't quite been able to
muscles
really get the ball rolling like they would like.
family pack.
And again, to me, it's just they're trying to win scrappy battles. Lakia is
Once
going to take
removed.
that paranoia, the reckoning there.
SAR?
There's some space on the side.
हाँ
Look for a very pacey hit, and yeah, the
South
reveal here.
African
It's
Russian?
going to be flushed out, taken
Gautam
down.
bhai?
Jing able to find one. It's locking. Meteor both fall.
तो तुम आप सर से पैसा दे रहे हो सर से
Looks like the call here from PaperX. Working a tree, but something going to be spammed out.
Bang
Munchkin
bang,
up in heaven.
Binks से जैसे
It's
उतार दो।
going to be up in the box. And just find that straight
जीतेगा।
headshot. Suddenly, it is
पता
just
नहीं।
one player difference here. The advantage for
PRX से
PaperX.
हारा कोई
go,
दिक्कत नहीं
Mindfreaks on
बस
top
चैम्प
of
जीत जाए चैम्प जीतेगा रुचिर भाई आप
Heard the
पैसे
TP
कभी
or
दोगे
just
लोगों को वो बताओ
Texture though, okay, he is able to swap out a weapon, grabs himself a Vandal.
इसके अंदर सर्च कर
Delaying door now broken. There's tailwind forward. Jing waiting it out though, allows him to go past. Munchkin now going to be the last one. He just managed to find Jing.
PRX don't know what is happening to them. 0%
Time
latency.
is working against
Jinx
him.
bhai.
It looks like PaperX will at long last get themselves
एक बार ये
forward here
comeback होने
with
दो
this round win.
एक
Divine
बार
will be
बोला
the
ना।
one to go ahead and
एक
put
बार
him down.
check
Not
करिए,
allow
small
for further
से देखा।
damage to be dealt. Scoops up a Vandal, scoops up the Odin rather actually.
बच गए
Get the double upgrade. PaperX will finally find themselves around
जर्सी
victory.
उतार दो वरना एलिस भाई
Nice
टेबल के
set
साथ
play here.
आपकी गाफ
This is
भी
kinda
तोड़
what you wanna
देंगे
see. It's a paranoia to clear the front of the door. The reckoning comboed with
Tooth bone
the Hunter's
guys.
Fury to isolate some players. Quick little flank through short. You got two players down. The side is yours, and you're able to handle this attempted flood retake from Gen.G very, very nicely. Mindfreak
गरम
playing the
हो गया।
door very, very well there. Letting Texture just go
नहीं
by.
मैं
थोड़ी रीड करता ना
Going for that
Gen.G
secondary player.
7-5
Go is going to be right behind him potentially. Taran already has Jing dead. It's over outside A main because he went into wine.
Just goes into wine, finds that kill.
वो लोग वन वे से ऐसा क्यों निकल
Mindfreak
रहे
not
हैं
wanting to apply further pressure over
इज्जत
there.
ही नहीं दे रहे ना वो लोग
Up for the challenge. There's something that's going to ring
ऐसे
out with that
PRX
operator, let them know that they
इज्जत
have that
करते हैं।
in play just to clear that KJ turret. Texture for now positioned here. Bot mid, drone just peeking around Devi.
Just toying with him.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. Oh, Meteor, goodness.
Oh, the
क्या
swoop out.
बे?
Just not ready for this
ऐसा
pinch
क्यों
to
हो
come
रहा है
through.
भाई रिकॉन नहीं तोड़ा
So much
ना
tension just paid in towards mid, and
रिकॉन ने
Meteor
इन्फो दे दिया अकेला
just
है
continues to just scale out of the site.
15
Finds that
बंदे
punish
blind
now.
Binks.
3 players left standing for the side of PaperX.
go ahead.
Paranoia across the Hold'em at bay. Cloudburst, the Cove. They can't really push up into this one. They can't push out of it. They don't have the Leers.
पोक फ्लैश भी नहीं है
Up on the shot dart, the spam across. Lockett able to find one. Push up through the wall from Munchkin. Finds Forsaken. It's going to be a team ace as Gen.G are not allowing for PaperX to scrape together 2 rounds consecutively.
8-4 टिबन
And for Gen.G,
Huh?
they just
8-4
kind of go back to
नहीं
their
रे
Hey,
था 8
This is
फॉर
kind of
में
their
तो
very typical setup. Karan
One is
outside
all
of
you
A
get,
main,
bro.
Munchkin in short.
Just
Yeah,
counter drift in the
ये
wall.
गया है
yeah.
रिकॉन वहाँ
Meteor out through long V. That's easy does it for Gen.G, and I mean they can play to something that
तो जर्सी
has given
उतार
so many teams grief this year.
हिट दे रहे
Is
हो
those
आज
isolated individual battles that they are so
हाँ,
good
Binks
at
भाई।
winning.
हाँ
इससे बड़े तो
And
G
it is
फाइटिंग
top
खेले
to
Gen.G
bottom
के
on this Gen.G team that you have to worry about
A
those
is equal
moments.
to B?
Take 1v1 duels against them.
टिबन है सी
You are playing with fire, to say the least. And even a team as good as PaperX, as good as they are in those duels as well, they have struggled against Gen.G.
ए मेरे को एक बात
Meteor in
बता इसका
particular
कुछ
has
प्राइस मनी है क्या
Just destroyed people
इसको
on this
पता
map
भाई
time
जब
and
तक
time
मुझे
again.
पैसा नहीं मिलता ना मुझे फर्क नहीं
Full
पड़ता
push in. Munchkin anticipating it off the back of the wall.
I'm a
Flash
simple
just for their
man.
Hold'em at bay. Paint shells trying to clear.
यार इतना
Now the Cove
पैसा
comes through.
उड़ाया
Burn
बंदा
leading
ने
off the
सर
back
में
of that
हमें
one.
भी दे
Munchkin
देते
has
पापी
to
पे
back away, but Texture. A very hard angle.
हम भी
Waits
आ
it out,
जाते
sends the
शादी
shot. Will
क्या
get
बोलते
punished though. Quick trade from Forsaken. Puts him down. Leaves the operator now on the floor. Push it to the back though. Jing
तो
gonna be
बीवी
taken
को
out.
सिडनी में
Munchkin
छोड़ के
holding
शादी
him
के लिए
held.
जाता तू
Quite a bit of damage there onto the buy as well.
Lock
He
के लिए
gets
बाबा,
whittled down
lock
to 24
के लिए।
HP as Karen just fishing around through the smokes.
Lock
वहाँ
करो ना
से
मैं भी।
watch party
Trying to see if he can find the timing, but it's going to be Meteor out from the tree to go ahead and put him down. Karen
कुछ नहीं, शादी का watch
sprinting up
party
into
मिल जाता
Mindfreak's
काफी
face. Gen.G 9-1.
Yeah, and you can
Bhai.
see some of the ideas here from Paper X trying to use that
भाई
cove
1 is all
Golden half lakh
as
dollar.
a shield to send out the
इसका
Lear,
playoff का
try to cut through towards the door, but Texture, as soon as that Lear came out,
playoff का
he
इतना नहीं रहेगा
hesitated
शायद यार.
just a brief moment, saw the players, got the shot. Just tremendous. Yeah, it cost him his life, but
मतलब
it
split
makes
two
it
का
so much
split two
harder.
का कितना है बताओ?
More Paper X to scale onto the site the way they want. Karan being absolutely nasty, just
भाई
running at
अभी तो
him,
ट्रोल कर
spraying.
रहे कैरल
Knowing
अपना
they've
मैप
got him
नहीं है
dead to
भाई,
rights.
अपना मैप नहीं है.
Showstopper available, but it's all Sheriff's
Seeding भी है,
for
seeding है.
Paper X.
What do you mean अपना?
Going into today, Paper X
DRX
was
का.
41% win rate on their ecos, but
Reaction
so
ने
far
तेरे को
Gen.G
ऐसा reaction
hasn't
दिया
given
था.
them
याद
any.
रख.
I mean, the way that, Gen.G are playing at the
Reaction
moment.
तो तू भी देती है, उसका मतलब ये थोड़ी तेरे
Feels
को.
like that is a far cry hope as Mindfreak tucked in behind the box. Texture sending out a shot. They know that they're here in mid. Karen with the counter swing will be able to put him
Savage.
down. He swings out. He's not ready for Divide. Also
Eco
being in
gang.
position. Texture going to be going wide.
Drift
Clear down at the floor.
tie.
Looks for the timing hit. Cannot find it this time around.
yeah.
It's going to be them backpedaling right
Oh,
now.
भाई,
Readjust.
गलत
To
कर
the side
रहे
of
हैं.
Paper X.
बहुत गलत
Showstopper in. Lockyer going to be hounded down, taken out. Again,
Eco
he's
gang,
up shots.
yeah.
Shots
Reaction
from
ने
Texture.
हाँ.
Multiple kills missed out on now. As Jing
चार
picks up an
शॉट
Odin.
मिस भैया का
Plan to come through. Something
भाई
still
गया
tucked
Jing के
back
पास वो है.
over at Pizza. Waiting, lingering.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Seemingly red here as pings do come down. They're wary about this lurk.
Now, there's some space.
देखा
that they
क्या
don't
बोला?
have
Binks
identified.
do
They
come
lost
down
two players
करके.
early
आ
at tree, so they are aware that there could be a lurk coming through.
Meter can
अरे
also
लग
just send this
गया.
lockdown
Oh.
and try to flush them all out.
ये नहीं देखा मैं
Moving
तोड़ेगा
out.
ना जिंग लेकिन.
Has to start and something missing the timing. Doesn't catch a glimpse. Meteor spots him, finds the headshot.
अरे
Forsaken. Sheriff in hand, gets him, but Jing
नाइस वन
pushing forward with the Odin. Manages to bail them out.
अब
a
पता
thrifty
चला
win here
जिंजी
for the
ने
side
आपको
of
जर्सी क्यों नहीं
DRX.
दिया.
As they get themselves a second round, a chance
तो
at a
लौटता है
9-3
यार
half.
वो.
Yeah, I mean, and it's something that
Sold
both
out
of these
था.
teams have is their
ढूंढना पड़ेगा मेरा
really
jersey.
uncanny ability to win rounds. They
भाई किसका तो
don't
दोबारा हो
seemingly
सकता
have
है.
any business winning, and it's just good coordinated play there at short. Jing playing off the information from Devi and the Reckoning. Forsaken, at least able to clear out Meteor. That sets up Jing.
भाई
Keep
reflexes
pushing
तो
outside
है.
that lockdown. So
I
good proactive play from Paper X.
I think Texture Midas has spoken a little well on to hold that thought.
हाँ, ये हर
Mindfreak
बार
is going to
round
be taken
पे
down off the
ये
rip.
ले
Karen
रहा
with the
है,
aggressive
लेकिन-
push forward. Just goes for
हाँ,
the
वो
punish and
aim
they find
control
once
ही नहीं ले
more.
पा रहे यार.
Knowing the tendency of him wanting to get up into that cubby.
What was Texture
वो
having?
एक
Oh, I think he
11
was
पे.
suspecting that after they had gotten the kill on the Meteor that he was going to push out into B main.
ये तो बिग्स भाई के रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने वाले सब भी
Yeah, you would assume maybe they'd like double up.
ये गया भाई.
Not to be.
No.
क्या जेसीएस
Either
का
way.
रिकॉर्ड
Yeah.
टूटेगा
जर्सी रिमूव. अरे रुको
Solid
ना.
opening kill.
Second map
With-
अपना है यार.
Big portion of your smokes now eliminated. Taking a site becomes that much more difficult.
Likes देखो
And
इसके लिए नहीं
now
जीत
Munchkin
रहा है.
can pop the no
हाँ,
command.
likes
As soon
करो
as there's
chat.
any
5 के likes
contact
करो
here.
पट से.
Like that recon dart, boom.
Flash spots nothing. The blast packs forward and Jing coming up with a kill. Karen having to reposition.
Oh,
As something.
What?
भाई.
He's pushing his way up through window, managing to take down Texture, and suddenly this round completely turned on its head. Push out of the
Ah,
smoke.
yeah, we
Karen's
know
gonna be easily dealt with.
that.
Levi once again goes for the
93.
operator.
30 seconds
ये
left.
मैप में
Fury from
93.
Lakia just desperately
Huh?
fishing for any
ये
kind of
मैप में
tags, but
93.
will not be found.
History
Push up on
याद
the
आ
box.
गया.
Jing will be able to take down
Spike
Meteor. Now it's
planted.
Lakia all on his lonesome with an Odin.
इसका याद आ रहा है तेरे को?
क्या करेगा वो
This is very, very difficult for Lakia. As good as he
भूल
is,
गई मैं एक सेकंड
that
के लिए.
Odin. This one seemingly out of reach unless he gets that spam
अरे
Odin's
भाई.
close.
Yeah, I mean, Jing, I believe ate a little bit of additional
Talon,
damage.
Talon.
Broken down. Devi has clear line of
Ivan
sight.
bhai.
Paper X will be able to scrounge
Still
together a
जीतना
9-3 half.
Goes by 9-3.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough sledding for Paper X. It still felt like
Ascent कुछ
some of the machinations of this comp
Oh,
weren't
उधर ठंडी
fully
क्या
fleshed
बे,
out at
कोरिया
times,
में?
even though
Same है
Gen.G
almost.
sometimes just beat him to the punch. I mean, some of those
मतलब
battles
मुंबई
at
जैसा।
A main
हाँ, मतलब
were
वो
almost always
27,
going
28
Gen.G's way,
Hand over
right? Like if
mark
Karan got deep enough,
उनके लिए
he got
लगता रहेगा
outside
ना.
that door, it just felt like it was over. He was getting at least
अंदर
one,
AC है ना बे.
kind of slowing them down.
मतलब हेवी वाली एसी है
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
That's an
Oh.
old screenshot.
Yeah. We don't.
He's a changed man.
He's a changed man.
बंगा
We're seeing a new
9-3.
Alex.
मजा आया था
These
रोशिदा
days,
वाला
but-
हॉप. अभी भी आएगा
I mean,
मजा
able to get a couple
समथिंग
there at
वाला
the end, sure.
ऑफ
PaperX's defender side on this map
बिंग्स
can
भाई
be quite
कोरिया आ जाओ
good.
प्लीज आ रहा
It's
हूँ
just Gen.G's attacker side on this map
अब
is
निकल रहा है।
really good.
17
And they are very, very well coordinated,
Return.
very methodical. They
चलिए
work the map
जीता
really nicely.
तो $100
Great play there
PRX
by
पिस्तौल
Jing.
छाती लो
Immediately
आपके
dealing with
छाती पे वो
Munchkin.
नीचे
That was
दिख रहा
so
हूँ
fast from something. He
PRX wins this
just
pistol
beelined it up there.
And that's something that we need to be seeing from him. I believe it's only
Lurky ho
his
gaya,
second
हाँ.
kill of the map thus far. That pick there on the texture. It's been a rough ride for me at 2, 11, and 5. But that
क्या
snappiness, that
पूछा
quick
रिटर्न
decision
कब
making,
24th
that's what you want to be seeing from something, and that's what it needs to be delivered
Pick up
upon
yeah
going into this defensive side.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And it's
तो
hard
अभी
with
इधर
Reyna,
वो जी नहीं रहेगा ना
as everybody
No,
कोई
knows.
नहीं है ना सब निकल
If you're
गए
not kind of snowballing out of control,
Bobby.
sometimes
कोई
it
नहीं
can
कोई
be
नहीं
very rough sledding, even for a player as good as
क्या
something.
लगता है टिबोन भाई वहां से मेरा
Ghost.
वॉच पार्टी होएगा
Couple classics for
Cafe
Paper X,
है भाई
3
वो।
Ghosts and a Frenzy for Karan. So,
मतलब
see exactly what
stadium से
Gen.G
लिया में
has in
cafe
mind.
नहीं रहेगा
Gonna
एक।
split the map here in a 1-3-1 to start. Excuse me, a 2-2-1. I didn't see Karan hiding underneath.
भाई
texture there.
होटल के अंदर कैफे है कोरिया में
Gonna check it with the
समझ
boom
रहा है?
bot.
भेद से हो
We're
सकता
gonna
है
try to keep Texture's position
तू
hidden.
नहीं होगा
Kind of
भाई
anticipating
भाई
that maybe
मतलब
Paper
लेजिट
X
ऐसा
will try to get
कपल्स
aggressive
वाला कैफे है
out of
मतलब
main
होटल
here.
है जहाँ पे
Something
इंटरनेट
leaning over on
तेरे
Munchkin.
कैसे कैसे बता रहे
Catching him right
पता
to
नहीं
the
ये
side of the
शंघाई
head.
में है
Jing
या
going to be
फिर
taken
इधर
down.
है।
Something still flanking forward, but now the pitch comes through as Meteor arrives over in Drake.
कपिश भाई नहीं देने का तो
Playing
बोल
like 2
दो
for 2 on
सीधा
pistol so
ठीक
far
है
here on Ascent, and it is.
फ्लॉलेस हो
Texture
गया है नहीं
cleans up
देने
the
का तो बोल
finals,
दो यार ऐसा कोई
and that is going
प्रॉब्लम
to be
नहीं है
Gen.G moving up to 10.
बोल दो नहीं देने का है
Yeah,
तो
I mean they just have multiple layers here, so it's
समथिंग भाई
anticipated pressure
दोबारा ये
coming out of
मैप
main.
कब खेलने वाले हो
If Paper X decides to get aggressive there, they're ready for it. They've got Texture hidden
हो गया
in off-angle position. If they
यार है
don't,
बे
then they start to collapse
खेले
short, and they
फैन तो
find a
है
great timing where
Zizu कैसा
something
है?
had slid over to try to help out.
जीजू भी लाइक
find
अगर
freaking
वो
Jing.
दोबारा मार सकते मैं क्यों नहीं
And instead, that just opened up too much space, and Gen.G was able to take advantage of it.
आज
Really
के
just great
बाद
reads
अगर
right
मेरा
now
कुछ
from
हुआ ना
Gen.G on top
हगास
of phenomenal
समथिंग
shooting.
बेबे
Munchkin with that Guardian, as per usual.
Sorry, Jim.
Looking to see if they can find some info towards mid, clear a little bit of space. Again, Texture set up outside, expecting a potential push, and Paper
गेम्स
X
ऑन
is
टॉप
gonna eye.
बराबर है यार
Okay, yeah, just shots getting opened up.
रीड किया रीड
It's another
किया
massive
Flawless
Guardian
यार।
buy
Lead
from the side
किया।
of
जिमी का
Gen.G.
बेटे
The
आज
pistol
DRX गया आपके
Flawless
डेस्क पे
round.
लिस्ट ना ना ना
Smoke dissipates, and Paper X
हाँ मतलब
ये तो
DRX
ये
गया
They're
लेकिन
standing
मेरे
there,
नहीं तुम्हारे
pants around
छाती
their
पे
ankles, being
लिखूंगा
like, uh-oh.
मैं भी आज
We
टैलेंट
didn't
के
think there was
साथ
going to be a crowd here.
आई वाज अ DRX फैन भाई जब स्टैक्स था उधर
It's like
लेकिन अब
getting
स्टैक्स भी
caught
नहीं है और इधर प्रीमी भी है समझ रहे हो
just out in the open. Nothing they can do. It's a massacre there. Lear comes out a bit late too.
कमबैक का स्मेल आ
Not that it
रहा
would have mattered. Probably would have been cleared pretty quick, but
कैसे
regardless,
Fanatic.
look at Munchkin, 16 kills, leading the scoreboard, trying to get aggressive with something. Didn't take any damage there, but at least noted the texture is right around the corner. PRX playing for close contact again. Oh, that time they get him.
Well, that is a damn good hit to have. They want to try to take some space off of this, but Meteor's here to reinforce the position. Gets the dink, but cannot
Bhai,
confirm the
kaise
kill.
bach gaya?
Forsaken
गुड
staying
गुड
alive. Down to 10 HP.
Yeah,
Texture
Texture
wants to swoop in, try to finish the job, but it's going to be something collecting the kill.
डबल गुड
2-man advantage now here for Paper X to avoid another bonus conversion.
गलत होने वाला है लाक्या के साथ
Olakia.
बॉल गया ये गया
Wall falls, and
Ooh.
won't be able to find the headshot. Minor damage taken, down to 85.
तो इसके साथ गलत हो गया
Tries to drag Gen.G back into this one. It's Forsaken just tucking away, dodging out on the recon pings.
और मुझे बोलते हो
Suspecting that there's already been a player pushed up past, and there you go.
4v2 बोलते
He's found
4v1
by
बोलते
Freak
भाई
on
हो
the
गया
swing
जीत
out,
गए
snapped
कम
with a
बैक है अभी
headshot, takes out Khan, and now it's Munchkin all on its lonesome. And
Bro,
well, that
11 is
barrel's
the
been
worst
spotted, and something will
score,
collect the kill.
Just
अगर 11-7
really
हुआ
good effort here from
तब
Paper
होगी
X
comeback,
this time
वरना-
around, winning out on their contact plays.
अभी नेक्स्ट राउंड
And
जीतेगा फिर वो
Forsaken
लोग इको
finding
जाएगा
a great angle
11
there to
फिर
hide.
एक और राउंड जीतेगा 11
The
7 फिर
timing
इको
just
जाएगा
11-7
11
हुआ
Hard
तो
to
जीत
read
गए
that
थे।
as a player that
11-8
somebody's that
तक का
close with your
prediction
recon
दिया
dart.
मैंने
Supposedly cleared the window
11-8.
area.
यार shot
Forsaken just right away, slow stepping back, finding finding that position and knocking Lakia down.
दो बाय दोनों
The
का
whole round,
भाई.
Mindfreak stayed in that corner. I watched the whole round. He sat behind that box up in A heaven, never moved a muscle. So the whole plan was give up a little bit extra space, clear the turret.
Counter
Something is
swing a
going to
bit
get away.
delayed.
Yeah.
Not get that punish. Now the Odin opened up once again, and something is actually going to be hit
Any
going for the
comments?
repeat, who
Enemy
finds
kill.
the punish on a meteor, but
Any
Texture
comments?
pushing forward, able to take out the enemy Reyna.
Fastest
Back
counter
away as Drum gets
repeats.
ready to go up over the top and
Fastest.
try to further scout things out here, but for the time being, it's a very slow rotate over towards this B side of the map for the likes of Gen.G. Texture gets forced out of position, but ultimately, no matter which way they go, they suspect that they're going to be gambling into two players.
For sure. So they're just going to try to see if they can work off of the extra little bit of space that Texture has gained since they have no A main control. Not that PaperX is fighting for it. Decent shock dart. It's a smidge of damage.
Forsaken now setting up the wall. Cove as well. Thrown down. Trying to fake that he's actually crossed over, but if the push comes through from Texture, this could be a massive punish now. Fragment down at his feet. Texture still just tucked away. Pushes forward. Disrespects that Fragment. Single upon the punish. The buy gets taken out of both.
पानी का ही डेफरेट कर दिया.
Takeout is here, but now the wall falls at Texture. Finds himself a third.
उसका
Jing
पानी
taken
इस
out.
पे use
Forsaken
किया
snappy with a
यार.
pivot.
Spike plant.
That elimination.
One
And
enemy
now
remaining.
brings it down to Munchkin once again as the last man standing. Smoke will dissipate.
Nah.
God बोलते.
PaperX hanging
लग रहा है
on.
वो
लग रहा है लग रहा है लग रहा
So
है
this is
लग रहा है मेरे को
a
भी
really
लग
kind
रहा
of interesting back and forth
हाथ
battle
भी गर्म हो
around
रहा
the harbor utility. Texture there doing kind of what he was doing on Haven against RRQ yesterday, where he's lurking right at the edge of the door, right on the edges of the smokes, trying to find those big multi-kills, and he kind of gets it.
Right there.
But there's a better response
Enemy
this time
kill.
from PaperX. Texture just disrespecting that
लेकिन
fragment.
एक चीज है बे
Going right
ये लोग
through
ने
it,
फेक
but
कुक कर दिया ना
Forsaken
Spike
able to
planted.
anticipate well
DRX
enough
के लग
before the
गए.
transfer could come through from Texture.
समझ रहे हो
They're just there ready for that smoke to
और वो
dissipate.
मिड
It's a good
लड़के
play around the
शॉट
smokes
लड़के
by
बी जाके ए
PaperX
जाने
that
वाला
time
सब
around.
सीन किया ना लग
Still
गए
a
यार
lot of work to be done. Operator in something's hand.
Look at this though. I mean, it's
Just
just
Mindfreak.
Mindfreak on this side. It was a big gamble stack from PaperX. Paranoia's now going to be coming through. Texture
Oh,
drops down
baby.
here into the side, suspecting that he's going to be over at boats. Can he flush him out? So he's just going to
Nice.
push into Mindfreak. Exactly with a headshot. Able to find that one.
Huh?
TP's over to the side. He somehow slips the net. Forsaken in the meantime. He finds Talon with the shorty. Now through Meteor with that Vandal in hand. Mindfreak still alive, and it's going to be a flawless somehow.
Bro.
He was the only player
Still
on
PRX
the
on
side.
this map
Gen.G
1-0
could
कपिस
never
भाई
pin it
मेरे को
down.
मालूम पड़ रहा है आप क्या कर रहे हो
I mean,
समझो
it's,
थोड़ा सा
again, the
होने
benefit
दो
of
come
having
back.
that extra layer of
Proper round
smokes
ना.
Binks
from
का
the harbor. You
support
get the reckoning as well, but he can TP
एक
and
flash
find
चाहिए था
just enough of a
भाई क्या मारा है?
safe zone in between a couple different areas.
Enemy remaining.
He's able to keep himself
By
secured
sexy
and buy a
play by
ton of
Mindfreak
time for
लेकिन.
this retake.
Huh?
Extremely well done by Mindfreak. That is
डिसिप्लिन बना
so difficult to do. And to shut down Texture on the Blade Storm is not easy as well.
It was kind of like the inverse Berlin. Like, he wasn't the one who was TPing all over the place and getting kills, but he was constantly pulling attention and keeping them distracted. He's now Karen in a bad spot, but what?
कैसे
That kill.
अबे कैसे
You're sliding down a wall.
Just-
वो didn't like-
कैसे बे
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
can you stop?
sure.
इससे
But
कैसे
Spider-Man doesn't
नहीं
use
अब ये
guns,
शॉट से
so
फटेगी देखिए
There's probably some merch where he has a spider
probably,
gun,
there's
but
probably like one of those versions.
Hunter's Fury looking for a tag.
आया
Nobody
क्या
found.
नहीं ना.
नहीं
So far, just the 1-for-1. Still 3 players over here towards A. Once again, Mindfreak on his lonesome.
When they had to use the fragment to clear
लग गया
wine,
टेक्सचर के
so
लग गया टेक्सचर के लग
Forsaken's
गया टेक्सचर के
position,
लग
ये
गया
एंगल
Safe
टेक्सचर
for
के
now.
लग गया टेक्सचर के लग गया
something watching with the ops. So they've got the A
Op
site,
versus
in
op.
theory, pretty well locked down.
अरे क्या बैठे हो
It's gonna be
पिक
out.
करो
मैं होता तो अल्ट ऑन करता सबसे
लग गया लग गया लग गया टेक्सचर के
Oh,
Something.
उसमें एडवांटेज
Holding the
का
angle,
ही
Texture
है
having a peek at him.
समथिंग का ही है
Gonna take a
juice
massive
कैसे
whiff from
काम
something.
करेगा
And
इसका?
it's one that's not found, and I believe the Texture just screamed on
जिंक्स
stage.
काम
He
नहीं
did.
करता PRX
He
मैच में जस्ट सेइंग
He
चार
was
दिन
not
में
happy
निकल
about that one. Probably felt like he should have
30 seconds left.
had the opportunity. Oh, Karan.
बाय फॉर सेकंड
Gun barrel spotted. Oh, nearly whips that
एंगल
one away,
होल्ड
but
पे जाने का ही
eventually stabilizes,
ये मैं
finds the
सीख
kill.
गया
मैं
Now into a 3v3. But
क्या
with no time remaining,
save.
Gen.G just remaining
Obviously.
fanned
मैं
out.
उसको सेव करता
They'll be saving these
भाई
weapons
हो
over
गया
into
बे
the next round.
लग गए
Paper X
बे
10
will get up to
seconds
7.
11-7 हो गया
And I like that you earlier had
और
mentioned
नेक्स्ट राउंड भी इको
the
रहेंगे वो
comparison
लोग
of
मतलब
Gen.G
ये 3
versus
बाय रहेगा
RQ.
बाकी लोग नहीं करेंगे
because one of the things that we were seeing from them versus RQ was nice early lead, but then started allowing RQ to run things back. Yes, they were able to close things out in easier fashion, but there was a lot of rounds that it felt like Gen.G were giving away that they did not need to, and that they should have been able to have much more
भाई
dominant
सिंपल है
performances on those two
ये
maps.
राउंड
Yeah, I
बाय
totally
मत
agree.
करो
And I think-
चुपचाप और फार्म करो
In some ways, that's been if you're going to criticize Gen.G for much this year, which hard to, considering how successful it's been. If you're going to
टिबोन
criticize them for anything, it's that they do have that
पता है
tendency
दिमाग
सिंपल
लगाए
that
अभी सिंपल
they'll
क्या है
run
पता
a
है
bunch of rounds together and then kind of
CS
take their foot off
player
the
है
gas
noob.
pedal for whatever reason. I mean, certainly
this player
a lot of it is the
Simple
other teams
CS
get a
player
read,
है.
they make adjustments. We have a lot of good teams, not just here, but globally as well, who start to figure these things out. And at times, Gen.G, they will just
ये अलग है
stay in form, stay in focus throughout a map. I mean, you think back to that split against Heretics, but other times, they'll lose a bunch of rounds, then win a bunch of rounds, or win a bunch of rounds, then lose a bunch of rounds. So it can be
टिबोन
very,
इज टिबोन
very back and forth, much like being on a seesaw with Gen.G. And absolutely, I agree with you. It is kind of
अभी तक नहीं
concerning.
समझा
क्या मेरे समझ में नहीं आया
अरे भगवान
कमबैक करना सिंपल है बराबर लेकिन सिंपल है ही नहीं ना सीएस में वो
सिंपल प्लेयर
कोई और कर
टिबोन
रहा है वॉच पार्टी अबे ये बीच में क्या आ
In
रहा
check,
है
get their decision making in the proper places.
I mean,
Because now
get 14.
Paper X has looked
आ रहा
very
आ
solid.
रहा
I mean, they're playing just really good, disciplined holds.
दो भाई
at
दोनों
different angles of the
तबाही
map, reading their opponents very nicely. Let's see, it looks like maybe Gen.G is going to try to crunch towards mid, expecting this push out from Paper X.
ब्लॉक करे वो लोग
Big push forward here. Little opening spray, but countered there by Meteor. Finds the shot. Double face up into the
Wait,
zone.
bolt
Now
ये
annihilated. The boom bot sent forward as
अबे
Meteor.
क्या हो रहा है यार
Behind the
बीच
box.
में
Lock ya.
रोना आ गया
और
कमबैक
Side
देख
here
के
mid.
I was going to say, does Meteor have a sheriff behind that box? Because we saw him play.
वाओ
He popped out from
अबे
back
क्या
there.
है
कौन
ये
बकचोदी कर रहा है यार ये बीच
Destroyed him, but
में
now something
क्या है ये
is
कैसे
so
करने का
much extra territory.
मुझे नहीं
Yeah, you
पता।
still have
मेरे को भी
current
करने का।
smokes, but
भाई यहाँ पे क्या
not
होगा
right by
40
Lakia at all.
ऑन स्क्रीन सेलिब्रेशन
भाई
Take it down.
40
Not
बिट्स
whatsoever.
में वो कर रहे हो
Jump
लोग
peek.
ओ
Spray
कैसा
opened
देख
up and Divide
कुछ
finding the
दिख नहीं
headshot.
रहा है।
Meteor now gone.
गैंगस्टर दिख रहा है
Paper X.
नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते
Trying to
नमस्ते
continue to claw back this deficit. Just going to be 3 rounds separating after this one here as Karan pushing forward. Will get taken down. Something able to find the snipe.
बड़ा पाउलो गाइस
Only lose
अच्छा
for
कमबैक हो रहा
बड़ा
है
पाउलो।
A little bit of
Paolo.
stray spray out from
चलो YouTube
Meteor.
देखे
And I love
ये
these
आने वाला है।
little extra
ए, उल्लू
layers
जैसी बातें ना
that
कर।
Paper X is adding into these rounds.
उल्लू जिस ये अच्छे उल्लू
Couple
नहीं है
rounds
कुछ
ago,
और है
for a
नहीं,
second,
ये वो
holding
है।
close
उल्लू नहीं,
at
drop
aiming
it।
door. And he has a great
M8
opportunity
क्या है,
if
वो
Gen.G
team?
had
हाँ,
ever
team।
felt comfortable enough to make that push. But in this
भाई,
round,
एमएट का फैन फॉलोइंग बहुत क्रेजी
a
है
bit aggression.
भाई
Off.
चैट में गाली
Kinda
भर
broke
रहे
the
कि नहीं
brakes
ये
and
लोग
smoke
को
waited out, but they've got two
Stop,
players there.
yeah.
who
Jet
won.
fighting भी डालो
Gen.G doesn't
यार।
anticipate that. That allows something to swing
Get
out
this
through B long.
emojis
and
out
set up
लिख
that
रहे
flank
हैं।
angle. Here we go. Oh, Forsaken. So close.
Yeah, you need quite a bit of damage, but still holds on to his life.
7-8 बोला था किसने तो
ओए ओए
He did quite a bit more
अरे
sponsor.
का ये
That
तो
pink
ये
shells.
तू बोल रहा है पैसा उड़ा के कर रहे हैं
हाँ
Gen.G.
Fair point. There's even more. Lock you down 39, texture 56, but he's up on top of Chen. He's able to find himself a second kill as Forsaken. Deeper spotted out.
हमारा लॉक कर दिया मतलब
Switch
जीत
being tapped here. Mind Freak just inside the smoke. Eventually gets
Fuck,
flushed
रीड था
out.
रीड था रीड था रीड था
She's saying, we know your tendencies. We
Brimstone
know
कहाँ से
you're there.
आया?
And they eventually find their mark.
अरे क्या ये
अरे भाई कुछ कॉमेडी
Space
देख
out,
लेंगे
space
हम
out.
लोग
नहीं कर सकते
He's going to
शायद
be able to get done here, especially as he eats that dink through the wall.
कैसे
There's
कर
gonna be
रहे
a
हैं?
heal coming
Setting में
through.
celebration of-
Could be a weapon picked up, but the 1v4, does he actually
कहाँ
want to try
पे?
to play this out?
पता नहीं पब्लिक बाद में देखते हैं ना इसमें
The op.
Have some counter spray up through.
हो गया पैसा
That
खत्म
should stave him off. Maybe look for
कितना
a
होता
little
है
bit of
40
a party
बिट्स
gift
कितना
kill.
होता है
पता है
Well, I've already popped the Empress. Might as well
That's
try to
okay,
see if I can do some more damage here.
References,
The economy of
celebrations,
Gen.G
ठीक है।
knows that they don't have that much money to
इसके
rub
बाद
together.
करता हूँ।
But everybody will make their way out, and Gen.G will stop this run back here from Paper X and get themselves up to map point.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those
है ना और
just
funny?
well-coordinated set plays from Gen.G, able to win that battle for the space. They don't necessarily get any kills, but they win that A main battle, and then they just go. And just being able to get texture up on top of Generator gives him great angles down into hell. And he makes good use of it, as you would expect. But the early attempt
$0.4 में बकचोदी कर रहे हैं लोग.
Great paranoia from Karan. Hits both Forsaken and Jing. That shuts him right down. I caught.
मतलब हर राउंड बकचोदी करने हैं $13.
Caution here.
And now, see if Gen.G can close it out, or Paper X can string a few more together.
Fine, just looking for the Odin spray, but now going to be interrupted by that 0 points. Forsaken just able to punish Texture. He never looked over towards Switch. Does get traded out as Lakia finds the kill. Showstopper at the ready, locked in. Munchkin going to be taken down. Meteor still committing in with the lockdown. Paint shells, however, landing directly in on top of it, but it's not enough to try to clear this one out. They still have to pull away. Quickly cleared. Smoke now going to be set up, but well, no one's detained. No one's scaled their way forward into the site. Space is still not taken, and Paper X are pushing back out here, looking to intercept these players of Gen.G before they can get the spike into the site itself.
And now you've got
One tap, baby.
Jing gets one, gets taken down by Meteor.
Counter spray, but look at the HP.
भाई है comeback कर सकते हैं.
Versus 3.
दो गनफाइट जीतने गए
Completely and utterly stranded.
हाँ कर सकते हैं. अरे साइड अटैक टीबॉन.
Heroics here as he catches the shoulder glimpse on the one. Nano squad cannot find the punish as the Vi goes leaping across to the opposite side of alley.
बीच क्या बकचोदी है.
30 seconds.
That allows something to sneak up just a little bit closer. Lakia going on alert though. Very quick about it.
देखो अभी तक कुछ पसंद नहीं आ रहा था अभी देखो.
Swing all the way around, but
देख रहा ना भाई.
the door broken down, so now Lakia rerouted even further, and there's just no time remaining. Call to save is going to have to be made. Paper X get themselves up to 9. Swing out at something. Yep. He will absolutely confirm that this round is over.
Go to setting next to chat button. Chat button.
Paper X continuing to persevere. They want this to go to overtime.
Yeah, it's really good push and pull here from Paper X. And they just spam through to buy a little bit extra time to give them the ability to set up some of these angles. Mind Freak TP's over towards the site. Something is just keeping mid under control, and they are able to keep Gen.G corralled at this door. Don't give them the opportunity to go through. Helps it. Texture just going on a walkabout, not anticipating a position there. Nice up and over from Jing. Take down Munchkin.
One tap, baby. One tap.
There you go. It's Cubby. Proving oh so valuable. Operator for something at A main this time. Has to get out of there though. Gets hit by the paranoia.
They're looking for a timing shot. Now the push up here into the cove. That's going to be broken down as Pain Shells look to try to hold them at bay and does interrupt Lakia with the drone. So you can't get any further information on the side. The counter util out is okay. Karan.
भाई लग गए बे उनके पास smokes नहीं है. Op भी अपने पास.
I'm just getting absolutely mauled.
Here.
I mean, hoping to use that timing of the contact towards A to find sneak back there, but it's sniffed out by Paper X.
और कितना एड्रेस लिख करना है लैंग्वेज
Faded to meet seemingly.
आप ये जर्सी क्यों
Time and time again
मैंने बताओ क्योंकि मैं PRX को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ.
Has the HP advantage, but
ओह क्या टाइमिंग पे है ये वाला अच्छा था.
भाई ये कौन है?
ये अच्छा था टाइमिंग पे है ऐसा. ओ वाला इमोजी.
Orb gonna get picked up here, but already the rotations coming through as Jing starts working his way over towards this B site. Lakia with the creep up, just alongside Switch, but Jing on the peek out from alley, able to find the shot. The boom bot alerting. Now both players pinged out, revealed, melted. Munchkin again. The last player standing here for the side of Gen.G, 25 seconds to work with. Being an ace clutch trying to bring the map to an end, but he cannot find the second.
भाई वो लोग equal है 12-11
Paper X up the double digits as well.
I mean, they're reading this half so well.
Come back, baby.
Understanding what Gen.G's trying to accomplish off that Omenal. Something again, winning his big 1v1s against Texture. Provides util. Ton of info at the end of the round. I mean, that's very well disciplined, very well coordinated from Paper X. The concern is, you had to burn both your timeouts in that first half. Gen.G able to use their second here to try to find this final round. At least this time for Paper X, it's only one, not two. Gen.G has in the bag like we saw against RQ yesterday, but sure.
This does give them that final bit to intervene as well on the side of Paper X. So coaching staff to get in the players' ears and try to suss out what the game plan is going to be from Gen.G in these last 2 rounds before overtime.
You got to be worried about another kind of big A hit. Been B rounds a couple times. Maybe Gen.G just leans back into the one of the rounds that worked for them. The only round outside of the pistol in the follow-up, where they were able to kind of take A main control and then immediately pivot into an A execute. Get Texture up on top of that Gen. And you got to worry about short A as well. Somebody has to be watching that angle at all times for Paper X. That's not accounted for. That gives Gen.G the ability to just bully their way into sight. So much easier.
Go to
Sick has a
chat
reckoning
sitting
as
next
well.
to
Munchkin
chat.
has his ult.
Get out of my way.
But
See
then
what's
turn
gonna
off
happen with those.
celebrations.
Vibes one away from that Hunter's Fury. That and the
Iske baad
reckoning.
वापस,
Pretty good
iske baad.
retake tool. So even if Gen.G can get into the side here, get that spike
Correct.
planted, they're still going to be in a decent position. But now the push forward coming through. They work their way up into the smoke. But Texture in the meantime going to be able to find something in Forsaken Falls.
गलत हो गया, aggression हो गया, बस और कुछ.
Fine Freak just TPing over towards Heaven. 3 players strong as Jing just strafing across. Getting spammed out. No, gets taken out by Texture. Who updrafts up into Heaven. The timeout from Gen.G seemingly was everything. They give Paper X a way back in, but then they slam the door in their faces. 13-10. But my God, what
Bubble
what
में
an
जाके
opener
celebration
here
click करो
in this
Bubble.
series, and that's Gen.G's map pick.
Yeah, Gen.G looking really good on their defender side and good enough on their attackers, but we saw some good things from Paper X here as well.
Yeah, finding some stability, making us believe in the run back, but now we get ready to go over to Icebox, which is Paper Rex's pick to see if they can make this a 3-map affair. But for now, pass it back over to the analyst desk.
पता था ये मेरे को.
And that was just map 1.
मैंने
It
किया.
felt like a whole series almost. It felt like,
चैट के बाजू में
150 जी पे कर तो.
मैं बताती हूँ
नहीं
मैं
इसने आज तक मेंबरशिप नहीं लिया है मेरा. 150 जी पे.
हाँ मिल गया टर्न ऑफ सेलिब्रेशन.
हाँ सब तेरे जैसे बूमर नहीं होते.
Chat appearance
I mean,
celebration.
I feel like that's almost a teaser of this entire series.
Oh my god.
Ibon, तेरे छात पे लिख रहा हूँ, अभी
Doesn't it? I
PRX
mean,
जीतेगा.
Who knows
लिख
how
के
the
लिख.
next couple maps or next one map might
Spoiler.
Sign
go.
भी कर दिया मैंने.
वो भी मुझे अगला
Hey, Quack, don't leak the script.
जो chat
I'm
टिकर
sorry,
गया चाय
guys.
बना के आया.
Sorry, John Wright. Anyway, but yeah, the way the whole thing plays out, it's a lot of like contact and early pickoffs from Gen.G throughout this first half. Paper X had to fight them with like a 4v5 almost every single round. And it was so tough to work against. And it happens all at the hands of players like Texture, maybe even Munchkin with a Guardian sometimes. And they just have so many good plays and reads as to how they work on the defense because they are able to play around the layout of the map and just kind of
Even तेरी voice वापस आई नहीं.
single Paper X player here and there.
एक हफ्ता लगेगा लग रहा है.
Once we got into that second
ये
half,
सेम मेरा बैंगलोर
Paper X
वाला
was the
सीन
one kind
हुआ
of doing the same thing
ठंड वाली
against
जगह पे
Gen.G
जाके.
here. Utilizing
हाँ
how
क्या?
really
हाँ
strong
मैं
that
कितना दिन लगा
बैंगलोर में
तेरे को?
ठंड मेरे को एक हफ्ता
was
लगा.
defensively. You can leave something onto
Same,
his own. If he
मेरा
can get a
भी
shot, he
वही.
can always get out with the dismiss.
गरम पानी और
He has
हानी
the leer
उसमें डाल
for
के
that
पीते
coverage. And then how Forsaken just like every single round that they kind of approach, whether it's
Mute
retake
कर,
or taking a site,
Take my
his
power हो
roles
जाए.
have been really good
वो
to
पुराना
kind
हो
of
गया.
allow
Like
Jing
करो guys,
and
3000
something
very
to kind of
close.
work their way into the site. It's not always going to be
चलो thanks बोलने की
cut
जरूरत
anymore
नहीं.
because we were talking
मैंने
about this
बोल
that
दिया.
Jing might not be as used to the raise in a way here on Ascent specifically because again the satchel changes and
Yeah,
whatnot,
Gen.G
maybe
is
the
looking
speed
too
is gonna,
strong.
catch him
I'm
off
sorry,
guard.
but
so
Paper X,
far
I love.
the East was
But
pretty
Gen.G is
close.
stronger.
Yeah, I mean the blast pack is no longer like Talon-ish levels of speed. It's a slight little
Pinky
bump.
no
And,
sleeve.
it's easier like Charon even
5
got a
बजे
shot,
बोला
like,
इसने. 5
sliding
बजे
down
तक हम
here.
लोग
Yeah,
मस्ती कर रहे
around,
हैं.
like gelato, right?
दोनों
And it's
फोन में
crazy how all
मैं
of
क्या
these
कर रही थी मालूम शादी के वीडियोस
Paper
देख
X
रही थी जैसे
really
मेरे
had us
बुआ की बेटी की
like
शादी हो.
working around Forsaken
सारे
armor,
वीडियोस देखे मैंने
curve
सारे
and
वीडियोस
veer to
तुम
allow
नाम लो
for
मैंने
some of the
देखे हुए
players to
वीडियोस.
sneak in on the attacking side, but Texture alongside his operator repeatedly shut that down. So
पहले
many
पता
rounds,
होता
it's
शादी
that
के
much more
वीडियोस
difficult
देखने
for
तो
Paper X to
स्ट्रीम
do
भी
that,
जल्दी एंड
to
कर
fight
देती
back
थी मैं.
because of that. There were these
2
rounds where, like,
घंटा
maybe
पूरा
the
शादी के
reckoning
वीडियोस
allowed
देखे
them
मैंने.
to, alongside the Hunter's Sphere, allow them to create a lot more space, force Gen.G to disperse. But once you swap over onto the
Very
next
realistic.
half,
Same ना.
as soon as Gen.G gets a read for how Paper X is set up, you would just have these moments where like they downloaded all that data, all that information, and all right, let's pinch out this one guy. We get him, we get the space, we get the site, we get everything. And you see how it happens in the last round too. Texture just gets in with a Blade Storm, and he even uses the Cloudburst to try to like sell a bit of a
Balcony में
fake
बंद
to
कर
let
दो
them think that
bombs
he might be
और
around
अभी
this
तो वो
side, but
bathroom में
in fact he's just right underneath their noses, and because of all this little like positional plays, it really throws Paper X in for a bit of a loop.
इससे
I mean, you
इससे
do
शादी
see,
के
you know, we have a very dynamic game, right?
शादी नहीं
Valorant is
पता
ever changing.
एक ही तो शादी हुई थी
There
कल
were
बड़ी
some little
सी
changes that happened. You see still the spirit of Paper X pushing forward. It's just that they're still, you know, they're trying on new shoes in a way.
वेडिंग में
They're
खाने के
trying
मेन्यू
to
का
break this
क्या
composition
नहीं
in,
था
right? And you can tell,
मैं
like you
क्या नहीं
mentioned,
था
Quack,
सब
that
था
Jing
भाई
perhaps
भाई they had
isn't
like
as
little
strong as
boots
we've seen it
also
in seasons past, right?
ऐसे
Because
छोटे
he is
छोटे
adjusting
सब
to this. And we knew this coming in here. We knew that Alex was saying, like, you know,
I
there's a
saw
lot
it
of adjustments
somewhere.
that they need to make because, you know, they are actually, this Paper X is reinventing, right? However, Gen.G, staying safe. This is the merits
नहीं
of staying
पता,
safe.
कोई नहीं।
You have a Gen.G that is very, very comfortable. It's just, you know, little bit of, it's still Paper X. You still got great neighbors
भाई मैं
there that,
उसकी
you
तो
know,
बात कर
they
रही हूँ
struggled in those rounds that, you know, they had
और
to
किसकी
counter
शादी
things off, for
not
example.
my
You
actual
know,
बुआ के
don't
बेटा
become
bro
Jing all of a sudden
I'm just
catwalk.
Yeah, it can
Sayings.
happen, you know, towards both sides, and I think that's why this is going to be such a great series because both teams
I
really
followed
are
the
that
wedding in a
strong,
way
and
कि
they
like it
have,
was
like,
my
their
close
own,
ones
like,
का
unique,
कुछ
styles and understandings of the game.
इतना
And you see it all
डिटेल
happen.
में
Like,
सब
Paper
देखा है
X, like,
सारे
that's what W Gaming is all about. It's not
बारात
just
का
the aggressive
डांस
play
ये
style, it's
डांस
also
वो
never
डांस
giving up. Even if it's 9-3, you just
सबने
keep
डांस
holding
किया
W key forward and you keep trying to do whatever you can.
तुम लोग
even
ने
when
देखा
you're not
जॉन
at
सीना ने
safe at
डांस
the
किया
end of the round.
भंगड़ा
But
किया
credit where it's due, right? I mean, come on, like Gen.G were just
Who would have
so
thought,
good
dude?
at reading
ये
how these
करने
plays
वाला
happen. As soon as they, you know, used things like Lakia with the Owl Drone, the recon, or just little bits of positional
अभी
plays,
तो सबकी
just
फील्ड में
picking
यही
up a
वही
little
तो
bit of intel,
इसे मैंने सारा
you know,
देख के
having a
पहले
bit of
खत्म कर
presence
दिया
created by
अभी नहीं
Karen around
देखूंगी
A main, while the rest of the teams try to advance towards B. It's plays like that that give Gen.G so much control over out the entire map, and of course, I mean, Texture just deleting the faces of some of the Paper X players.
आपकी आवाज को क्या हुआ गला खराब है नहीं बराबर है
Impressive.
Yeah, sure. Again, it's
जॉन सीना इन ट्रेडिशनल्स
playing so that they have a clear picture of the round the further it goes, right? That's how
फीफा
strong it is.
प्रेसिडेंट ने डांस किया oh exactly bro who would have
throughout the
thought
first half, second half, where they did that continuously, and one of the, I think, the biggest examples of that was
निक्कर
the
हाय
big, first of all, the pistol pinch on the first.
हम
on
कब
the
आपकी
first half,
शादी
where they
vlog
were just
सेम
pushing
सेम
through
हुई
mid.
थी मेरी
The
शादी
other
सेम
one was Paper X was setting up the A side, but then
सेलेब्स की
someone
जगह
from
यूट्यूबर्स
Gen.G
डांस
was
कर
like
रहे थे
Meteor that was already pushing out of B main, so they already knew that most of the forces of Paper X, if not all, was going to be pushing for A. So all of these,
पर
you know,
सेम
standard things,
गुज्जू वे
but
में ही
still
हुई
pretty
थी वो
difficult
लोग
to
की
do
भी
when it's going against
वो
Paper X.
हस्त मेड़ा
Timing has to be
ये वो
pretty
सब
precise, the
सब
confidence has to be
हमने
there.
किया हुआ है
It's all Gen.G
सिर्फ इतना लंबा नहीं
that is
चलाया था
locking
हमने
all of that down, downloading it, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and that also goes to show, right? Gen.G, I mean, you know, sometimes they do tend to start a little bit slow. So this actually version of Gen.G where they, you know, they just decided, okay, this is Paper X, we're going.
Valet
we
must
can
cheat.
also
So
W
that
gaming
Valet
in our
so
own
that
way, right? And
कैसे
we
I'm
did
good,
see
how are
that,
you?
especially in the first half, right? But
काश वो
right
सच में
now,
अपने
going
बुआ
into
को
Icebox,
आपकी
we know
शो
that
पे
these two teams, you know, have
जो
been
आएगा
running
उसको भी
slightly
Yes,
different comps,
Bhushan,
like
yes.
slightly in their very
फेंक
like
के मारूंगा
essence. Paper X,
सबको
you can see, do
सब
run
अपना
stage,
अपना
and
पढ़ाई
Gen.G
छोड़ के
might
बिजनेस
prefer,
चालू
you know,
सबको
double
पैसे
initiator
देती मैं
here.
एक एक
So
एक एक करोड़
going into this, we
अगर
mentioned
तुम्हारे
it
पास
earlier,
1 करोड़
right?
होता
This
तो
is a
चैट
very
तुम क्या करते
Gen.G-sided map. In recent history, does this mean that we're seeing a 2-0?
बिंक्स पीछे से चला रहा है
That's
इसको
a very, very good and poignant
मिर्जापुर
question.
सीजन भूली
I hate to
मैं
say,
कल
but
देखना
it
पूरा
might
शादी को
be-
भी
I-
देखा
it's hard to say. Like, Paper X picked Icebox because, you know, this is one of their maps that they have to kind
कल
of
एक गेम खेला 6 घंटा और शादी के वीडियोस
They're on
देखे
that where
मैंने
they can,
ये
you
था
know,
मेरा
push
कल
up
का
towards
दिन
Gen.G, but with everything
मौज
that's been
मस्ती
playing out
टी-शर्ट
so
बदलने
far,
गया
Gen.G
फिर
are
पता
showing
नहीं
a lot more
ट्रेडिंग इन्वेस्ट
control, layers to their defense, ways to read
प्रॉपर्टी
Paper X
इन्वेस्टमेंट
out.
तुम्हारी वाला कार
चाय पियेंगे
चाय
बंक्स को काम पे रखता
चाय
1 करोड़ में
I don't
बंक्स
know. It's
काम
really
करता
tough to
तू
say.
नहीं ना
It
नहीं
feels as
1
though
करोड़
it
में काम
could
नहीं
be a 2-0.
नंगा नाचूंगा मैं नंगा
Can I force a direct answer from you? Because that very
हाइड्रोफोनिक फार्मिंग का सेटअप ये क्या होता है ओए एक्सप्लेन मी
If we
प्लीज
are indeed going into a map number 3,
Property
yes,
investment.
thank you very much, production, for
हर 1
referencing
करोड़
our
में प्रॉपर्टी
faces.
क्या
We
आता है
absolutely
मुंबई में
love
मालूम है
when
तुम
you
लोग
do
को
that. Are we going into a map number 3, gentlemen? Do you have these our
बोल रहे
prompts over
बाथरूम
here?
मिलेगा
X's
1
and
करोड़
O's? Let's
नहीं बट इट्स
see.
लेजिट
Oh my gosh, we just spoke to Alex a while ago.
300 स्क्वायर फीट का घर
I see
1
you
BHK
struggling. I see you struggling. Which one?
मुंबई
you
का
got?
इस 1 CR
No, I don't.
Okay. Wait, so shut it down is
Not 220.
Yeah, if you think you're going to map number 3,
I got
hold up
300.
the circle. And if you think we're going into a map number 3,
Thanda Saga South
rather,
question.
hold
No,
up
that is
X.
South Bombay. We are not talking about South Bombay. We're talking about Bombay.
Ooh, we're going to map 3.
I wanted to
We're
go
going.
to map
Farming
three.
without soil is.
And
Oh
as
yeah, I've
Is
seen.
going to be the last
I've
map.
seen that.
I think for our viewers, a lot of them are also thinking that we're going into a map number 3, whereas AI also agrees. So, yeah.
I can't defend this because I was just looking at the stats. PaperX actually won their last Icebox map against Gen.G.
Lunch done, we
but
don't
it
do
was pretty
lunches.
close. Same comps altogether. If it's going to be still the Gecko for Gen.G here, and then for PaperX it's going to be the Sage. What I will say though, it's very
Photography studio open
contrasting
करूँगा.
because
फिर
of
photos
how
click
it kind of
करेगा
plays
क्या
out,
हमारा?
where there's a lot of defensive 2F second floor kind of setups for PaperX, but then Gen.G also has the Thrash, which is really good against
रेल के
which
डब्बे
is
जितना
not
वो
good
भी
against
बड़ा है
that,
रेल
so
का डब्बा
we'll see how
बाबा
that kinda
उससे भी
goes.
छोटा
I mean,
रोड
we're thinking it's going to go into a map number 3, but it's a very difficult question to answer, right? Because it feels so 50-50.
मैंने करा है
it could go
transfer
any,
Binks को.
uh,
He's
way,
not doing. He
but
doesn't
right now,
wanna
looking
do.
at our compositions, no changes so
अपना
far
अपना
on this.
ऊपर है ना
So what does
सबका.
history tell us then?
Okay.
Basically what Asteroid said, you know, I mean, maybe PaperX might be
KO
able to
और
get there, but it's
Gecko का
not
सिर्फ
by any
difference
means
है.
like
और
a
Sage
dominant side, you
नहीं
know,
sorry
it
Sage और
always
Gecko का
happens
सिर्फ
to be
wait
really, really
हाँ
close. I
Sage
mean,
और Gecko का
on
difference
Ice
है.
Tablet right now, it's dude 13-11, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
But I like Gecko on
I
this
do
day.
really like the safety of Gen.G
Icebox.
on the battle stage because again, the wall really disrupts. I think the
Stock
offense of the
investment and
double
double
initiative
it.
here, especially
Double
with
it
the
and give it to
Gecko.
the next
If you're
person.
able to maybe isolate some of the players, maybe even just stop the Gecko from
Thank
throwing
you.
out the wingman, this can at least force Gen.G to play
Thumbnail
a lot
T1
more
कैसे आ गया?
into the side
Next
rather than
होगा ना
destroying their
उसको.
utility
Oh
and then
Posy.
pushing in. If they can do that together,
Bunks भाई को
then maybe
Jinx
there's a
को
lot
support
more
करूँगा and double
contact play
meaning.
that goes in the favor of PaperX.
Saturday PRX Bunks आ चुके.
क्या कपीश भाई
Take us to
समझ
Icebox.
गई मैं.
With pleasure. Let's go ahead and get ready to jump into
Excuse me, Kapish bhai?
Binks को
Now,
support
playing
करूँगा
against
Jinx.
Gen.G on Icebox twice so far this year leading into this.
भाई मैप 3 चालू क्यों नहीं कर रहे लोग?
PaperX's way, both
चालू
sides,
अब
13-11.
मैप 3 करना चाहिए. इजी है पे PRX के लिए
It's
भी.
always been contentious. It's always been close, but it's also always been PaperX getting that win.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously everybody is, you know, very happy with the way that PaperX plays on Sunset, for example, and I think a lot of people
Talon
might be a
next.
little surprised, but this
T1
map
का
has
नहीं.
been very, very good for PaperX. They have been
Posy
trying
Posy
on
क्या
it.
है
They
बे?
destroyed
आज ही salary मांगा
DRX
था.
on this
कितना
map, and
percent
this is a
काटो
map that
guys?
DRX has looked
30%.
really darn good at themselves with that Clove comp. PaperX, though, just going for that aggressive mid-push, but look at his stack from Gen.G.
Going their way forward. Texture now popping his own. Swings out. Is able to find one, but loses out on some of his teammates here as Lakias trying to
By
finish the job there on a
fastest
second,
mid
but
to
cannot
be
be healed now as
ever.
well.
1-1
Get back
लग रहा
up to full.
Fastest
does
mid
get
to be
dinked.
ever, bro.
Packed down, 13 HP, but the punish not found quite just yet here, if at all. As Karen will reroute, push his way up towards, but no, doubles back.
Slayer, thank you for the
Oh,
membership.
gets another headshot. Looks for the finisher, and this time we'll be able to put him down.
Karen के कारण
Taking point on
जीतेंगे
the
क्या?
close corner. There's the swing out.
player
It's a
standing.
smattering of damage taken for taking down to 70. Gives Meteor an opportunity, of course.
मुझे लग रहा
मैं
है
देख
one
रहा था
Share
तुम
in
लोग
hand, but
Oh,
बराबर
himself
देख रहे हो
starting to
कि
eat some
नहीं?
damage. Trying to go for the wall bang shots. Has to go ahead and reload the
HP है.
cylinder. Finds the first.
HP है.
Cannot get
Imagine
Jing.
वो भी लगता.
That's going to be PaperX finding the
भाई,
first pistol
सच्ची
win
डर
of the
लग रहा था.
series.
Yeah, just a really aggressive maneuver through mid. They clear the turret, and Gen.G, sure, they can turn their attention there, but numbers advantage.
हाँ
Very
किधर
much
गया?
in
पहला
PaperX's
राउंड जीत गया
favor.
PRX.
They're able to take
Kapish
great
bhai,
advantage
chalo.
of it.
इस साइड अगर लोटस हुआ ना
Toxic
Gen.G
screen
जीत
drops,
गए.
and there's all of PaperX right there. Except for Devi. He's out watching the
2-1
flank,
PRX
but
से.
it's a great maneuver here. They're very aware of that.
लिख
Early
के रख
aggressive
2-1
alert.
PRX से.
पता है
लिख
Gen.G
के रख.
कैसे खेलता है.
Getting vocal, getting some
Lick
Guardians
के
of their
रख.
own
ये
this
नहीं
time.
जीत पाए PRX का.
Something with a Vandal.
ये गया बे.
Devi just with the Ghost. But up close and personal, Texture is what he is too.
He finds both.
अभी मत लिख रुक जा
Take it
अभी
down,
मत
that's
लिख
Vandal.
ले. रुक
On the
लिख
floor,
जा.
can be recovered. For now, and will get scooped up. Mind Freak brings that into his own hands, but that's already significant damage given the investment. At least one of the Guardians going to be lost. Now for PaperX, it's all about trying to stem the bleeding here. Retain as much
Lick
weight
दे,
as
लिख दे,
possible
लिख दे.
can. Fragment will find a Smatter
रुक जा
is able to find Mind Freak as well. Forsaken down to 5 HP. Heal's already been burned. The wall gets sent up. Jing Snappy on the readjust does find Munchkin, but this round is getting away from Paper Rex. Gen.G off the back of 2 incredibly crisp shots from Texture. Look to convert this
अभी मत
Thrifty
लिखना
into a reality.
ये छाती पे लिखा हुआ मिटाना है इरेजर है आपके पास
And then he's trying to figure out if Gen.G
भाई
has already
सोच
guessed
रहो
on
एक
the
स्टेशनरी
rotation.
का बिजनेस करो गाइस
Fake with a
हाँ
0
तुम्हारे
point.
छाती
But
पे
they're not
लिखूंगा
going to hear it
और
or see it.
इरेजर बेचूंगा क्या बोलते
30
हो
seconds left.
हैशटैग ओपी
Oh, well, maybe.
Seems like they
हर
have.
दिन 3000
They're gonna
इरेजर
start
जाएंगे
adjusting off, and he hears the footsteps
एक
as well.
इरेजर 100 रुपए का
But he still
कितना
has
हो गया
to
दिन
delay.
का
They're not so far away that they won't hear the plant starting to come through. Now they start facing back, and it looks like they're going to go for a pinch maneuver here.
ओ भाई
Spike planted.
सैंडविच करना
And there it is. Up over the top, Charon, Vandal in hand, puts it down, and Gen.G. You say, well, you got your first pistol, but you're not going to be getting the anti-eco.
Well,
मटका
and
बोलता है
I was talking about earlier on the previous map.
ये
how
साउंड
good
ही नहीं
Paper Rex
पसंद
is
यार
at their
thirsty
ecos. 41% coming into today. Gen.G on their ecos, 49%. They win nearly 50% of their ecos in Pacific, Achilleos.
It's pretty good.
That's
Let's take a look at these,
outrageous.
Oh!
क्या मारता है भाई क्या मारता है बे
한 명 남았습니다.
Wow,
इसको देखा हुआ नहीं लग रहा है किधर तो
that is disgusting.
Yeah, he's nuts today.
Huh?
He was dominating on Ascent,
अपने पास भी था
especially
यार
on the
ये
defender
nuts.
side. Now he's got an outlaw.
Oh, whoa, catching a Clemson. If he had hit that flick, then
अगर
good
वो
lord.
लगता है तो हेयरकट मिलता फ्री का
भाई
बाल
पीछे
दिखाता
में
उसका।
टेक्सचर का फोटो लगा
Fully
के
rotating all
पूजा
day.
करो स्ट्रीम पे
अरे वही हेयरकट
Picture
मिलता है
position
बाल
again
दिखाता
at
ना
mid as Meteor under tube, spotting out multiple players. Before he decides to drift back, and it's going to be the second shot.
हील करता है
Finds the connection, something going to be put down.
लेट्स PRX
वो लिखना
just
भूल
gonna-
गए कोई नहीं
Reroute, see if they can find
$3
some space
में
for a
यूज
day,
से
but
गया
Texture with
कपिस
this
भाई वो
outlaw
किधर है
matching the movements
हाँ?
of Paper Rex every
$3
step.
में
He's
यूज
got two
से
initiators to help him too.
Wide swing out here from Texture. Second shot again. Finishing the job. Dividing.
वन टाइप बेबी वन
Would be
टाइप
there initially with the spray, but Jing fully
One enemy
blinded up.
remaining.
Just can't get anything done. He ends up falling down. And it's going to be a flawless here for Gen.G to get themselves a
Mera
second round
sticker.
win.
I mean, they just look so dialed in right now. Munchkin's making good reads. Little bait and switch there with him and Lakia.
इबन भाई मैं रो दूंगा
Contact with the
PRX
dizzy,
सारा
yeah.
तो जर्सी पहना हुआ
A
है
little bit off initially. Still good enough. It's great stuff. Dizzy up and over, expecting the push. Eventually tracks Jing down.
한 명 남았습니다.
Forsaken, just not much he can
जेंजी
do there.
मर्फ पहनो सोल्ड आउट था यार या फिर मेरे को दिया नहीं
Play for
होगा
Divide, or excuse me, from Mind Freak. And another hot start for
सीखना पड़ेगा ना
Gen.G.
ये
0 point is going to be dodged. That flash giving
Flash.
away quite a bit.
Yeah, that it does. Cloudburst, etc., all going to expire. Tailwind will as well. Not used for no space gained here.
भाई क्या मिला है वो लोग को
Not liking the silence on the opposite side, it would seem. Dizzy revealing one in the close right corner.
And this is something Gen.G does a lot of. Sets up these trap
तो
plays
डब्ल्यू
around
बटन
pipes
प्रेस
with
नहीं
Lakia
हो
up
रहा
there.
है PRX से आज बस टीम को PRX लव यू
भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ
Playing off
मत
the back
कर
of that
उधर
opening
क्यों
shot.
पी करने का जब पता है
Say,
ऑफ
pretty much everybody having full armor, but Charon's collecting four.
Yama
Get put down, the
baby.
ace not going to come to fruition, but nor is this round win, it would seem, unless Forsaken can do something
Good bolte.
absolutely unreal. Couple
Good
taps on
bolte,
the
baby.
rope. Pulls back away.
प्योर
Would have to be the
डीमन
ace clutch, but the spike is stranded here in front of Nest.
So difficult for Forsaken. Is he going to read? He saw him.
Oh, spots out another. There's the third. Suddenly, in with an
Good
opportunity.
bolte.
Munchkin's
30
also down to
seconds left.
25. Meteor repositions, refills the space, left vacant by Texture's death. He will find the headshot,
फिर भी गोट
deny the hopes
अच्छा मारा
of the
थी
ace clutch
Huh?
coming through.
Yeah, and it's so tricky to go up against Gen.G because they're so hard to predict how they're going to play this A space. You know, whether they're going to set up for Texture to come around that corner like we saw with the Sheriff
Enemy
a
remaining.
couple rounds
क्या
ago. Or
मारा
they're going to play
बे
off
तेरे
contact
को पता
like
कैरन
that
भी है रैंक
from
demon
the Gecko util,
हाँ
then start swinging and holding the angle with the Outlaw at long range.
है
No
पे वो
off yet
रैंक
for
मैच
Gen.G.
करता है
3 Sheriffs, a
Division वाला
Guardian,
scene है.
and a Vandal for Divide. Paper X has their work cut out for them, trying to see if they can once
अभी
again
तू ही बोल
stave off
कोई
it.
ऐसा रैंक प्लेयर है
Disastrous
जिसका
attacker
गोल्ड खुल रहा है
side.
लेकिन वहाँ पे
Taking a little bit of space towards B this time, trying to spread the map, trying to see if they can find some of
बार
those
बार मेरा
openings.
भाई
But
को टारगेट
Gen.G
कर
so
रहा है
far, kind of giving up that space intentionally,
मैं
मुझे
सुना
कर
फिर
रहा है
से
वो।
गोल्ड
trying to
खुला
play
तेरा
for a little
अरे
bit more
दूसरा आईडी रे बाबा
post-contact play. Seeing if they can bait Paper X into trying to push
we
through.
will always be our
Right underneath
favorite gold
410.
bone यार
Got a bit of a trap set up, but right now the attention is
वो
actually
मेरा
towards
नहीं
B.
वो एक्चुअली अड्डा का
Got 3
आईडी
players
ये गया बे
making
ये
their way
गया
through, but Meteor with his utility is going to have early information there.
Something going to try to find an opener here, or at least cause a distraction. Try to draw some attention towards this side. Granted, we know that all the attention already is here from Gen.G. But as the 0 point reveals nothing, that's going to send for a massive pivot. They leave Jing in a forward spot, tucked away, basically shoulder to shoulder there with Texture.
This is taking too long.
Down to 38 seconds.
बाप
Swing out off the
रे
flash.
दिल से
Player's
बुरा
gonna be
लगा,
spotted.
दिल से
Swing
बुरा
in a meteor, able to collect one now. Jump around the corner, and Lakia finds himself a second. Vi will go down.
30 seconds left.
Mind Freak, they're on top of Green, trying to steady the aim, but it's going to be Munchkin collecting
Now
two,
what
and now it's
the
Jing
DRX
on his lonesome.
पहले
इको
वाला
है
player
इको है
कैसा था,
भाई
बहुत
इको है लास्ट गेम मारा
फिर
था
भी वो
ना कमबैक
aggression नहीं दिख
And
रही
would
है
have to
यार
be
मुझे
absolutely and utterly
W Gaming
monstrous from him.
कहा करता था
And at this point, he
पहला
does
round
need to
क्या
die.
हुआ था
He has that sheriff, needs the death bonus, will be gifted as Texture puts him down. 4-1. Gen.G once again starting to streak their way out ahead of
अभी भी
Paper X.
टाइम में उतार
Yeah,
देना
again,
I
they're
believe
reading the map incredibly well.
I believe baby
Showing yet another very
Sean
different
bhai
look.
thank you for the
Paper X,
lemons
Nothing,
इधर ही खत्म
nothing from pipes.
Huh?
And all that
मेरे को ही
utility.
बोलना
The
था
alarm bot
तुझे।
gets popped,
ये
the
मिलने
nanos get popped, and that buys
Huh?
a lot of time because Paper X
Huh?
pauses to think
Huh?
about what they're going to do.
गाइस
And the
ट्राई
rest
करा
of
दो
Gen.G
बेस्ट है
quickly rotating
कैसा
over
लगा?
there to once again mirror these movements. So for Paper X,
heavy hitter
time to consider how you want to work this. And I'm sure Alex is probably saying just be a little bit more decisive, potentially. You know, if they had been a little bit more aggressive with that contact at B, they might have been able to get the space, at least get the plant down, get that
Ana.
extra cash. You know, you're still in a
Mind Freak
massive
बोला बराबर भर
disadvantage
इसको भर
firepower-wise.
Yeah.
But you
Mind
don't
Freak
give
safe है
Gen.G the opportunity to
शांति
swing
के लिए बोल रहा
the
होगा
majority of the
Something
forces
के लिए
over
भर
there
रहा
to cut you off and really just make a meal of that
वो
round.
बारह
You mentioned cash, and I think it's a good point to remind everybody, because I've seen some comments online.
hashtag brings bro jinx
These
on
games even
top
matter. That's what the fans sound
यार
like in my
next
head.
guy
हैरी पॉटर एंड द
These
ऑर्डर ऑफ
games even matter.
सैंडविच व्हाट
Everybody
इज
love
द
it as
नेम
champions, and it's, well, yes, because A, you
जीतेगा
get a
हर
sick
बार
trophy, but B,
संयम को
unlike
पकड़ो
the other
ना
poverty regions,
जीतेगा
we have a prize pool. So
यार,
there's some money on
मैं
the
नहीं
line
हूँ
for
ये
the teams
कपिश
as well.
भाई
And
मार रहे
champion
पता है
And, yeah, so,
$7
you wanna
मिलेगा
be the
पिस्तौल
best.
देता ले लो
लुक
उधर
मैच में आई
हाँ ऐसा
Not
कर
that I
करके
think-
That is genuinely how I read every single
That's how you read chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
chat, Twitter, Reddit. They
You're
all
not too
sound
far
the same
off.
to me.
NBA
I
वाला
saw
वाला
chat yesterday
excuse me
asking, why am I bald? Yeah, I mean, you know, I had a lot of say in the matter.
Once more into the breach off the back of the timeout we go.
Yep, this is that aggressive positioning from Texture. Look at the stack behind him.
And there's the flash, but it's not going to catch fully. As Rez instantly out onto something, bring him back into the fold, but now Forsaken's going to be put down on the floor. Munchkin as well, cleaning up two, cleaning up a third. Now suddenly it's just Mind Freak. Forsaken
Enemy remaining.
bleeding out in front of him. The final kill will come through from Lakia. And Gen.G just have an immaculate read.
They're just so dialed in right now. They look like they're on the warpath. They want to come out as Pacific champions again. Streak their way towards champions. Just so clean. I mean, the way they cover the angles for each other,
चल Gen.G
immediately
full
after
support
Texture
we'll
finds
see
any kind of
वाह
contact,
कपिल
that's
भाई
when they spring into
6-1 हो
action.
गया
We've seen a
Gen.G
couple
full
different
support
looks of
हाँ?
it.
शर्म है
Similar feels.
कि वो भी छाती पे लिख
Karn
दिया
on that
है
4K. Very similar idea.
और नहीं तू बोला Gen.G जीतेगा तो $101
Munchkin
डन
up
से
and over the top, trying to bait them into
मैं लेकिन PRX सपोर्ट कर
Lakia's
रहा हूँ
utility. Once again, 2 players around 410 trying to swing off a contact and shut PaperX down. PaperX has not addressed this. Dealing with
जर्सी निकाल नहीं निकालूंगा जीतेगा रुक जाओ.
There's the interrupt on the knives. Something having to go ahead and put those away as Munchkin trying to hold forward. Finds one before getting taken down, and Caron gonna get for 2. But something quick with the Sheriff shot. Finds that kill. Jing spotted out. Noting this, knives popped here by Texture. Should have caught a glimpse there of Jing as the wall now is raised. Presence confirmed. Something just wide swinging out. Finds the headshot, dashes.
ए कपिसी है चैट कपिस को गाली मत दो.
7 HP remaining on him. Jing now dropping down. The headshot instantly found.
रुक जाओ कपिस नहीं है
Still
शायद.
just a stinger in hand. Now a Vandal picked up. Let's bring around the Rosie, some trading places, but nothing going to be spotted. No sounds being made. Jing pushing forward.
कपिसी है.
Kill.
कपिसी है.
Around. It's a thrifty one.
साला मेरे को कब से लग रहा था मैं कर रहा हूँ.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like
कपिस
this
है
is
बे.
potentially going to be another Gen.G round, but they're able to just slip the net enough. Our PaperX
मैं नहीं हूँ चैट.
kind of hitting them when they just don't.
इससे Gen.G
quite
निकाल
expect
देख
it.
रहे
A
हो.
little bit pacier than Gen.G was ready for with those stingers. That opens up the round. Oh my God, something.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh my.
And that, I mean, the knives play so well to Something's play style because he's constantly wide swinging, but you get that pinpoint accuracy.
Thirsty पे thirsty हो रहा
As
है.
he dubbed it, I think others have the sum swing.
The Some swing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like that. But I mean, yeah, he's built for Jet in so many different ways. He's got an op now as well. Ooh, it's quite a bit of damage on a
3 बंदे
Munchkin there.
दिखे
Jing.
उसको 3 बंदे.
Taking
Down to
Munchkin.
67.
Yeah, not feeling great after that. But a lot of ults to play with for Gen.G. Both teams have their Viper's
बंदे
pit, but you also have
दिखे.
the lockdown to counter PaperX's Viper's
क्या
pit.
डिंग
So the
लगाना
ult
उसको
cycle
लेकिन.
very much in
Spam
Gen.G's
ding
favor,
लगा
plus
शायद.
the Thrash as well. So it's going to be hard for PaperX to find the opening, and Texture wins against something.
Sticking down, looks for the repeat, but that shot could go a little bit wide. For the follow-up as well as Divine just having to drift across that mosh, get himself out to safety, does have that spike in hand. In the meantime, Mindfreak's been able to lurk all the way up in towards Kitchen. Ball now raised. Meteor, if he pushes further forward, he's going to be at risk. ADS is in, does find Jing. Puts him down, and now he's going to relocate.
चलेगा ये rotations
Still,
काटेगा.
however, is being hounded down. The fight getting ready to come through. Pops a nano in case anybody got across the yellow, but good smoke being used against him. Forsaken able to spot him out. Finds the shot, but now Texture here at Snowman. Puts down the vibe. Spike now on the floor. 23 seconds remaining.
Viper मारेगा.
Needing to be the one to try to find the angle. There's the swing out. He finds the headshot, but still a man disadvantage from the side of PaperX. Spike being brought forward. Pit now invested. 10 seconds remaining as Munchkin arrives. The fragment down at their feet.
क्या combo किया?
Mindfreak sat here within the confines of his pit. The wingman to search, the Thrash as well. On the hunt, but it's going to be Munchkin. Tucked away, detained by his teammate. As the defuse will be held to half for him. He'll limp his way over and be able to grab that one up, but Gen.G now continue to push back, not allowing for PaperX to get these consecutive round wins. They get themselves up to 6 on the defending side.
Yeah, and I like the overall idea from PaperX in this round. I mean, you got to let something try to challenge that angle from time to time. Not always going to win it against Texture, so be it. But you're able to take that Kitchen territory under your control, but then Meteor wins a huge battle against Jing underneath Tube. Didn't even take any damage, by the way. I looked at that. He ADS's, and Jing can't find the shots. I mean, very rare that Jing isn't in control enough of his spray to at least get a little bit of damage.
मजा आ गया.
That allows Meteor to push far forward,
नहीं हम लोग
opening
बात
up the
किया
angle
था
for
उसके
Texture to
बाद.
find that second kill. Karan just off the rip puts the
मैं
Viper's pit down.
भाई उसका तो बैग देखेगा ना इतने क्लचेस और किचन लटके ना उसके बैग में इतने 4 घर आएगा उतना.
He's going to be the lone player left to linger within this.
उसको इंग्लिश नहीं आता है ना.
Sat back here alongside the box. I mean, Karan, if he gets any kind of sense of this, a snake bite would instantly deal with this Jet. For now, though, shoulder to shoulder. And it's going to be something who actually finds the kill. Karan going to be taken down. And that really changes the course of this round. Mindfreak watching. Cognizant of this push up. Try to swing forward and Okay, will force Lakia back. Munchkin swings back in through Hall, finds the
ये वो
headshot,
PRX
taken
है
down and
नहीं कोई और
Spike.
टीम ना
Noted out here by the spawn. Texture quick with that
भाई,
headshot,
का
shuts down
बहुत
Jing in this
गलत
round.
लग रहा है
It's
बे।
looking so good for Paper X.
टेक्सचर
As they
मिस
get
ही
the
नहीं
catch
कर
on
रहे
the
थे, वो
Karen, but it
प्रॉब्लम
all
है
just
पता है।
tumbles.
It seems like Paper X gets a little bit lost in the back part of the map because they realize they ceded over A control. Meteor is going to claim Devi's life and take the round. 7 for Gen.G, but they get so much extra space on B and they can't convert it again because a couple players, including the Spike, fall back to try to cover Texture's angle where he's coming out of A. And instead of just kind of trying to take advantage of the space they create by taking down Karan, they're all over the place, trying to work a bunch of different angles, and they're paying the price.
One enemy remaining.
And that's Spike down there, and that's round over.
बात तो खेलता है Gen.G, कुछ भी बोलो।
And it just feels like they're not kind of all on the same page at times. It doesn't feel like Paper X is being as decisive as we're kind of used to seeing him. This stage in particular, they've been really good at kind of this coordinated play. Everybody knows their job. Everybody knows where they need to be. Like, especially on this map, a lot of times it's like, okay,
like no
3 or 4 of us are going to make the push. One
the
person
ball.
just watch in the back. We're going to, scale off our own individual ability and utility. But Gen.G shut that down every time at A. Then when they try to spread the map here, they just look confused on the map. They don't all seem to know exactly what their protocols need to be in those moments. It just kind of crumbles apart. Certainly, again, weapons were in the favor of Gen.G, but
PRX demanding their jersey back
keep
from
relying on
Jinx
that.
and are ready to pay double
you've
the
got the
original
50 win,
price.
but-
Excuse me.
other than that, in the pistol, that's all you've got to speak of for Paper X.
I mean, right now it feels like Gen.G are beating the Shanghai back into him. Very different look of Paper X from what we've been seeing.
भाई Munchkin का assist PRX के kills से ज़्यादा।
Just across the board. Not really worth isolating any one player. It's just across the entire team right now. Not the same performances that we have been seeing. Orb going to be snatched up here. Not in time there from Jing to find the kill, but anticipates the presence there of Lakia. Is able to find that, and it's going to be a solid opener here for Paper X.
And they're going to peel off. Make a little bit of noise, create a little bit of pressure, try to go the other way, but Texture waiting with the op. Yeah, you got the spot on the mine.
return जाओ ये पे।
You want to actually challenge into this is the question.
Oh, what a flash.
Okay, does
क्या
come through.
blind दिया?
नाइस
Him off
फ्लैश
guard.
जिसने भी ये फ्लैश दिया उसको
He's still here. Kill not found. Fragment to try to hold him at bay, but he's going to slink around the side of that one. Looks for the flick. Cannot make it happen. Texture now very much at risk. Here's the updraft up over the top. Meteor with the covering fire. He's able to
जिंदा
take him
कैसे
down.
है अभी तक? जिंदा कैसे?
जिंदा है
Jing, but now
क्या है बे
3 players left
बंदा?
alive on the side of Paper X. Forsaken surviving with 1 HP.
Team
Karen now all on his
of
lonesome.
Texture was good till now.
Spike
Agree?
planted.
क्यों नहीं जीते
Taking at
फिर?
1 HP, you could get that kill, but Forsaken wisely going to be the one left to watch the flank. This is more what I wanted to see from Paper X.
वो तो तुम लोग कंपेयर कर रहे हो ना कि
Just this
वहाँ के players
disciplined,
अभी
coordinated
निकल के क्या
executes.
मार रहे
They're
करके।
so good at.
इसलिए तुम लोग बोल रहे हो
So you give him
कि is good ये वो।
any kind of
जब
mileage
खेला
here.
था तभी
Yes.
Karen
समझ रहे हो?
absolutely could clutch this one out. Looks for the wide swing, and he will be able to take down Devi with him.
गोट बोलते।
Given just how rough the economy has been, that's still fairly devastating for the side of Paper X, but they're going to carry over an operator to try to make up for that.
Here.
7-5
Yeah,
T-ball.
this is exactly what I wanted to see out of Paper
लिख दिया।
X. Just, kind of find your moments.
हाँ?
This is
लिख
just
दिया।
great identification here by Jinx. Saw Lakia. Not that it's super surprising to see him up on those pipes. He kind of lives up there on this map. Then just everybody doing their job, covering their angles properly. Forsaken.
ए बे कुछ
Still
तो ये लोग।
upbeat. Still got a
क्या कर देगा
positive
भाई? chance
attitude.
में qualify हो गए
Good
भाई।
ults to back them up this time. Gen.G
And
has a few as
Pixless
well.
Bunks, हाँ? Jinx
Both
कपिश?
teams still sitting on their lockdowns. Both have their no command. Jing has the res.
Something's got a hell of a lot of space here in Kitchen.
Turrets destroyed.
Tailwinding forward, swing around, getting ready to come through. Karan maybe wanting to challenge him, but well, here's some of that movement.
But that's pulled a couple players over from Gen.G. But Paper X now taking a long time to get through A.
Forsaken now, sending the null
2v5,
command.
side
Karan
per
taking
2v5.
down. Jing able to find that kill. Nearly gets caught with util in
1v5,
hand. Manages to
1v5.
destabilize to find one. Munchkin
उठा?
things down over near 410.
भाई ये थोड़ा
The
ज़्यादा हो
res
गया।
decently.
ये
Bring
थोड़ा
the
ज़्यादा हो
back
गया।
into this one and the res as well.
ये
On
round-
Forsaken.
दोनों को उठा डाला बे।
Now full-blown 2v5 here for the side of Gen.G.
Spike planted.
Paper X
Difficult है।
try to get themselves a 4th round win.
शर्म आता है difficult बोलने में।
चांस ही नहीं. Save it.
I think at this point,
7-5 लग रहा है.
save is in order. But this is just
यार
all of
पूरी
a sudden
मंगाने का
Paper
मन
X
कर रहा है यार.
kind of finding new
क्या?
ideas. You know, they've
पूरी
been
मंगाने का मन कर रहा है. वो लोग सेव
pushing
कर रहे हैं
kitchen
ना.
at
तो
times
पूरी
and then
कर
trying to
सकते
make plays towards B off of it. And this time around, they say, well, let's try A instead. Draw some of that attention away from the site.
लेकिन देख लो
It's
अगर
been
मेरा
really difficult
WhatsApp
for
पे
us to get
DP नहीं
past
दिखा
410 at times
समझ में आना
because of that defensive setup that Gen.G likes to run. And they're able to
समझ
pull
में
the
आ
forces
जाएगी.
back enough.
आज मैं RR ना करियो
They're
chat
able to
में.
find
Not
much
even
more
यार,
advantageous fights. It
बात
helps that
नहीं
Jing
कर
is
रहा
hitting some
पैड.
pretty good shots too.
हैं. वो तो मैं अभी भी कर
Yeah,
सकता
being able to just
Chat click करूँ.
jump, dodge some of those bullets, and then just instantly find a
मेरी
headshot.
भेड़
Like he's
की-
playing Raze.
Round in the half.
On Paper X, improving on their scoring line that we saw on Ascent. And just give themselves a fourth an opportunity.
ठीक है लिख रहा भाई.
Trying to
हेलो.
close this out. Still do
होगा,
have that
ये वाला
lockdown, but
angle.
no
Flash
command.
pick होगा,
The
ये भी
lockdown
करेगा.
available here to the side of Gen.G as they look for the 8 and 4.
Oh, Jing.
मारता तो है बेजिंग.
Absolutely ridiculous. But they're covering each other better. This is more of the Paper X that we've seen this stage. It's just hopefully it's not too late. That's the biggest concern. Extra trying to get aggressive, but this
Just
time
saying, Sage का
a lot of
revive
util
रहता
dump
अभी.
to clear that space on top of pipes and by the orb. Make sure Gen.G can't push.
Solid anti-flash play, and with a null command pop that just sends them packing. Big pull back, but Jing take it down. That's the spike.
ये G fighting में top पर नहीं था भाई.
Looks like they don't have it too heavily watched here at the moment, so it will get scooped up. Forsaken able to go ahead and snatch that one away.
ये क्या है अभी?
Fortunate though.
हाँ? ये क्या है?
Had that not been recoverable, had they still had Texture set up on a hard line to watch it, it could have just been the round completely over. Now they're still in with an opportunity. 4v5 and Mindfreak makes a footstep.
दे दिया.
Swing out immediate,
अरे
able to
नहीं वो
readjust.
नहीं
लेकिन
देख रहा था
उसको
बे.
सामने
नहीं देख
Finds
रहा
that
था
kill.
वो.
नहीं देख रहा था वो map
Lockdown
देख
now
रहा.
invested here from the side of Divide. Meteor pushing forward, wanting to get into a position to use his own, and he does so.
Counter हो
White
गया.
swings out, challenges
Yeah.
on the boat, and he shuts them down. They'll leave to detain. He doesn't care. His work here is done.
Wrong हो गया यार.
Bro,
A flawless to close out the half, 8 and 4.
8-4. Not
बोला था
bad.
बे
Gen.G.
8-4 होएगा. बोला था.
Getting an advantage this time around.
बोला था ना.
Not squandering
ऐसे
it.
चल भाई.
Yeah, it's tremendous. What
भाई
they're
मैं तो
able to
रुका हूँ भाई.
accomplish.
Next
Poppy.
match
Like
प्रीमी जो
individually
मारेगा.
with those plays. Just
प्रीमी को
a
देख सकते हैं.
little
भाई,
mistake from
sexy
Paper
player है
X.
बे,
You know,
sexy.
Jing just,
भाई ये तो
I don't know
comeback
what
कर
he's doing
सकते
out there
थे
in front of the
यार.
orb, but he
Peaceful
pays the
जीतना है.
price.
जीतना जीत गया.
And then Mindfreak makes that little step. I have to assume Meteor heard it. At least was able to adjust well enough to take Mindfreak down. And then he just wins out in the open against 2.
8-4 ही बोला था तूने. Love you. Jersey
Can't
change
give
कर दो.
any-
Language.
Any opportunities for Gen.G because they will capitalize. For Paper X switching over to the defender side. I mean, in Pacific, the attacker side is the weaker side of the map.
PRX too cold.
For Gen.G, believe it or not, even though Icebox can be somewhat attacker sided at times. But it's not much of a difference.
I was on date with girlfriend teasing off. I asked her what is wrong. She replied, our relation is like Paper X.
Disgusting.
Now,
Burst into tears.
been doing it all year.
Our relation
Paper
was
X,
finished.
can they pick up?
Excuse me.
Both pistols here on this map. Granted, last time, the first one.
बस मैं टी-शर्ट उतार रहे हो कि नहीं? Language मनु भाई. Pistol. PRX.
Looking for a much cleaner start.
And they're buying
छाती पे
3
लिख रहा हूँ.
sheriffs.
छाती पे. तू जिंक्स होगा घर पे. कविश भाई.
So
हाँ? कविश क्या
he's
बोलो?
gonna
कपिश
rely
भाई.
mostly on the firepower here.
PRX,
Jing
pistol.
has the wall. No, he's also going to go for a sheriff.
तुमको लग रहा रहेगा किलजॉय यहाँ पे अकेला है. Change करो
And
आंसर.
a ghost now for something.
अकेला ही
Okay.
किलजॉय रहता है. हाँ?
Still trying to
नेट चालू करेगा. 2
figure out
हेडशॉट.
how they
नेट
want
से
to
एक मरेगा.
approach this
3
pistol round, but
down.
they're stacking B. And
देखना.
they're leaving Divide all on his own.
All
Just an alarm
eyes
bot and a classic
on
and
device.
some shields. He even
0
takes a
point
little
forward, and he's
yeah.
going to rotate around towards rafters.
Yep.
Calls now sounded to go ahead and start pushing forward. Paper X exploring the space over towards green. Splash and Dizzy not going to be noting much of anything here. Texture dashing forward. Takes a good amount of space, and something's not noticing the head. Texture is just poking out above the toxic screen.
Spike planted.
It's going to be the opening kill found for the side of Gen.G. Meteor watching behind. Sheriff, of course, in hand once more. Looking for that third kill. Will be denied, and Forsaken's able to take him down. But now, 2v4. Looking for the flash in, but flash doesn't connect, but it's not necessary all the same. Divide gets taken down. Forsaken finished off. Karen able to just go ahead and wallbang him down. 3-1 in pistols in the set so far, and Gen.G now up to 9.
It's been a rough map for Divide. 2-12 right now. Just the normal kind of Divide that we've seen this year hasn't really shown up to today. He's had a couple moments on Ascent, but on Icebox, nothing he can do. Yeah, just something distracted by something else going on. Meteor, as always, clean on that flank watch. Talon good for the finisher. Gen.G in cruise control.
कितने अच्छे भी DRX वाला है, इसी win दे रहे Gen.G.
Few guns being bought.
Down to
Sheriff's couple ghosts for Paper X to try to see if they can
down to earth
do to Gen.G what Gen.G did to them. Beginning of the half, but Gen.G just happy to see if there's any push out. Nothing coming, and they're gonna go all the way over to the other side. The gamble stack from Paper X going to be avoided by Gen.G, and they will be getting themselves.
उसको बाल कैसे नहीं दिखा वहाँ पे टेक्सचर का बाल कैसे नहीं दिखा?
Could just end up being a corral together and die to spike type situation here for the side of Paper
सारे
X.
लोग मरेंगे spike से.
Would love to deal with damage. Would love to get some ult charge built up. This could be a round where all they're going to be getting is a death bonus. Meteor about to peek in. Think he saw the ankles there. Now opens up. As hell is unleashed, and Forsaken ends up falling. Looks like Divide, the lone challenger, will also fall. Meteor shuts that down. He's already halfway to a lockdown here in the second round of the half. Trying to find some kind of value. They will be able to put down texture. Mindfreak coming up with that one, but Meteor is out for blood, and he is feasting tonight. A 4K as Gen.G get the double digits.
Now he's 2 away from a lockdown. Could very well get it this round. 3 Guardians, a Vandal for Meteor. Just so filthy.
ये लोग spike से भी नहीं मर रहे बे, क्या
under
सीन
his
है रे?
control. Flash is good to set up texture, even though he can't find the second. Doesn't really matter.
एक यूट्यूबर था जिंक्स
Gen.G
लगाया
is in
था,
cruise control.
करता था उसको.
Gonna just blow Paper X out of Icebox and out of this match.
अपूर्व भाई.
Here.
This is very, very challenging. Got a lot of
अपूर्व
players.
भाई आपका कल का दिन अच्छा जाएगा.
A lot of space being given up by Paper X.
And already kills found. Forsaken falling, something dead. This is just another shooting gallery here for them. Mindfreak finally able to push back. Finds one. Still 4 more players to try to work through. The gang expiring lock, yeah, back up to 85.
से हरामी बंदा है यार.
आज बम्बू मिलने वाला है. Going to be given over to them here easily at all. Still a mod for the post plan and Aeroswarm that Meteor can lob in. And there's the pop of the first.
मेरे को अभी भी comeback का smell आ रहा है.
Stave off any additional util that Paper X might have up their sleeve, but they know that this one
प्रेशर तो नहीं रहेगा.
Dustin already
T-shirt
evacuated the
पहनो.
site, looking to just hold on to weapons. Gen.G are going to move up to 11.
कबड्डी वाले लोग भी मेरी गाफ मार रहे.
Yeah, it's just crazy how good Gen.G is.
They're reflooding the site. They want these kills.
क्या हो रहा है
They're upgrades
मेरे
on the weapons
साथ
as
क्या
well.
हो
Get
रहा
rid of
है
the
माँ?
Guardians. Looks like they'll be able to scoop those up and everybody can push their way out to safety.
मेरा हो गया guys.
I mean, they're just on it today in so many different ways. Not just the firepower, but the reads as well. So good. Texture one away from the blades.
दवाई का हो गया था जैसे सिंगा.
Just barrel stuffing something is
आज
lucky.
दोबारा डे लग रहा है इनका.
Nothing he can do. Texture
पहले
just shuts him right
something
down.
अभी दवाई.
Just everybody firing on all cylinders for Gen.G.
दवाई भाई.
Aki only has 4 kills.
सर
That's
recon
'cause
rating दिखाओ.
everybody else is just destroying.
Yeah. 4 kills, but he's also only -2.
Yeah.
क्या आज एक
Just
legend का
assists on
record
top of that
टूटेगा.
one. He's doing perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's doing great. There's nothing wrong with what Lakia has done on this map. Everybody else on Gen.G just playing that potential that we know they have.
Look at the gamble again. I mean, rotations are coming through. They will be able to get there at a decent time, but now they're going to be held at an arm's length of the site as this lockdown comes through from Meteor. Munchkin watching behind, decides to pull off the angle, does give a window of opportunity for Mindfreak to try to close the gap a little bit. The rest of the team staved off. Plant now, getting ready to come through. Off flash at the ready. You're playing that first contact. Texture, just gets full flash, tries to stay silent, tries to stay in position, but does end up getting punished now. Meteor gonna be taken down as well. Rocket looking for one, but
easy,
swing out.
easy retake, easy. पीछे देख, पीछे देख, पीछे देख.
Just the former.
पीछे देख,
Munchkin finds the
पीछे
first.
देख ना.
Players to try to get through with
One
the backstab.
tap.
Comes through from Mind Freak.
मैं बोला ना comeback
Delayed,
है.
but arriving at the right time. Paper X. They will deny that map point from
The moment
Gen.G.
you wore that
it's
jersey, I knew आज बहुत घंटा हारेगा प्यारे
decision-making
घंटा.
from Paper X. Truly, yeah, they go for the gamble stack, but it's what they do off the back of it.
It's
The
not
flood
your fault.
retake, some great push and
Jersey
pulls
फेंक
by
दो,
G.
शर्म करो शर्म.
Really doing nicely together. The drop down there. Working together as a team to isolate, take down the players at Gen.G, just finding the right moment.
भाई इसके बाद
Make
वो
their
पहनेंगे.
move. Looks like Texture is going to pop the blades
DRX
this
का है मेरे
round.
पास.
Gen.G
क्या बोलते हो?
Let's go.
pulling back.
DRX का मस्त हुडी या जैकेट है मेरे
See
पास.
how they want to approach this round. All Paper X except for Devi is over on B, and that seems to be the game plan here for Paper X on this
रिबन
defender
भाई इसके
side.
बाद DRX पहन के आऊंगा मैं.
Have Devi try to
Talon, baby.
buy a little bit of time, delay what he can.
Support DRX को लेकिन
Give the opportunity.
Primi on
Oh
top.
my gosh, this is
क्या
such
बोलते
a
हो?
fast lurk from Mind Freak. But they're kind of looking his way.
Two players here that he's going to have to try to.
GG
कल
DRX.
किसको आना है Talon ने?
Secret को.
Flashing towards that one side, but there's a slow creep up, and Munchkin gets taken down. Suspects that there was going to be another player being escorted by
लग
that
नहीं
flash.
रहा है
And Lock
बे,
is able to
लग
win out
नहीं
the
रहा
fight
है
now.
आज, लग नहीं रहा
Maybe
है.
make the call, or at least
आज का
make the
weather
fake happen over here on this B site. So far, looking like it's going to work decently well.
तगड़ा game
Divine
था,
out.
Secret
It's all
versus
explosive. He
Talon.
wins out the first fight.
भाई
though.
प्रीमी
Texture
अकेला
gonna
मार
put
रहा है
down
भाई.
for a second, but now falls down to 25 HP. Has
भाई
to back
दो
away as the
गेम
kill
को
comes through.
MVP
क्या
है
उसका वो था
मैच.
क्या क्या बोलते हैं जो
Reality
Debut,
of the
debut.
situation, though.
वो था क्या
Understood
उसका?
here from the
debut
side
था
of
उसका.
Paper X as the plant comes down. And Lakia still at risk as this refill here from Forsaken comes through in Garage. Put down, head of Dubai, spotted out, but Meteor unable to
Love you
confirm the kill.
Bunch bhai. You help me in my hard times.
It's though on the follow-up, and it's
मैं
gonna
नहीं
be Jane
करता हूँ
taken
भाई
out.
help. तुम्हारा hard हो रहा है
2v3.
तुम देखो भाई
Meteor
मैं
gets
क्यों
tucked away
help करूँ?
below the Raptors. Karan winning at the
भाई
first
क्या
fight.
scene?
Meteor swings back through, finds another, and hands
भाई
Karan
1v1 तक कैसे गया?
58 HP for something, 30 on the opposite side for the Viper. The push forward, the take on the rope. Karan noting this one, trips away in towards backside, and time is ticking. Something has to stick it, and he cannot. Karan gets the win, and Gen.G gets a match point.
What a read from Karan.
पहली
here's
बार
that.
जर्सी पहन के स्ट्रीम किया
Sees the
भाई.
little trailing edge of something and is able to just play ring around the rosy.
2-0
This is all on the back
कैसे?
of Lakia winning that fight.
कैसे
And what happens on
Jack?
the map is that
One enemy
you
remaining.
see both initiators over in B garage. You see Munchkin, you see Lakia, you're like, be hit 100%. But it's actually the other three members at Gen.G just slow pushing their way towards the A
Oh,
site.
yeah,
And
GG.
Paper X completely assumed that it was going to be B. And that gave Gen.G the space they needed to get the plan.
Look at this though, completely
Oh.
different look from the side of Gen.G.
झाड़ बोलती.
Yep, draft up on
आज
the two to
Meteor
clear out of the
टीम
turret.
में पूरा
आज
And his full
Meteor
mid
बहुत मारा
focus
था.
is just picking them to pieces. Texture on the
भाई,
long lurk.
destroy
Finds a
किया.
punish onto something, and now suddenly the blink of an eye.
planted.
Mere seconds into the round.
Lower bracket kings
It is
बोलते.
Divine is the last one standing, and he can't stand for long. A flawless as Gen.G deliver utter dominance over Paper Rex.
Still a PRX fan baby.
Into the upper
Still a
final.
PRX fan.
I mean, just looked really
PRX
well
won
today.
hearts. PRX won hearts baby. PRX won hearts. हाँ मानते हो कि नहीं चैट?
हैवी बम्बू सीन है आज हैवी.
PRX OP चाहिए.
Really impressed with Gen.G. I mean, so many good reads, opening up the playbook, a lot of different looks that they're showing you on
भाई
their
Gen.G
defender
बात
side.
चला
Every
लेकिन.
round was just a
भाई
little bit
Gen.G
different, different timings.
2
when they
साल
would get
पहले
aggressive,
कैसा
when they
था और
were
अभी
gonna play,
देखना बे.
you know, for contact,
भाई 2 साल पहले
space
टूर
was
पर
given
से आ
up,
रहे
things
थे.
like that, and then that last round, just a aggressive push
ये
towards
दो
them,
साल-
taking
एक साल
advantage of that
पहले
open
थे.
space,
दो भी नहीं.
and they just dissect and dismantle
ये गए
Paper
अभी.
X.
I punched the highlights out of their hair, but it was just an incredible call at the last round saying, okay, we haven't been doing this at all throughout this game. This is basically a tiles crunch style type play.
Chat stream को like कर दो. अगर आज गलती से भी 10k likes हो गए तो 100 gifted मेरी तरफ से.
On the side of Icebox.
मेरे
Are
तरफ से.
victorious, but not into a
अब
grand
underground हो
final
जाओ. भाई मैं
just yet.
मैं ये ढूंढ के आया.
We'll have to wait.
DRX
Watch the
jersey.
next matchup, see
पंकड़ो.
who it's going to be. It's either
Where are
DRX
you?
or Talon, but that does it for us here for the first series of the day.
Oh.
Pass it back over to the analyst just to break down the action.
Where are you?
Seems as though it's business as usual for Gen.G over here, but I don't think that's going to be the last time we'll see that matchup.
DRX का आ रहा.
Even like the next few months, it's going to be a lot more, especially since this rivalry between Gen.G and PaperX is something that I feel like, you know, we absolutely love it. Every single round that we saw here is like, you know, it's basically the peak of Pacific.
It really is, isn't it? You can't help but admire everything that happens, even if it is like, you know, PaperX having like just single digits. Sometimes it just shows you how much the Gen.G has to offer. Every single round that plays, like even when PaperX has a pistol win, Gen.G flips it around just because of sheer, like, I don't know, dominance with the way that they have their defenses layered down. Every time that PaperX seemingly solves a problem, getting a little bit more space, being able to find an entry, there's another problem being created, another problem to solve on the other side, because Gen.G just has that many layers of defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the flip side as well, I think it works either way, whether you're on the defending side or attacking side. The way that Gen.G was just approaching this entire map was contact, if not contact, map control. It's the same thing that we saw on Ascent, and this formula works so well against PaperX, because PaperX is playing on that same spectrum. But Gen.G, it feels like they're just tuned in, honed in. Maybe it's the familiarity against PaperX. You know, they played so many times against each other. They know the timings, they know the tempo, they know how to interact against each other or react against their opponents, and it worked so well in this entire series.
Yeah, you didn't feel like
Dad,
Gen.G really broke
पट
into
से
a sweat
change करके
at all
आया
that
मैं, पट
series.
से.
Not just yet.
DRX
There
jersey
were
ढूंढ रहा हूँ,
probably
पट से
a
change
few
करके आया.
rounds where they got a little bit nervous.
इबन भाई,
Texture
मैं
probably,
आ रहा हूँ
you know,
DRX
got out of
bonk
his
spy
chill,
बन के.
prepared to start
Be
his
right back.
tantrum a little bit. But you know, overall, I feel like this was Gen.G like very, very well paced, and I wouldn't expect anything less from them. They are, after all, our our Master Shanghai champions.
Truly. I mean, Paper Thin Achilles kind of mentioned it, right? PaperX really just a little bit manhandled. So you see how every round plays out. Like, even sometimes when it almost looks as though Mindfreak was able to sneak through tube or something, and maybe he gets the drop right. He didn't get detected by the turret, but then Meteor just decides to, I don't know. His aim was on a different level for this map. He had that round with a like 4K on the Sheriff, and that's just like things like
Meteor
that
and Sheriff
keep
things,
happening.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also with dinosaurs, I guess, you know. Like, damn. But it really is just that painful.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to add to that as well. You saw how, again, there was that map control that we saw from PaperX. Sure, it's going to cut off Gen.G, and once, let's say Mindfreak gets a pick here, and then someone gets left on the B site, some teams, they'll actually try to fall back so that they can regroup first and then react afterwards, maybe play for that post plant. But Gen.G is so confident right now that they're actually willing to
मिल गया
how far they can
रुक जाओ, कॉल अटेंड करके आ रहा हूँ. मिल गया, लेकिन मिल गया. रेडी रहना चैट. ड्रम रोल चाहिए, ड्रम रोल.
From Gen.G, or at least too successful from Gen.G if they try to do that in the past.
Unfortunately, their success means that we are not going into a map number 3, which means that, yeah, sure, Asarai gets, okay, yeah.
No. Here's the thing. I lost yesterday's predictions, both of them. So this is the universe giving me content.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Giving me
where are you?
consolation.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
well,
there already.
you're gonna sit.
You just
down.
sunk a little bit more to the
Yeah.
ground.
Sure.
I'm gonna go over here.
I built a nice little hut
and
for myself.
Yeah.
Our
after
viewers
this,
go
you're
up,
gonna
our viewers go
sprout,
down.
like,
Oh, you're gonna join Quack over here.
Okay, here you go.
As
Got
well
a
as
friend now.
we have a new we have KO as well. KO also goes down.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
Bit.
We are victorious against the machines.
Yes, we
Our
are.
AI friend, yes indeed. For this round at least,
For this round.
we are victorious against the machines. But we'll see, because we still do have a second series for the day. But yeah, it's not often that you see PaperX struggle, especially on attack, right? But you just had so much, as you guys mentioned, like ramp control from Gen.G, but also, you have players like Texture that were just so ready for PaperX because, again, that familiarity and also I think all of the confidence based off of their entire performance from kickoff, stage 1, stage 2, and even both Masters.
Everything, yeah. Even especially I think yesterday, they came in today like feeling pretty warmed up. That's the more interesting thing, I think. For this entire series, you see Texture going on a rampage, yes, for sure. But it's tough to kind of really decide on a single player because everyone is just performing to like tip-top condition. You always see these rounds where Texture is really firing off on that operator. It doesn't happen once, it doesn't happen twice. It happens so many damn times, and it's just such a tough problem for PaperX to really solve because even if they win a little bit of contact around like yellow and they get a little bit of space, they manage to push out a little. On the other end, like towards Snowman, that's where Texture's just lying in wait with that operator, providing sniper overwatch for the team, and it's so difficult for them to break through it. And then at the same time, you've got an IGL like Munchkin who's reading everything, positioning his teammates, and fragging. And then of course, I guess, the MVP for the map, Meteor, and that 4K Sheriff that we talked about.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of also focus on how good I think Gen.G was in deterring the first entries here from PaperX, most notably Jing, and I think more importantly Something. So I was looking at the stats real quick here. Something has 6 kills, and when you look, we backtracked a little bit. That was like 12 to 6 into first kills. It was that really did a number on Something. It was like 4-0 in terms of the first kills, and you saw how I think because of that, Something started to kind of try to overcompensate in the rounds that he was still alive, over pushing, things like that, try to get that advantage from PaperX. And this is something that we saw, back in the previous Masters, where again, that was one of the issues that we were kind of wondering. PaperX coming into stage 2, it seems like it sort of reared his head here a little bit because of how good Gen.G was in, again, manhandling PaperX. But that being said, it really was a good way to shut down the big strengths of PaperX.
I gotta say though, when round 11 came along, I thought we were gonna see like exactly what happened on map 1, which is like that's usually when PaperX get their stride a little bit, but Gen.G managed to close out this time around. And with that is a 2-0 in favor of Gen.G. We're gonna take a little break, but we're gonna toss it to Jen, who is on stage right now with, I believe, Munchkin for our post-series interview.
Thank you guys, and welcome down to the stage. I'm currently standing here with Munchkin of Gen.G after taking that 2-0 win against PaperX. Now, congratulations, Munchkin, on making that upper bracket tomorrow. And also, we see all 5 players from Gen.G in their championship form already, and very certainly as well. So, talk to me about how satisfied you are going up against PaperX today. 오늘 2대0으로 경기를 빠르게 끝냈는데 선수들 폼이 진짜 너무 좋아졌잖아요. 오늘 경기력에 대해서 얼마나 만족하는지 궁금합니다.
일단 최근에 저희가 정규 시즌 때 안 좋은 모습을 좀 많이 보여드렸었는데 플레이오프 와서 정신 차리고 잘해야 된다라는 압박감이 좀 있었어요. 근데 오늘 경기 이후로 저희가 역시 잘하는 팀이고 잘하고 있으니까 유지만 하면 될 것 같다라는 생각하고 있습니다.
Well, during the regular split of stage 2, quite recently, we've been kind of inconsistent, and there were moments when we were underperforming. So we really talked to ourselves saying, hey, we really need to wake up and try our best and make sure that we stay consistent with our performance. And with this win, going up against PaperX and beating them today, it really gives us an assurance or confidence that we are still a very good team and that we can perform very well moving forward into those maybe the finals and also to the champion. So it was definitely a confidence booster for us. Now, Munchkin, obviously you're a world-class IGL and you're already ready to pop heads anytime, anywhere. So how are you so perfect? 어떻게 이렇게 완벽할 수가 있죠?
저는 아직 완벽하다고 생각하지 않고 있고 최근에 폼이 너무 안 좋았는데 오늘 좀 폼이 좋아서 저희가 전체적으로 좋은 경기를 나왔다고 생각해서 오늘만큼 제가 잘할 수 있도록 더 노력해야 될 것 같습니다.
Now, recently, I don't think I've been performing up to my own standards, and there were times when I wasn't really satisfied with my performance.
Chat, ready हो जाओ रेडी हो जाओ गाइस, रेडी हो? अंडरटेकर का म्यूजिक बजाओ पीछे. आर यू रेडी? ऑल द DRX fanboys, are you ready baby? Are you ready? दिख रहा है क्या? दिख रहा है? दिख रहा है चैट? DRX baby. Huh? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. मजा आएगा अभी. अब मजा आएगा. Let's go baby. Let's go baby. Let's go. Let's go. ए जन वापस आ गई.
So we walked away with 2-0 today, but if we meet ever again in the near future, it might not be the same results, and they might be the one walking away with that W. So we really need to keep it up and make sure that we try hard and work hard to make sure that we keep our performance up to standards, up to par, to make sure that we can win against them if we do ever get to play again. Now, I really want to talk about Ascent because you guys had a 9-1 huge lead during the first half, but switching sides ended up being 13-10. Still close it out with the W, but I just want to get your thoughts on how close the scoreline was and what's your take on how that map went. 이제 13대 11이라는 점수가 9대 1로부터 간 거잖아요. 어떻게 느끼고 있는지 궁금해요.
일단 저는 개인적으로 좀 제가 콜링을 너무
Hey, Kapish, what the fuck?
생각을 하고 있고요. 좀 더 그냥
अबे मैंने अभी देखा बे. Kapish bhai with the $140 मेरे जान के टोटे. The goat say the love you. भाई कपिश भाई का पकड़ो बे. कपिश भाई का पकड़ो. Love you यार मेरी जान. Love you यार. Thank you for the $140. NT रे एक सीरीज हारा है. Just not their day. But जिंक्स तो है. तेरा जिंक्स था. Just say. तेरा जिंक्स था. तेरा था जिंक्स. मेरा नहीं था. Just saying. Just saying. हाँ. Love you यार कपिश भाई. Love you कपिश भाई for the $140 यार कपिश भाई. Love you.
इधर दे दे यार प्लीज.
अरे सॉरी पुश टक नहीं था.
The winner of the next matchup tomorrow. So
Even by I am back with the DRX jersey and DRX gonna take it home. In the comments.
두 팀 다 잘하는 팀이라고 생각하고 있고 좋아하는 팀이기도 한데 전 그래도 한국 팀 DRX가 올라와서 저희랑 경기를 하고 저희가 그 DRX를 이겨서 결승에 올라가고 싶습니다.
At least तेरे जैसा एक जैकेट तो नहीं पहन रहा हूँ मैं 2 महीने से.
Well, they're both amazing teams, and I really love Talon and DRX, both teams. But honestly, being the Korean teams together, I just really want DRX to make it to the upper bracket, and we'll knock them down.
रिबन भाई, ऐसा कौन सा गरीब है जो मैंगलोर में 10 BHK का घर खरीदा, खुद का गाड़ी खरीदा, खुद के पैसे से अपनी बीवी और खुद सिडनी गए, वहां पे रेंट पे कर रहे.
मेरा कुछ पैसे से नहीं गया. मैं इधर
ऐसा
मैं तो फ्री में
कौन सा गरीब है यार.
थैंक्स टू TCS. लव यू TCS. Gen.G showed master champion performance. Gen.G है बे, बाप टीम है अभी का. It's the daddy team.
थंबनेल तो सही कर, किया नहीं क्या इसने? मेरे को स्विमिंग देख के टिबोन की याद आती है आजकल, पता नहीं क्यों। उस दिन
Swimming
किया
तो
तो
है
था बे, उस दिन किया तो था।
है भाई, नेशनल हूँ भाई, नेशनल।
सब तूने वो डॉल्फिन, क्रोकोडाइल सारे वो किए थे।
हाँ। क्या खेलता है भाई ये?
I just want you to be more patient because
Valorant.
these guys just play contact. So
Okay, Team Supreme. We need you guys on the stage now. Come on, let's go.
let's go. Let's go. Tara, tara.
सीक्रेट बोलते।
Let's go.
बिंक्स आई प्रेमी यू, लव यू यार। भाई प्रेमी बहुत मारेगा बे आज, बहुत मारेगा।
भाई मैं उसका ये मोन्टाज
100
देख
गिफ्ट
रहा हूँ।
बोलना मत, 10 के
क्या
लेग्स
मार
पे
रहा है?
कद्दू 10 के लेग्स नहीं होएगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा कितना होएगा मालूम है? 5 या 6 के लेग्स। मेरे को पता है ना, मेरा चैट पे फुल भरोसा है, इसलिए मैं ऐसा गोल देता हूँ जो एनएच के। भाई चेयर तो अच्छा है बे। चेयर तो अच्छा है, कितने का है बे?
グループ100周年
अच्छी ग्रुप।
私たちは愛する立川にかつてないワクワクや感動に出会う場所を作ってきました。そして今大きな夢の実現に挑戦しています。立川と
टिबन भाई, ओ टिबन भाई, तेरे को पता है वो चेयर कितने का है?
रवल भाई, थैंक यू फॉर द $200। क्या भाई, मैं क्या कर रहे हो यार? मैं तो ऐसे ही मजाक में बोला यार।
मजाक में बोला मतलब
ये-
पैसे का कदर नहीं करता। वापस आओ इधर। हाँ, पैसे का
नमो
मजाक
मैंने
करता है ये
मजाक में बोला,
भेज।
आपने फिंक्स को बस 100 दिया, मुझे 200 दिया। ये ऐसे नहीं करते यार।
हाँ ऐसे नहीं करते बोला। वापस आओ, वापस आओ, इधर कर सकते हो तुम जितना मर्जी।
यार अभी अभी ठीक है यार, जो है वो है।
आज से हमेशा पुश टू टॉक रखूंगा यार।
सॉरी सॉरी, मैंने देखा नहीं यार, नहीं था।
आज से हमेशा पुश टू टॉक रखूंगा।
लव यू यार, लैम्बोर्गिनी का पैसा आ गया वापस।
सोचा तो चीजी डिप के साथ मैं वड़ा पाव भी खाऊंगा। टिबन, वो जो स्ट्रीम पे वो चेयर आया था ना सेक्सी वाला, वो कितने का है पता है?
किसका चेयर? कहाँ पे?
स्टील केस।
मैंने देखने रहा।
स्टील केस का।
ओ स्टील केस का मैंने देखा भाई, इधर बहुत महंगी है।
भाई
मैंने देखा इधर,
सिर्फ
लेकिन चेयर है बिंग्स, मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ।
1,50,000।
चेयर है, चेयर है। अबे इधर सब पता है, मार्केट प्लेस
1,50,000।
में पता है कौन सी चेयर?
कौन
बस
सा?
वही है भाई। अरे जो हरमन क्या, हरमन मिलर्स भाई, इससे ही पड़ा है कि ले लो। पता है इधर आईटी कंपनी में वो मैंडेटरी है चेयर, हरमन मिलर। इसलिए जब कंपनी बंद होती है कुछ भी है तो मार्केट में से डाल देते।
भाई मेरे को
लेकिन
बाप
महंगा
लगा
है
चेयर
चेयर।
करके सर्च किया था भाई, 1.5 लाख।
ब्रो चेयर बहुत महंगा।
Binks for PRX jersey, PRX vlog. Binks for DRX hoodie. Will DRX be able to fight this Jinx? Jinx या Binks hashtag Binks पे love you यार सत्यम भाई। मैं बोल रहा हूँ easy win for DRX है, लेकिन प्रीमियम मारेगा। उसको 69.99 दिया, सच्ची 69 भाई। रावल भाई फैन तो यार 69 दिया है। भाई ये हुडी मस्त है वे, लेकिन DRX का।
कौन सी?
DRX का सिर्फ पीछे एक बहुत बड़ा लोगो है, देख रहे
अभी DRX वही टीम है ना जो सबसे ज्यादा स्टिकर वाली टीम।
नहीं ये हुडी है, इसमें कुछ नहीं है बे, एक DRX का लोगो है इधर यहाँ पे।
दिखाइए फुल स्क्रीन करियो। दिखाइए फुल स्क्रीन करियो
ये देख DRX का एक लोगो है यहाँ पे,
दिखा
ठीक है, और पीछे DRX लिखा है।
ये क्या है इससे बड़े तो एसेट वाली जर्सी है भाई ओके इधर इतनी गर्मी में ये क्यों पहन रहे हैं
दिख रहा है, दिख रहा है क्या लौड़े?
इससे 100 गुना बढ़िया एसेट वाली जर्सी है झूठ नहीं बोल रहा
दिख रहा है क्या?
दिख गया अभी क्या और दिखाएगा एक मिनट थोड़ा ऊपर
इबन
बिग्स भाई वो कॉइन बॉक्स दिख गया आपका
मेरा आवाज ही गया।
हाँ दिख रहा है बिग्स भाई ये क्या कर दिया आपने कॉइन बॉक्स दिखाया पीछे का
अरे दिख रहा है मेरा आवाज गया था।
अरे हाँ भाई दिख रहा है दिख गया भाई
मैं गलती से हेडफोन ही निकाल दिया, कब से चिल्ला रहा हूँ, दिख रहा है।
आपने गलती से उधर कॉइन बॉक्स दिखाया पीछे का
हाँ क्या?
हाँ बे पूरा चैट हंस रहे पूरा
डालो कॉइन्स डालो यार, चाहिए। जर्सी बाप है बे।
Especially in game, and especially, you know, with that debut. I mean, obviously, yesterday was a bit of a shocker for everybody. I mean, a week ago, Primi was just a rumor, essentially, and now he basically took down Team Secret.
He went
एक
from
week
rumor
में
to announcement to
चैंपियन स्लॉट दे दिया।
जी फाइटिंग क्यों नहीं लिया इसको
on the screen right now. Both of these players, yes, they're kind of like the rookies, especially that.
मेरे को कैसे पता बे?
Flashback from the academy
You look
team.
cool.
But that
Thank
said,
you यार
Primi
महिमा जी।
has like blown Flashback out of the water
एक
with
हीरे
his
को ही
stats,
हीरे का
with
तलाश
such a
तलाश
crazy
क्या?
performance
वो
playing
रहता
on those
परत।
2 maps yesterday against Team Secret. I mean, 52 kills. He had like 20 plus kills for both maps, and yes, they kind of did go the distance, but still, this is a very, very strong player, and it just completely shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strong
And again,
Bunks, I
there's
love
going to be a
you,
lot of
yeah.
questions, you know, moving forward with Primi right now. Is
Thumbnail
that going to
change,
be
बोला तो है।
the honeymoon phase for Talon here? Was that series going to be the only big performance output that he has for Talon? Again, this is only just the questions. But he has also proven that he does have the capacity, the confidence, and even honestly the coordination with Talon. Very quickly does he show that he's not overextending, even though he's a duelist. He's very explosive, but he doesn't like step stray away too much from the team, that they can still support him and whatnot. And we saw that kind of full-fledged already in that series against Team Secret.
Well, I do remember Frost in the post-game interview yesterday, right? He was saying how the team has actually been making space for Primi this entire time, right? They were expecting him, and there was just a little bit of complication, so they were waiting for him. So the adjustment to Primi actually wasn't as drastic as people think. The core was already playing the way they usually play, and Primi was just, you know, basically, you know, a booster to all of that.
Yeah, it really gave them
DRX
a big
आपको
boost.
bootcamp
It's something that
नहीं
they
लगे
kind of
तो
looked like
उनको
they
क्या
really
jinx करो?
needed to,
Excuse
and
me.
Thankfully enough, it happened just right yesterday, right? I mean, the way that everything plays out, you know, he's shown
देख
that
रहा है
he's not
शॉट्स देख रहा है
just able to play the duelist. Yes, he doesn't overextend. He doesn't, you know, go
देखा
too crazy, too far off
भाई
on his
उसने
own.
तो trust the
But
process
he's
का
able
टी-शर्ट ही
to,
पहना
like,
है।
play for the team as well as the Clove sometimes, which is really interesting. And what is this left hand stat?
chat.
Right side. I'm very confused as to what that is. But yeah, Flashback is
पूरा
pretty darn strong
Indian
as well.
Esports को cover
His
किया
headshot
उसने।
percentage is just right up there next to Primi, and at the same time, the potential is always, you know, I guess 5 out of 5. He also plays the Clove. He also can, you know, play onto different agents, flexing a little bit. But his statistics have been rather consistent for DRX for almost
CHUMMI
every match they
PRX
face,
का
whether or
अभी
not
बड़ा
he
सा
swaps
bootcamp
around
पे
with
पता
Sentinel
नहीं।
sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this also is such a big deal right now for DRX. Again, we go back to the point where Stax has left the team, so Flashback had to, you know, after 1 month, have to prove himself once again, coming back into stage 2, which he absolutely has. And sure, there's a lot of talks about if it's going to be, you know, who's going to be the impact player right now for DRX. And for the most part, I feel like it has been Flashback on that supportive role. Sure, Buzz is going to be Buzz, but without Flashback's help, without his ability to really put the pressure with the Clove as well as the Omen that we saw on Split, I think
Jersey
we
अच्छा
would
Talon
be
का
seeing
लेके आओ, लेके आओ।
DRX struggle a whole lot more.
You know, we're heading into
Jersey
map
अच्छा तो
picks
है।
in just a little bit, but I want to throw a bit of attention to Mako in this match, right? Simply because he's a very young IGL, and I feel like the more chaotic the team you're up against, the more experience you need as an IGL. I mean, I could be wrong, but when there's chaos around you, it's usually the wisdom that comes with experience that anchors you, right? Does this DRX have that? That's a big question.
Yes, that is a very, very good point, Mika. I'm glad that you brought that up. It is something that's, I think,
Haven
on
ban होने
everyone's
वाला है।
minds. We've seen the improvement.
हाँ।
We saw a glimpse
Haven
of that clutch
ban।
god Mako coming back on that Haven.
Talon, but
Is
say
he
Haven
gonna
ban।
be here today, right? That's another factor that we have to
Jersey
think about
अच्छा है
for this
Talon।
entire matchup because
Talon
he's
का ना
going
मैं लेके
up
आऊँगा।
against
अच्छा लगा।
Cruz, who has been one of the biggest masterminds for Talon for, you know, in all of VCT Pacific.
Absolutely, and again, the amount of confidence that we have seen from Talon, I think outweighs most of the other teams as well in terms of just, you know, pure bravado plays. And sure, DRX have kind of taken a page out of that kind of playstyle as well because they have the younger players. You were saying Mako has been trying to gear himself as that IGL, but he's also veering away from how Stax does it because, again, different pieces, different timeline for DRX right now, and honestly, moving forward again, it is going to win or lose, we will get our Abyss number 2.
Something's up.
ये क्या है?
Wait a minute.
यार उड़ी पहनती
Why?
भी
After yesterday, that's my big question. Why?
Do we have another coach interview?
Bring him here.
Hey, Turby,
We need-
where are you?
We need the information.
I have to imagine it's because they saw some stuff from yesterday and they have something prepped up, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen, of course, any team play this before, especially not DRX, but it's something that has been played throughout like the Korean Challengers scene.
अबे DRX भी ban कर दिया है
there
Haven।
as well, and we have really capable players.
100% win rate का Talon का 0।
It is going to be that same like kind of composition, you
एक
know,
दूसरे का ban
Premi
कर रहे
on
हैं क्या?
Jet. We could see Premi facing off against Buzz, and that could be another big matchup where maybe DRX just feels a little bit more confident.
इन लोगों ने
And then,
at
of course,
least select किया,
leaving
मतलब
it
कुछ
out
तो
to
होगा।
Sunset.
कल वही
That's going to
सोच
be a
के
tricky one with
secret
how,
बाहर हो
you know,
गया।
you play around the maps.
चार
That's
बंदे
very
गिरे।
true. I mean, you know,
कल भी
the
secret
other thing
खेला
I'm
था।
just thinking about is
भाई कल
they
secret
also have
जीतता
probably,
चैंपियन slot
composition,
उनका था
different
पता है।
composition as DRX, right?
गिर के slot दे दिया वो
Maybe
लोग
even
ने।
Flashback having a different controller right now that he's going to be bringing in, or maybe even just a Clove, which I would be pretty happy to see.
Clove
if
versus
ever.
Clove?
True, right?
Could happen, right? And now that, you know, Premi is in, right?
इससे
I'm
भी
assuming he's going to take over the Clove, especially from what we saw yesterday. That would mean that Jit Boys would probably take on the Sentinel role or maybe the Sage role in this composition, right? Is that enough time to adjust for Talon? But I feel like, you know, they're all in on this. And to be frank, from what we've seen yesterday, even if they are
कल तो मैच
adjusting,
में 52 kills से प्रीमी का प्रीमी मारेगा भी।
With all of his experience
Premi
from
मारेगा।
playing that much ranked, I suppose.
Very
there is a chance.
excited.
He's shown that he can really fit into the team. Sometimes they communicate, I guess, in, you know, Thai, which really works out for them, especially when you have them, you know, having that chemistry between Cruz as Jit Boys as well. And they just really need to dial themselves in for this matchup. I mean, there are a lot of factors at stake, and, you know, it's not an elimination match, so not a lot of pressure here, but we're wondering about how this like Ascent might play out, right? We've seen the compositions. Yes, Talon has shown that sort of
DRX
zombie
DRX
comp that they call it, and it has worked out really well before, especially on their attacking side.
thumbnail
But it
गलत है
does
बोला
tend to
मैंने।
slow down as well, so so it poses some difficulties.
Well, I feel like our predictions right now were a little bit difficult as well because, you know, there are a lot of things that changed within 24 hours. And, you know, when they ask us the predictions, it's kind of like, wait a minute, can we take that back a bit? Because we just saw what happened, like, you know, to Team Secret, for example. But yeah, there is a new fire with Talon.
क्योंकि वो लोग ने देख लिया प्रीमी को
They've
भाई।
been prepping for this moment, this very roster, for a
सोच
very,
DRX
very long
top
time. This
team
is exactly what they
of
wanted. For
Pacific
DRX,
time पे।
I can't imagine that they had the same anticipation for this roster, right? Big questions here, but we're gonna find out those answers as we toss it over to the stage for DRX and Talon Esports.
भाई Gen.G PRX 50% था बे। Votes 5.7 के likes 4000 शर्म करो।
A little bit over the past year
एक
and a half for
एक क्लिक करना है।
Stacks? RB? No?
Yeah, none of them are there.
예전에 많이 봤었던 튼튼한 모습들이 많이 부족하다고 느꼈었는데
아무래도 마코 선수가 처음 IGL 맞는 거기도 하고 새로운 팀이라 생각하고 있기 때문에 저희 팀에 신인들이 많지만 신인답지 않은 모습들을 많이 보여주면서 또 너무 고맙고 또 기특하다고 생각했어요.
Cruz, who will return to the international stage at Champions Seoul 2024.
I feel very good, obviously. Last year the team placed 9th, but this year from the very beginning we set a goal and we achieved it. Definitely no
आसपास
pressure
और
now.
प्रेमी अभी तो प्रेमी फैन
100%
है
쏟아부으면서 임하고 있기
Binks
때문에
by cap उड़ी की आगे
부담감이
करो
있는 것 같진 않습니다.
क्यों
Talon Esports
अच्छा तो
won't
दिख रहा
stop and we'll keep moving forward.
아무래도 리그는 솔직히 맛보기라 생각하고 있고 플레이오프에서의 승리가 더 중요하다고 생각하고 있기 때문에
I think winning this match will still be very important because if we win, we'll have a lot of momentum going into the finals.
탈론 e스포츠도 강한 팀 중 하나라고 생각하는데 선호하는 그런 픽밸류를 보여주는 것 같아서 조금 참신한 팀인 것 같아요.
Primi is the final piece to our team. We definitely have a lot more firepower, which allows
Always
us to
Primi.
do a
यार
lot more
ऐसा मत करो
aggressive
यार
things. I think DRX should be much easier this time around, and we're gonna win today.
저희가 경기 준비도 많이 했고 열심히 했고 또 결과도 생각보다 나쁘지 않기
Binks
때문에
में मैं Talon को
이번
चूज
매치
करता हूँ
저희가
because you choose
승리로
DRX
가져갈 수 있도록
DRX जीतेगा लेकिन प्रेमी टॉप फ्रैग मैच MVP
बोला क्या उसने?
भाई DRX जीतेगा प्रेमी मैच MVP मेरा प्रेडिक्शन तेरा क्या है
पता नहीं मेरे को देखना है इसको अगर ये बंदा नहीं रहता मैं सीधा डायरेक्ट बोलता क्या है
Obviously, वो बंदा नहीं रहता DRX से जीता था ना 45 होता
In Pacific's history, Talon has never won against DRX, and surely those losses ring fresh in Talon's minds today, especially their most recent loss to DRX just a few weeks ago that nearly cost them their champion slot. But DRX right now are going through the biggest change that the team has experienced so far. DRX now has more rookies than veterans on their team, and their newest IGL Mako is a rookie himself in that role.
Mako
Have the
bolte.
tables turned this time around for this rematch, and does Talon now have the upper hand,
भाई Talon का
especially since
sexy
they
है
now
ना
have
वो
a new addition to their arsenal, who within just 24 hours took everybody by surprise.
जर्सी भी अच्छा है भाई
It was such a shocking play, dropping 20 kills for 2 maps in his first ever debut. And it just shows so much.
Debut
Talon
bolte.
almost surely rises from their ashes like a phoenix, and they're spreading their
DRX
wings
won
right
chat,
here,
yeah, 2-0.
facing off against what is the brand new era for DRX.
Absolutely, and a big thing here as well that people
भाई
should
बाप
not
लगा बे
forget,
उड़ी
you know,
एक दो और लेके आना पड़ेगा
is Primi
अलग-अलग
has gotten
colours में है क्या
that
भाई
insane
sexy लगा
series
मेरे को
against Team Secret, as you were mentioning, but he still is a kind of random factor at this point. He can maybe get that big win or not, because when you look at the stats from that secret match, he had the highest skills, but he also
भाई
had the
जर्सी में
highest
पीछे
deaths
नंबर लिख
on
सकते
the
हैं
Talon
कस्टम
roster combined. So that is going to be a big thing here. Is he going to overheat against DRX right now? That are also pretty frag heavy as well, with the rookies being.
I would like to
gamers
request
and
to
whatnot.
official
And on
Riot
the
not
side
to
of
sell
DRX,
VCT
this is a team
jerseys
that,
language
sure, has a lot of
तब तक तो
rookies,
किसने ट्वीट
has
करके
just
गांड मार
formed
भी दिया
recently,
रहेगा मेरा
but this has been working much longer than Talon has been with Primi. So moving forward into the series, momentum is the name of the game. If you can win this one and get into champions with that win under your wings, it's going to be such a big factor, again, for one of the two teams.
Both teams definitely ready, and I can't wait to see Mako lead his team in this matchup. Meanwhile, for Cruz to do his own thing.
Gotta love those battle cries. We're gonna step right into Ascent, so we'll toss it on over to Paperthin and Achilles.
Thank you very much. Yes, time to go into our second series of the day. And oddly enough, so far here in the playoffs, it has been nothing but 2-0 wins. Can that change now? Hoping the answer is going to be yes, but either way,
2-0 DRX.
because we get Abyss as our second map, and oddly enough, it's DRX who've elected to take us there. But first, we'll be starting off on Talon's map pick of Ascent.
Yeah, it's going to be really curious to see exactly what both teams want to do. DRX has struggled a little bit with the Cypher.
भाई मेरे को ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है बीच में भी डबल कंट्रोलर आने वाला है
Meanwhile, Talon's been kind of up and down with the zombie comp, the immortal
Omen
comp,
Glow,
Hydra comp, whatever you want to call
Omen
it.
Glow आने वाला लग रहा है मेरे
It has
को
some
बीच में.
moments, it has some really interesting ideas, but it hasn't always been probably as effective as you'd like. So
chat.
kind of curious to see what both teams are considering, and we're just back to normal.
Back to standard. As Talon, big shifts
क्या है
coming
तेरे को वो
through.
भाई जैसे दिखा?
As we are not going to be seeing
से
the
ये
Clo,
लिया
not
ना,
going to be seeing
Jet.
the Phoenix. It's
अच्छा
going to be
भाई
Primi right there on
देखना
that jet.
चाहिए मेरे को
Going
इम्प्रेस
up
कर पाएगा
against
देखो.
Buzz. I mean, we're highlighting Flashback versus Primi in case that Clove v Clove matchup did come through, but now we can turn our sights
अगर
onto the
इम्प्रेस कर
duelists
दिया ना
here
इसका
for this
माउस
map.
माउस पैड
As
सब
Primi
कुछ कॉपी
has set
होगा
the bar pretty damn high.
सब खरीदेगा
No
तू.
doubt about it. He has
Except one.
incredible pre-aim. That is one of the biggest takeaways. I think if you go back and watch yesterday's matches, he is extremely clean with his crosshair placement, and that's saying something, because he looked like every time somebody was ready to swing him, his crosshair was right
अभी
there.
इसमें
on their
double
head.
controller,
I think it
double
was
initiator.
Ridiculous, and he's so good about
Fuck
understanding
Sentinel.
when opponents are going to want to push from certain angles, like in post-plant defenses. He is a
या फिर no duelist भी खेल सकते हैं. Double
Come out on
controller,
the stage
double
on the first time
initiator
you've ever
और
played in a
एक
tier 1
sentinel.
event and perform like he did.
No duelist.
Unreal.
No duelist कॉम भी
Got
अच्छा है
himself
उसमें.
and the team in the champions, but now
ये
the
angles
game
बहुत
is
है.
ready to go. You can see the players getting jazzed up, getting focused in on this one. As the winner will go on to play against Gen.G in the upper final, loser against PAPERX, potentially facing
तो ऊपर से पहली
elimination
बार
from
देखा बे?
the playoffs. Let's get Ascent underway. Worth
ये
touching
range
on
का
again,
ऊपर
as you
है.
mentioned, the struggles that DRX have
Map
had
के
integrating
ऊपर
the
है, नीचे
Cypher,
map दिख
now
रहा है?
less of a concern as Flashback's going to be there on the Killjoy.
Yeah, and I think this makes a lot of sense. In the last match we saw with DRX on this map, they're having a
उम्र तो
really
हो गई
tough job,
kidding के लिए.
tough time controlling mid.
दिखाओ भाई,
Especially on their
चलो,
defender
चलो।
side. They had to give up a
क्या
lot
है
of
सब,
space.
क्या है आपका
You know,
gameplay
it was
दिखाओ.
a lot harder for them to
Don't
delay
shut the
opponents
goat,
and set up
baby.
for retakes, things like that. So
ये तो लग रहा है
absolutely,
मैप
I
को पकड़
fully
के
agree with
मारेगा.
this. It was in the back of my mind. After watching them the last time out on this map, I was thinking, yeah, just bring the KO or the KJ back, and they did. So certainly, I think DRX making some good adjustments. Obviously, a lot of our eyes are on Primi. He's over in mid, but DRX trying to draw some attention away from A. So they will now
Goat पहुंच गया. Goat पहुंच
make their
गया.
way forward. Flash to work with, a Paranoia. Recon available. So a lot to work with to at least get the plan down.
Oh, but Primi finally open to kill as Foxy9 ends up falling. Buzz tucked away, ready for the peek up into heaven here. Perhaps the shots continue to ring out, and he's going to get hounded down.
चलेगा,
Buzz
entry मारा.
find the kill. 1-for-1 exchange
मारा
here.
ना entry.
Split तो है.
Shot dart
Split
not going to
है.
be connecting
Headshot भी
there.
है.
Plant's already in for DRX. Door about to be broken. Double approach from Tree. Linger around towards Gelato, but turret set up as well to go ahead and alert.
This is so tough. A lot of players
sexy
weak on
blind
Talon
here,
as well. Oh!
Magma trying to go for that swing, but Buzz just has a line up.
Here, baby.
2 kills for him. As both players dangerously low. Buzz potentially on for an ace, but no, Bane will be able to claim one. Governor takes it down. Buzz now last one standing here. There's the swing out, the instant snap onto his head.
बस है.
Laser sighted as DRX will pick up the opening pistol.
Yeah, and
Gibbons को क्या
DRX
impress
doing
करता है, वो
something
खुद
Team
plant को
Secret
warranty ने
could not
excuse me.
yesterday. Winning a pistol.
Yeah.
मारा goat
I mean, it has to be called out because it probably cost Team Secret that match.
Oh, no, it did.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair,
Asarai and Mika are just over there,
Just
10 feet away.
saying,
and,
Jigboy
you know,
से
I
एक
was
मारता
gonna
जीत जाता.
I mean, I feel a
forget
bit
about it
bad
for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad for Mika. I feel less bad for Asarai.
Fair play.
Yeah. Oh, Buzz snappy though, man. And I mean, it's got to be in the back of Buzz's mind that I'm going up against this other incredibly talented duelist, and I want to show him up. You know, Buzz's been around for so long.
DRX jersey, yes.
Quite a bit of it.
Udi.
Primi tagged to 35.
But it's got to be in the back of Buzz's mind. You know what I mean? Like, I want to show this young startup. I've been around for so long. Buzz, speaking of,
Buzz
takes down Cruz in mid.
भड़का हुआ है यार.
Buzz popping up nice and early on here in the game. Putting that Phantom purchase here to use as Bane going fishing over towards Cat and just narrowly
एक
misses
मैच
the
से
window of
Prodigy को
opportunity to
गोट
actually
बना
get
दिया
some
भाई.
damage,
उसके
if not
वजह
the
से
kill across on
चैंपियन
the Governor.
स्लॉट मिल गया भाई Talon को.
And now DRX.
और हराया भी सीक्रेट
working
को
their
जो
way
अच्छा
through
टीम
a
है.
deep knife from Foxy9. It's going to keep Talon planted as well, making them think that DRX is going to try to clear wine. Check that.
गेम देख रहा था, जेसी मार रहा था
response
उसमें.
from Talon. They're on the move. Stuck in the back of sight is Ban. Can he do anything to dissuade DRX?
He only has a classic. Nanoswarm's not set up, so can't even try to soften up the HP bars a little bit. And the first shot ends up going into the shoulder of Foxy9, who's then able to collect the kill. Plant through with 19 seconds to spare. Triple approach from Ali. As the smoke comes in, sprays open up, and flashback does get noted over at main, and Governor's going to take him down. Of course, that weapon not going to be recoverable. Let's see him drift all the way across over in towards B main. Right now, it looks like Chipboys is attempting to do. So weapon can get scooped up. They could pass that over to Governor as the full HP member, but the flashes, the util, it's all just to try to hold him at bay. DRX will eventually have to get themselves out of here, so they're starting to creep up now. Primmy, Guardian handed over to him. He's able to find one. Buzz gets taken out. Primmy lines him up to find a third. The kills are going to be there. Is everybody dead?
This
with the defuse.
is nothing.
Yeah, he just missed it.
2 seconds off. Still an immense amount of damage dealt, so you still have to applaud Primmy for the heroics using that recovered weapon to just put down everybody on DRX.
Just brutal. So clean with his aim. They do a great job waiting this out. Talon just say, okay, well, probably not going to be able to win this round. Oh, they just line up there.
Now Mako stops drifting. Foxy continues with it. And that's a round that you can definitely feel happy about at the end. Now you take a look at the purchase here for DRX coming into, well, should be a bonus. 3 stingers, 2 sheriffs.
Definitely not much of a bonus, well, 0 points. Landing at the same time there. DRX trying to push through. It's been somewhat noted, identified. Chipboys and Governor waiting. The smoke, just spraying him down.
Chipboys able to find one fragment now, going to be sent to try to further delay, and in fact, we'll find a kill. Foxy9 going to be taken out. Dash across the smoke. Buzz should have caught a glimpse of at least one player there, but the damage continues to ring out. It's flashback now, down to 44. Nothing taken on the side of Talon. Everybody perfectly healthy as that shock dart gets flashback now down to 18. Ascent reveal onto Buzz. Wall banks through as the Odin's in play, and now Mako left to do an immense amount of work. He's able to find a second headshot, firing back, and she clips there up Primmy, but Primmy will eventually flush him out, finds the kill, and flashback can do no more. 2 kills picked up. There's a amount of rally back there from DRX, but Talon get themselves all on board all the same.
Yeah, just really good understanding of the situation there by Talon. Kind of knowing that DRX, given their economic situation, probably going to have to make some kind of forced move. And they just anticipate it, spray down, throw a fragment right at the door so DRX can't bully them with those stingers or those close quarters weaponry. Really nicely done.
One enemy remaining.
He's so clean. He's just so clean.
Yeah.
Now we see how much teeth. You know, both these teams showing slightly different looks, but Talon in particular showing a very different look on this map. How much teeth this has to it. Primmy's one away from the Blade Storm even.
Yep, as is Buzz. As well, they're trying to go for a bit of a crunch play here. DRX, we invented that. Primmy gets shut down very early on as Governor as well, knocked down to 6 HP.
Yeah, that's such a huge start there for DRX.
शाम को स्ट्रीम होगा क्या पता नहीं यार, देखते हैं।
Seemingly feels like the final boss for Talon out of the round.
क्या सीन है?
Opens up a lot of extra space, but definitely no slouches on the rest of this team. They're very, very good players. Chipboys, in particular, has been stellar this year. I think Cruz does a great job leading this squad as the IGL. Van and Governor have been flexing a lot and doing what's called upon them to great success. Certainly some shock darts to clear and a util that could be in mid. Mako just doing a little bit of checking. Flash there for Buzz. I'm curious if they're going to continue through this hit. They don't really find what they wanted. Hoping to maybe punish Governor. That early damage done. Not able to do so. Governor doing a good job avoiding it. Van's watching, but here's that Jet dashing in and immediately pivoting over to try to bail out Chipboys, who gets pinged.
Yeah, a monstrous amount of spray going through. Chipboys whittled down to 51 HP. Flashback the turret, able to finish off Governor. As the Odin spray goes across, but it only finds a smattering of damage. Chipboys trying to hold things down. It's good for one, but eventually gets taken out by Buzz, and Mako continuing to push forward. will be able to
जीतेंगे
eliminate
तो
Cruz.
DRX. Sort of.
Getting themselves back in the driver's seat
अच्छी
now,
team है
3-1.
Yeah, and
Primi
it's just
MVP लेकिन.
those little things, just identifying that maybe there'd be some kind of tiles crunch play and it's shut right down by DRX. Now you got to worry about that Blade Storm in Primi's hands. He's going to have a shorty to back it up, it looks like.
Anti-flash kill है,
Oh, Bane
Bye.
played anti-flash the whole way.
Yeah. That might have
मैं
looked
बोला
like a
ना
dry
भाई,
peek,
देख
but
के मालूम पड़ा.
Primi thought that he was going to be perfectly set up for it. But Bane not giving it the
तेरे
opportunity
भाई का थोड़ा
whatsoever.
बहुत एनालिसिस तो राइट रहता है. क्या बोलते हो चैट?
I'm just kind of going over to a semi-default for DRX. Governor making sure that that cubby's clear with the fragment, but somebody from DRX had pushed forward. Go back to that main door, but it's control taken. Can it be punished?
Oh, the jump up over the top. Mako able to find one, and then Foxy9 swooping in. Covering, finds Jit Boys as well to boot. Ban the first one to arrive on the scene. It's a shot there across onto Mako, but kill not going to be found. He has to back away. Wait for the rest of the team to move over and try to reinforce, but
किसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है?
it's that
DRX.
Guardian, a stinger in the knives.
I'm not counting the knives out just yet. Cruz is going to get identified there by the drone, take some damage on the way back.
And he does, down to 27. Turret set up, flashback. Trying to catch a timing, see if he can get the punish there, but the ban, just go ahead and continue to swing out, finds that kill. It's going to be a Vandal scooped up for him. Guardian now in the hands of Cruz to see if they can do some additional damage to these players here on the site.
It's a nice piece of work. Oh, Bane.
Bane क्या
Able to
मार
shut
रहा है
down that
इसको?
Blade Storm before it even gets a chance.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker right there. There's ban now, trying to keep them contained within the site. Comes up with a third. They have to just keep pushing out into him, but Buzz able to win out that fight. They will all go
भाई,
tumbling down. No
economy
one's
की
going to be retaining
तो
anything.
MCB
Going into the next
कर
round
रहे
here
हो
is everyone's dead. And Ban, congratulations, you've hit 1,000 kills.
Yeah.
1000 kills बोलते.
What a great player he's been for the last couple of years for T1 and now
Fan following
Talon.
देखो
A
यार.
flexible player,
मैं जा रहा हूँ
selfless, transition between a bunch of different roles.
ए मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ बे वॉच पार्टी. Esports जा रहा हूँ मैं. मेरे को भी चाहिए Binks 1000 kills ऐसा लोग लिखे.
यार
हाँ. Grind
1000 deaths का जल्दी आएगा.
They've shut them out and at least made them costly. That's a lot of
Coca-Cola.
Amount of damage and now a kill. Foxy not going to be taking out Buzz on the entry. Still though, able to find two. Cruz and Governor both going to be taking down Primi as well. Caught up by the Hunter's Fury. Bane finds him
क्या
again.
मारा बे?
Bane has his number.
Jit Boys is here and Ban.
1000 UCs.
The push forward door not shut now. Is swinging closed, but Mako going to be found. Buzz trying to play elusively here. Dashes back, keep himself safe. Spike going to be scooped up. But now between a rock and a hard place. Flashback and Buzz. No HP to their names. Both of the players approaching from the same side. Jit Boys looking to try to isolate and conquer, but needs quite a bit of damage here. But now swings out.
अरे फिर से मार सकता था
Scott
Jit
Buzz covered.
Boys.
Headshot found enough. Ban needs to try to clutch it out. If he can pick off one of them, that lockdown could certainly come into play.
Sure. Let's get there. Oh, he gets
क्या बोलते
identified
हैं
though.
भाई?
Pinged out the drone now to
Yeah.
chase.
पोलवे का वैंडल तो थी भाई.
Trying to tuck back, trying to avoid, but drone spots him out in the end. Wide swing across. Alarm bot set up. Gets the pop, gets the vulnerability. As they all continue to challenge forward, Ban will be able to take one down with him, but it's going to be Buzz surviving
Random
alongside Bane as DRX move up 5-1.
Yeah. Just phenomenal entry from Buzz. Looked like maybe Talon was going to be able to thwart this, but Buzz just getting right past that Odin. Takes Cruz right out, immediately swings back towards Governor.
Raid भी
Shuts
नहीं ले
him
पाया
down,
बे
and Bane
Governor.
tracking with the Hunter's Fury. Really breaks things open. Jit Boy's all on his own
Aim
in boats.
is not aim. Let's
How about
fucking
he
go
can
बोला
finally
उसने.
covering
मैंने
Buzz
लिपरेटिंग
so
किया.
nicely
Fucking
here.
बोला.
Buzz had to watch up towards Alley. Insane awareness. Great coordination. Like if Flashback doesn't cover Buzz there, that could be a very different round.
Oh, for sure. Now Buzz just on the hunt, wanting to take Primi out here as early as he possibly
मारता है
can.
इतना
He's just
Buzz
going to be
लेकिन.
tucked away over at bench.
बस अच्छा खेल रहा.
Looking for the swing, but everybody shifting away from that top mid position.
Take flight.
Bane with drone ready. Quickly gets the mark onto him. Checks out the rest of the bench, knows that it's clear.
So many players of DRX waiting outside this lobby door. seeing if
ऐसे बैठे थे रे
there's going to be any kind of aggressive pushes or anything, but Ban is playing a little bit back. Realizes that can't really fall into boats. Just going to try to use the lockdown, but Buzz already onto the site, and that lockdown doesn't really cover much. So
no, it doesn't. It's a bit of a desperate bid here, but everybody's going to be able to avoid the tainment, and the plant can still come through safely. Now DRX are fairly fanned out here for the post plant. Smoke going to be sent down. Mate pushes up in front of that one, gets himself tucked away over at Lumber. No command now from Foxy9, pulsing out, stopping them from using things like this Hunter's Fury. All of this Sova util that Cruz has at his disposal. Locked away. In the meantime, the spike continues to tick.
Fast घुसना पड़ेगा ये लोग को बे.
So difficult for Talon.
Paranoia sent through. Bane stuck in a really rough spot. He cannot take one down with him. He ends up falling. Swarm set up.
Time नहीं है लग रहा है यार.
Knife now to be popped as well, but now the kills start flooding through. DRX coming up with 3. Primi and Jit Boys will answer back, but Jit Boys has to hightail it out. DRX will win the round. They get the lockdown out of him. They continue trending up now 4 rounds consecutively.
I mean, just not exactly sure if Ban thought that the reinforcements would get there a little bit quicker, or they could try to go for like a timing hit after the lockdown to kind of catch DRX sleeping while they're trying to make their way through. That's just disgusting. Flashback has his lockdown now as well, but DRX just no fear right now. They saw yesterday that Talon was doing a great job on the back of Primi's excellent play, but DRX is fearless. Buzz is 11-2.
He's got an outlaw as well. He knows that they're all going to be in half armor.
It's a great read on the economy. Hunter's
मार
Fury,
तो
though,
रहा है
Cruz,
प्रीमी दो मार
that
तो रहा है
lockdown
यार.
did come into play. See what DRX wants to do. It's again just kind of the same look here with Bane. This time going to try to set up Buzz to see if Buzz can play off that drone, get
the
pick, but nobody baiting from short.
जीतेगा DRX 2-0.
Buzz
top frag.
had just unscoped. Governor breathe a sigh of relief.
Standing ahead.
Avoiding what almost certainly would have been assured death. Buzz looking for the peak and tries to get the double pump there, but cannot make it happen. Comes away with 1. I'm gonna cruise bad now with 2. Suddenly leaves Mako all on his lonesome.
Execution game, CBG.
Noise made. Looks like he's gonna try to reroute over to B. We'll have to win out against Primi though. So obviously,
One tap,
ult is online.
baby.
Can't use it to pick up the spike. As draws out the weapon. Primi.
Oh boy.
Will find a shot onto him. Now just try to hold him at bay, but Mako puts him down.
Garpe.
Cover going out.
Mako hai samne.
Just not much for Mako to do at this point.
By down
No reason to really die.
Mako ko dekho bhe aisa lag raha hai ki Excel mein
Give
kuch
any
kaam
extra
kar raha hai.
orbs over.
नहीं मारता प्रीमी.
We've already got your ult.
ये होती है संस्कार.
10 seconds left.
See if you can wait this out. But yeah, I mean, just Talon is winning a big battle in the mid, finding a good timing and hitting their shots. Just makes all the difference. You know, I thought for a moment there, DRX might actually be able to win that fight. They had a pretty good numbers advantage at the front of the arches, but
yeah,
better shooting from Talon.
I think a very different round if Buzz is able to actually get the 1-2.
Yes.
But the response was very swift and accurate. Key things there for Talon. As Cruz as well, yeah, just being able to find and just shutting down those double swings coming in.
करके मारते हैं ना ये लोग. अपना तो पूरा स्प्रे होता है. ये लोग कभी वो नहीं डालते रहेंगे ना. सन स्प्रे वाला montage.
Getting pushed on this defender side, trying out the standard Ascent comp. First time in a while, so definitely seeming like they're trying to get their protocols, get their feet back underneath them. This time around, an early smoke from DRX, looking for that push out.
प्रीमी वन डे वंडर से के वन डे वंडर के वजह से चैंपियंस जा रहे हैं वो लोग.
They know that part of Talon's game plan, especially on Abyss, was to just kind of let Primi push out early, and he has done that in B main. Try to take advantage of some of that early space. It's great instincts for avoiding some of the utility, particularly the Sova utility from Team Secret. Shock darts there, clear just in case, but spot on the Foxy9 at top mid.
ऋतिक एकदम नया टीम है ना, वो लोग
check.
करेंगे चेंजेस अभी नहीं,
Mid itself, but A side is
लेकिन
completely left open, so I have to assume that
करेंगे.
some kind of setup here for
जैसे
Talon.
जैसे गेम्स खेलेगा ना,
Trying to
प्रीमियो
bait out
और
anything
इम्प्रूव
with
होता
DRX.
है
Some of their util faking a TP,
डिफेंस में भाई.
seeing if anybody from Talon would bite, but for now, the claws remained unfurled.
It seemed like they still hadn't been fully convinced here, not until the door was ready to fully shut.
Yep.
Now the rotations start coming through. Plant can come in, they have this lockdown to utilize here on the back end as Bane working his way all the way around through that attacker spawn here for the moment. And Primi going to be shut down nice and early. Mako able to find that kill, but returning fire is still going to be good. Mako, Foxy9, both eliminated. Lockdown destroyed, and Buzz out of town. Bane now starting to arrive, finds the one, but
उनको पता है ना दोनों में
going to be knowing that both these players are locked back over here towards main. The defuse being held.
भाई जिट बॉयज भड़का बे, जिट बॉयज
does
का
not allow for Bane
भड़का
to get
बे.
the opportunity.
चार मारे
Finish
ना
off
उसने,
Governor. And that's going to be Talon now.
चार मारे ना.
Themselves a second round in a row.
भाई क्यों मारा उसने?
Great stuff again. Governor pushing out ahead on the back of Cruz's utility. Clearing out those players at back gen. Chip boys, absolutely filthy in that round. 4 big kills for Talon.
Come back बोलते.
Put DRX on an eco. Buzz gonna have the hero vandal. Everybody else left to pistols. And man, I mean, they played retake the whole way there. They were sitting all the way back on stairs.
खेला ही एक मैच क्या वंडर बोल रहे हैं?
Saying, okay, well, if DRX takes this,
बात तो है, 100% सक्सेस रेट है उसका.
set up for the retake. We know the lockdown's coming. We have the ability to clear it. Let's see if we can catch the timing as they're trying to exit the site, trying to set up for those post plants. That's been a seemingly a part of the game here for Talon. Buzz going on a mission. Alarm bot to check. Pan trying to play off of it potentially. Buzz challenges.
Swing in, and it's going to be Cruz who actually swings out a little bit
एक
wider and
एक
does find
क्वेश्चन
that
है,
kill.
सीरियस.
They get the gun?
Big overcommitment.
अगर
No.
बस भाई
Oh, it's
tucked away there in pizza.
इसको मैसेज करेंगे.
Meanwhile, push out of both A and B.
दो बस
Getting ready
जाएगा.
to strike his flashback. Back to
एक
turn.
notification
Nothing
नहीं
caught
आ
with
रहा.
Foxy9. He's out into the open. He's dead. Bane will be able to find one. He does recover the
Primi
vandal.
को दिखाओ भाई,
These people
Primi को
are
दिखाओ.
absolutely destroyed down to 32.
Last player standing.
Needing that kill to really have any kind of hope or dream. Bane does manage to find one, but Jit Boys will get the closer there.
6-4. ये जीता तो
Players lost.
6-6.
Talon now starting to claw things back, still with an opportunity to make this 6-6 at the half.
Yeah, just 8.
भाई आप
really
स्लिप
trying to
शेड्यूल
challenge
कैसे मैनेज
that
करते हो?
vandal
गांड
by
मरा
Buzz.
मरा के मैनेज करते भाई.
Trying to say, okay, I know
Ah.
you're probably going to play off this alarm bot. I'm going to see if I can catch you off guard a little bit, but Cruz
नया टीम मेरे मतलब.
just drags it
अरे
across.
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कैसे खेला
And
कल
just watches
अच्छा
Foxy9
खेला.
coming down
मैं
the
बोला
stairs.
दोनों गेम मैच एमवीपी था वो.
Plenty of time there for Talon.
उसके वजह
Really
से
stable
स्लॉट
stuff
मिला
now.
भाई टैलेंट को, और इससे ज्यादा बड़ा बात क्या हो सकता है? पहला बार स्टेज में गया, खेला, सीक्रेट के सामने वो भी
First and foremost here
स्लॉट
for
दिलाया, और
DRX.
क्या करेगा एक बंदा?
Given the way that things had started off, I think a bit surprising.
Yeah, that it's our first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems that Frost is giving a lot more freedom.
लैंग्वेज प्लीज.
to his team.
टीवी पे स्ट्रीम चल
Some
रहा
of
है,
these
माफ
coaches
करे.
starting to kind of let their players try to figure it out on their own, try to learn. I think that's fine. I mean, easiest way to learn is to make mistakes and then figure it out yourself. Helps to have someone there to guide you, but absolutely Cruz is
कौन है
a very,
DC
very
पे?
smart player. He's
Ibun.
done a tremendous job for Talon this year. Stepping up as the IGL as the year rolled on.
भाई थाला फॉर अ रीजन प्रीमी.
Right on the box, so this time around,
गवर्नर भी दोनों डेडली डुलिस्ट.
mid control to be seated because they're going to 4-man stack B. Kind of curious what Talon wants to do off the rip here. They've got both
6
Chip
is
Boys
all they
and
get.
Governor
6 का पता
backing
नहीं.
Primi up.
लाइक कर
Trying to
दो.
make an
We are
aggressive
close
play.
to 5K likes.
Flashing behind the box, the push continuing. Flashback. Pull away, avoids the 0 point, but there's no one else here with him. Looks like Talon not looking to overstep.
ये तोड़ना बहुत जरूरी है.
Trying to reel it back in.
Revealing area.
Just hoping that they could catch DRX trying to
Fuck,
contest
इसने
B
अगर
main at the
फ्लैश
same
पे अगर
time.
इसने मारा ना.
Shock dart. Buzz.
Oh, just over top of his head.
सर के बाल
A
के
little bit
ऊपर
of
से
damage
गया.
from that shock, but so far the Odin, I believe, has been obscured. It's a matter of when Cruz decides to open up with it.
It's
if
so
he hears
tough.
anything
भाई
else.
भी fake
Wow.
करके ही जा रहे
Double
बे
push up here towards market.
फ्लैश पिक हो जाएगा वर्कर हो जाए
नहीं
The
ये
door
जा रहे
now.
वो लोग
अभी नहीं
A drift away. DRX just trying to play with some ambiguity here. Clear out.
अबे उसने वापस टॉरेट
ambiguity होने वाला उनके साथ
They're
लग
trying
गए
to
क्रूज
bait
को
out
लग
some
गए
rotations as well for this A hit. That's a great paranoia to set Buzz up.
बुरा लगा
Suspecting there's still a different player lurking there. Buzz now up into heaven. Tries to get the readjust though, but Jit Boy's a little bit fast for Fox 9. Off the ping reveal is able to go ahead and take him down. Ban, however, here at Hell, still going to be a bit of a menace. He comes up with a second. Mako now dead. Foxy falling. Tries to ADS in. He cannot get flashback, but Governor will.
क्या बे भाई 6-6 हो गया टीबोन
Continue, not allowing for DRX to get a win off the back of the timeout. Now we go into the last round of the half.
अभी फ्री भी मारेगा
Talon,
भाई गुड ऑफ हो गया ये
well poised to potentially make this 6
ये
and
तो
6.
वेरी गुड
Yeah,
ऑफ
Ban
6-1 से
doing a great job
ब्रो
holding
तुझे
his
पता है
ground.
मैं को कैसा
And
खेलता है
if Buzz gets this other
मेरे को
kill
तो
on
पता
the
ही
Jim
रहेगा
Boys,
ना मैं बैंगलोर जाता रहता
maybe that can break things open a little bit, but you can't get Ban cleared. And the swing outs are kind of one by one for DRX. Ban
वो क्या मारा bro
makes quick work of 3 players. Just completely shuts that round out. It was a good entry, good idea. Now here comes the spam, and here comes the push.
Oh, and they very much suspect that flashback is here around the corner. Not left us in the fragment here, but he's just completely and utterly screwed.
चलो
Eventually
6-6
decides to just go ahead and swing. He gets taken
Drone
down.
wars
Buzz
are
now
ended,
having
man.
to backpedal.
लैंग्वेज सॉरी
It's buying a lot of time to keep him at B, though.
And
DRX taking advantage of this.
And they're pushing in towards Ban. He's got to stay alive. He has that lockdown. They need that for the retake. Granted, Hunter's Fury is available from Bane. It's going to be a monstrous push up here in towards Heaven. Who's able to put Foxy down on the ground. It's technically resable, but he will not be given the opportunity to bring him back to life. He gets absolutely melted. And now we go into a 3v3. Ban gone.
वो
Lockdown
अल्ट है
cannot
लेकिन
come into
यार
play.
वो हेवन मार सकता है अल्ट
Knives popped by Buzz. Bane. Can he relocate? Can he get himself pulled back into a safe enough position to actually utilize the ultimate? Right now, it seems like he says, no, I have to stay inside. I have to play to hold door to keep things protected in that regard. Drop down into smoke from Primi and Mako. Point blank enough to be able to get the spot out. Takes him down. Now it's Buzz versus Jit Boys.
जिट बॉयज ओपी है
The push out, the right click, not going to connect. Buzz down to 51.
खेलेगा टाइम खेलेगा
Just playing time. Trying to use the clock against him here. Continues to swing out, continues to keep tabs here on this Omen, keeps his life intact, sends out a spray.
है बे बस
Has
है
done it.
बस है
On DRX.
बस है
Not allowing for things to be tied up.
बढ़िया खेला
बस है
7-5 for them in the lead at the half.
है
A very solid effort from Talon getting
अब
second.
आएगा प्रीमी बेबी
Very rough start, but really DRX able to keep this early part of the map under control by not allowing any explosive moments from Primi, not falling for many of Talon's sort of early round traps. They avoided a lot of that damage, able to get their way into sight very effectively, very quickly a lot of times, and then able to work the map pretty nicely. But then Talon able to punch back, have some good rounds of their own, contain DRX. DRX just says, okay, in that last round, saw a lot of players at B. Buzz buy a little bit of extra time over in mid, and the rest of us can go and try and take over the A site. Ban's still there, so be it, but
टिबोन
to back off is just
तेरे को
really
पता है
wasn't
बस
going to
के
get
पास
enough
कौन
help
सी
in
गाड़ी
time
है
to do much. It had that all to consider. But then
कितना पैसा पता है तेरे को बस के पास कौन सी गाड़ी है
कौन सी है बे
बस है
हाँ
गाड़ी नहीं उसके पास बस है
गंदी चूक
भाई अच्छा था
ripping them out from underneath them.
हाँ ये अच्छा था
Well, plenty of fans here.
ये अच्छा था
Showing their support for Talon, wanting to have seen that score get up to that 6-6. Missed it by narrow margins, but still, Talon in a very good spot as we get ready to swap over into their attack.
You have to imagine a lot of fans, after seeing what happened yesterday, are
चलो
like,
भाई
oh,
दिखाओ भाई क्या है भाई प्रीमी
we're here for Primi. We're gonna check it out. So
ये
far,
गया बे
hasn't
गया
been his map. 7-8-2, bottom of the scoreline for Talon so far, but could change. This is potentially
और
a half
चेंज
where he can
नहीं
really do some
श्योर
damage.
चेंज है श्योर
Oh, that
Full flash here on to Buzz, and he is absolutely dead to rights. Primi able to collect that kill. Looks for a little bit more, and he has it. Finally going to be taken down. You mentioned it. He's delivering on it.
I would
As
like
Talon
to take my
continue to
words
just try to enable him as much as possible. on these pistol rounds. I mean, you see it. The
blind
half
hook pe
armor
mara.
that he purchases, the Ghost handed over by a teammate. They know what kind of impact he can have.
Oh yeah, they will funnel everything they can to him. Ban is snappy today.
And he is, and they know that Mako's here alone as well. But Mako will stop Primi from finding himself another big multi-kill round, but Talon will still tie things up in regard to the pistols. Now, themselves just one round away from tying up the map score.
Yeah, it's a huge start on this attacker's side. See if you can get your duelist heated up. Great flash. Primi just walking right through it. Buzz tried to get out, could not in time. And that paranoia to cut off any push-ups to try to help flashback. Not gonna happen.
भाई एक अच्छा है
Only
बजट का
collected.
Amazon पे कुछ भी देख सकते हो उसके पास
See
Amazon
if they can
Premium
run
है
it
ना
back. Some Guardians. Vandal for Primi.
Just a shorty here for Buzz. They pretty much gamble stack everybody here on this B side to try to find some impact, and it's going to be Cruz taken down. Primi now turning his sights back over here to try to reinforce the rest of the team. Take him down. There's a Vandal now scooped up into Buzz's hands. Guardian shots just a hair off.
बाकी टीम किधर गई
Flashback cannot find the punish.
क्या
His spike is in their hands, but that's about the most fortunate thing that's happened for Talon thus far. Foxy 9 being spotted out.
अब उनको वैंडल मिल गई नहीं.
Opts a full retreat, pulls his
लोग
way
ने
back
भाई
in towards
किया
A main.
टैग किया वो लोग ने
This is a really good idea from Foxy to not try to fight for that space. Wait for that Vandal to get over there. Spectre as well for flashback. So a lot of damage can be done, but with mid-control seated over, Chip Boy's waiting for the cross. The spike as well there, right with him.
भाई वो मारा
Buzz
उसको टीम पता नहीं बेचू
hasn't
नहीं
moved
घुसा
a
अंदर
muscle. Just going to be watching
उसके
for
साथ एक
that
ही बंदा
market
घुसा
push. And with no pressure on A, DRX can maintain their ground. See if they can hold it. Oh, Chip Boy's crossed.
Now it's very much going to be noted.
30 seconds left.
Buzz pulls back down, relocates to the opposite side here. Spots ban, crossing out, but now it's just trying to stay tucked away here, trying to stay safe, trying to stay elusive. And as he peeks back out, he's able to find shit. That's Ban now all on his lonesome. Spike down in front of him, the smoke dissipating. Snappy does find the headshot, takes out Mako. Flash plays anti against that one, but Foxy curled up midair. Quick little jump. The right click will give DRX a thrifty.
भाई वो लोग अंदर उसके स्पैम करते स्मोक में दो बंदे मरते बे
That's going to give him that Odin now as well. Great paranoia, good up and over for Primi, but shut down by Mako. It was just
भाई वो लोग का
barrel
रिकॉन
stuffing.
सेक्सी था भाई
The classic. Spectre
ट्रैक में
upgraded
घुस
for
गया ना मेन
flashback.
प्रॉब्लम
Eventually
वो
Vandal
गया
falls into Buzz's hands, and he is
वो लोग सब काउंटर लगा के
absolutely
बैठे
on
थे
one today. 16 and 8, Ban as well, 17 and 10. Really putting on great performances, but Talon now with only a Guardian and a Sheriff to speak of in terms of their buys for their weaponry.
69 बोलते shout out to you यार Primi भाई shout
I mean,
out
this
to
is
you
right here. Tricky, just kind of the normal default for DRX. Just the contact on the Ban. Yeah.
Tries to counter spray back there with the Sheriff, but neither side taking any damage. Mako in the meantime, holding here at main, spots glimpse on the one, but then snappy to readjust to take out Governor. So KO now eliminated. Smoke going to be set up. Primi already pushed forward into it. Widely, they just have to wait this out.
Now they've got a pretty good read. It's over towards A.
Smokes तो खत्म हो गया
Any
दोनों
extra contact anywhere else on the map. All the KJ util unfettered.
लग गए
Oh, turn away. Buzz re-peeks, is able to find the shot, but not before flashback gets taken down. Ban continues to be very snappy.
Goodness.
But now look at the reposition.
सोवा का पोजीशन
Bane
ओपी
peeking over in
सोवा का
towards mid,
पोजीशन
not going to
ओपी
be spotting anything. Granted, he only has a Guardian. There's 3 players here ready to move up into this position, so Buzz is trying to get worked over. He can also find a punish, but Bane very snappy with that headshot, but Primi's taking out 2. Bane and Buzz both down, and still plenty of time to get the plant.
10 seconds left.
Is that?
Crucially though, Primi, the only one with the firepower. He's got that Guardian Cruise stuck within the site, all the weapons taken out away from him. As Foxy finds the first. To your point, not going to connect, but Primi's headshot certainly will. And now it's on the Mako. Primi dashing across. Mako staying silent, not going for the spray attempt.
Mako with brain, baby.
Sends out a smoke. Both players
Sound diya.
dancing with one another. He sees, he hears the TP, the tap on the spike, the swing out of the smoke, but Mako is able to find the shot. He finishes the job. And DRX now stretches the lead by 3 rounds.
Please tell me we have the replay of that 2K with the Guardian. That had to be filthy. Unless they just lined up again for him, but...
By shots देखना है वो, shots देखना.
Yeah, I mean, DRX has so many good things in this round. They have complete map control. Oh.
Hey, hey.
We'll transition over to the second player. But ultimately, I mean, Bane being able to get that 1 kill is what allows for this round to end up being winnable. But all it would take is one more snappy headshot for Primi. It was very nice try to try to close out that round. But now we'll have the first intervention here from Coach Frost, as well as Boy, down by 3 rounds.
I've always wanted to know, why do the coaches need the hand warmer packs?
Because their hands might be cold as well.
Well, I suppose. But
it's probably a habit. I don't know.
that could be actually. That's actually probably it.
Used to be players.
That's probably true. That
Also,
makes
it's
sense.
something to fidget with, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm a fidgeter, so I get it. Like the pen that I have at my desk is just constantly being twirled and spun, and I
69 ball.
Should have got one of the
Chilo Cruz by
stress balls from Shanghai.
Yeah, well, Mimi destroyed one of them, so
That's true.
It
did burst.
It did burst.
No,
All right, opt for Buzz. Couple away from a Hunter's Fury is Bane. Man, on track for another early lockdown. Just been having a whale of a map. Let's see if Talon has anything to deal with this op. Surely they know it's likely to be coming. 4 at top mid. Try to challenge this. Spot in the finish.
The ping out. Buzz dead. Absolutely 0 value found.
What a read.
Usko laga.
Talon knew it was gonna be there.
Incredibly strong setup and read.
Just great stuff from the coaching staff of Talon on that timeout.
Push up though, Governor. Oh, yep. Got suspicious of it. Was able to find the punish Bane, however. Over at Pizza, able to find one. Flashback comes up with 2. Premium giveaways. He's fully flashed. Mako takes him down. And just like that, it all falls on Cruz's shoulders.
Ayo.
And this was looking like a surefire win after they just nullified that operator completely and utterly.
Great by Mako, man.
I'm speechless. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Flashback is going to find his 3rd takedown Cruz, but
DRX to DRX.
I thought that was like, all right, Talon's back on track. They made such a good read there. And that's the op right back in Buzz's hands.
And with those 3 kills, that's Flashback getting caught up to ban and ult charge towards that lockdown as well. It's just a great read. Understanding exactly how DRX was going to try to enable Buzz. They nullified that. They even get the kill on Fox. Flashback snappy with it. Getting revenge here for his fallen teammates, and now operator forced recovered DRX up to 10 rounds.
This is seemingly potentially a pacey hit. Smoke does bloom for Talon. Buzz pinging it down.
Clip kar lo, guys.
Suspecting that there could be a setup. Here it comes.
Paranoia timing looking decent. Caught onto a couple different players there, but Cloudburst widely keeping them up.
Next gonna be a match.
He's just waiting for a target, but Buzz, they've all been taken away from him. Mako comes up with 2, and the entry is completely shut down. Nothing more to be done here. Ban for Governor, other than to back away and hold on to these rifles, because otherwise they have no money.
Yeah, and with no contact,
October.
Flashback is going to be able to slide back towards B, back towards his util. Get it activated again. There isn't much hope for Talon to do anything except save. 50 seconds left. I don't expect much to be done. I wouldn't be surprised at all, though. Somebody on DRX goes hunting. Perhaps Mako. Perhaps Foxy. Flashback. Foxy and Flashback. Wouldn't mind grabbing a few more ult orbs, potentially. Especially with knowing that Ban has that lockdown already anyway.
भाई इसलिए मेरे चैट में आधे लोग साइलेंट व्यूअर्स होते लग रहा है मेरे को.
Still a bit of time on the clock. Man.
Let's fan out, see if they can catch somebody holding an angle, I suppose, but the more they push, the more at risk they are going to be.
Next map Talon
saying, you know what? down to 30 HP, and I might
अभी तो हाथ गरम
give it
हो
up my
रहा है
life to potentially find a pick and get rid of one of these additional vandals here.
Found them. Found them.
Did a lot
Found
of
the
thought, we'll go ahead
permanent
and
duo.
alert. Took a little while to go off, but DRX swiftly finding the punish there at A main, getting the round win, now just 2 away from closing out Ascent.
कौन है leaks दे?
Really on point today. A lot of great plays to shut some of these moves that Talon wants to make down. And I mean, yeah, like you said, Buzz doesn't even need to get involved. Foxy and Mako so on point with their crossfire. And it's just immediately, the ping came out from Buzz when that smoke bloomed and he's like, they're setting up for an attack. He just had a great sense. Made it easy. Primi with the blades though.
अच्छा इसलिए वो return आ रहा है क्या इंडिया?
Gonna be spotted. Oh, Foxy sees everything.
And somehow gets away, not having taken any damage. A couple guns were trained out of position as well.
Sorry.
He walks out unscathed. Pings down. DRX suspecting some forward presence up into mid.
क्यों नहीं हो रही है comeback?
Buzz still sights trained over here on B main.
Sorry.
Bandit moving ever closer.
गरम हो रहा है ना हाथ.
Oh,
tucked into wine. Oh my
the
god.
timing, and Ben has the headshot.
Oh.
That brief look away.
And this baited the ult.
Oh, yep. That's brutal. And now the TP over. Mako suspecting that the rest of the team is going to be behind this KJ, but Band is a one-man army.
It's left Foxy on his own on A site.
Given the 0 point, given they identified that, they
भाई लेकिन
might
उनको
now
लग रहा रहेगा
suspect
ना एक की B है
this is going to be a fake over on towards that A site, but
They're reading short though.
yep, the approach. Getting ready to come through main.
I mean, once Foxy
भाई
gets in the mid, they're
हरामी
going
तो
to know.
है.
Potentially, DRX just has to play for retake.
Nothing spotted as well. There's still smokes committed over towards B. Now, Flash, I believe a bit of a botch on that one, but they're Odin in play. Target can't find the kill. Governor down to 25 HP, but he does survive. Lockdown now.
Flash पीछे गया ना?
If the Bane dies, Snow will clear that one out. The 103 was on.
Flash back. DRX में ना?
Have to just rely on it in a future round. Now, DRX very much realizing that they've been outdone here. They somehow reconcile the round. Knives being sent out. Primi not getting too many connections there, and Governor finished off. Now into a 3v3. Primi keeps him with the advantage. Foxy taken down.
वो guardian player.
TP onto the low ground. Mako eating a bit of damage from the nano swarms.
Guardian ही सब कुछ है.
Shit boy starts working his way around over towards window. The swing from Primi. Oh, and the accuracy is just so damn swift. He's got 9 HP. Any bullet will kill, but they cannot find him. He will carry his weapon over into the next round as Talon denied that point away from DRX.
Just the smallest of changes. You know, man there at the lineup was ready for the reswing. That forces the TP out of Mako, expecting that there'd be pressure off the back of that. Kind of maybe overreacts a little bit as the IGL just saying, okay, well,
कैस्पर इतना पैसा कमा के क्या करेगी? मेंबरशिप लो 2000 का.
I need to get over there and bail out my team, but turned out Down was just kind of taking their time, trying to work out the map themselves. Now Governor has his ult, so does Cruz. Oh my god, Buzz.
Attempted a gelato crunch here as Buzz snapping with a headshot, finds the first one. Catches enough of a glimpse to finish off the boys. And he continues to work a treat here for him. The swing out, Cruz able to go ahead and find the punish, looking for the res. Governor about to be brought back in. There's the pick off, there's the double punish. Mako collects those. Ban dealt with over at the main. DRX, they ramp up the pressure. Talon falls to the wayside.
Just what a call from Buzz and Mako there. The veterans just saying, we're going to shut this down. We're going to pressure top mid, and we are just going to end this thing. Unbelievable. What a push from Buzz. And they're somewhat ready for it, but then they get hit by a paranoia as well. And everybody's scattering from Talon, and Buzz takes full advantage. Mako waits for the res and then strikes to take 2 down. Brilliant, well thought out play from DRX. Just again, understanding those ult cycles when they can punish them. Still have the Hunter's Fury for Cruz though. Counter flashbacks lockdown. Buzz with another op. This time, really expecting a short A push. Ban again.
भाई ये बहुत crispy है बे.
Absolutely unreal, and that is going to again sow a seed of doubt here into the minds of
chicken मंगाया तो भी chicken
They're
crispy होगा लग रहा है.
overreacting to every time he gets a kill over there. They're like, surely they're going to push off that.
And now here comes the drone, the pop flash. Foxy hadn't gotten away too far. Fragment tried to intercept. Shit boys, clutch against the wall, able to find one. As Governor comes to the rescue, bailing out Primmy. Up shot, however, from Buzz, able to connect. Quick jump peek, needs a full flash, has to pull away, but Ban again going to be dealt with. Flashback, suspecting that lurch, suspecting that he was still going to be lingering.
He's got the lockdown.
Spike planted.
Very much suspicious about that position, but as you say, lockdown available, invested, it's sent. There's no fragment available here for Governor.
Targeting में try कर ले यार, trap पे तो नहीं है scene तो.
बस read कर रहे उस.
Primmy, are they going to give his life for the cause? Or he's going to end up falling down, but he manages to find a kill before the detain comes through. Flashback, finishing him off. Now suspecting the only place the Governor can be, but Governor has the shot.
अच्छी थी ना इनका
coordination in this map.
बे है बे थोड़ा गरम करने का है.
Bro, अगर वो ऑफ शॉट मिस नहीं होता.
See another timeout from DRX here sooner or later to just say, hey, stop overreacting to Ban getting these early kills.
देखते हैं क्या सीन है. ठीक है.
Main a little bit more. Some of Flashback's utility. Do a lot of other things pretty decently. But Buzz.
One enemy remaining.
Just getting outdone there, even with the blades. Went for the challenge, couldn't convert. Governor.
चोक हो गया थोड़ा, निकाल लो तो फिर.
Perfect timing. Stop Flashback from getting towards that site.
No timeout seen quite just yet. 5 attempts.
भाई फिर से 3 बंदे double blind सब है.
Sliggy would say. Looking for the tailwind forward, but oh no, it's going to be a tailwind to the side. It's Primmy. Ripped apart. Bruce just pushing his way forward. And Foxy9 with a mow down too. Buzz finding another 2 kills for himself, however, now suddenly leaves Ban all on his lonesome in a 1v3. The door shut. The spike stranded. And hopes dwindling. Ban needs to go crazy. Needs to clutch this out. Otherwise, DRX setting the stage, getting themselves to match point here in this series. And there it is.
Not bad.
13-8.
Not
Indeed,
bad.
DRX will close out Ascent over Talon. Talon's map pick.
अच्छा खेला लेकिन
Now
Primmy
we have
अच्छा
a miss
खेला.
on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, what a showing here from DRX from the get-go.
Gecko तो कहीं नहीं.
Shutting down
What a showing
this
from the
new young
get-go
talented
बोला.
player for Talon. Even though Ban had a whale of a map, still could not get over the line against Buzz and company.
Oh, for sure. I mean, credit where it's due. Ban, an absolute force to be reckoned with there. But DRX walking away victorious on the map. Let's pass it back over to the analyst desk to break down the action from Ascent before we get into Abyss.
Well, it seems as though DRX was very much prepared for what
friends
Primmy and friends, quote unquote, had to offer, right? Except, like, you know, we did see, of course, Primmy pop off, but Ban was also an integral part of Talon this time around. However, Angry Buzz is just gonna pop off at any time, and that goes for the rest of DRX as well. I was very impressed with them this map.
Yeah, you can really see it. Yes, Angry Buzz. It's also a lot of the teamwork, all the set plays, all the setups, everything that they have.
Abyss देखने में मजा आएगा. आधे लोग गिर जाएंगे.
Teamwork that they're really trying to work on.
Last time team गिरा था. एक stats ही highest. कौन सा ऐसा टीम है जो highest बार गिरा है? ऐसा stats आएगा.
Group stage, but now that we're in playoffs, it matters that much more, and they're really trying to hone it in, and you can really see it, especially in that first half. They're having so many rounds where they're.
Chat, तुम लोगों को पता है पिंकी क्या कर रही है? दो में से एक चीज, या फिर वो ह्यूमन वाला गेम ग्राइंड कर रही है, या फिर वो कपड़े चेंज करने वाला गेम ग्राइंड कर रही है. लिख के ले लो. लिख के ले लो. एक टाइम था वैलो ग्राइंड होती थी. अभी देख रहे हो ना?
The fundamentals was way better with DRX. Flashback was doing his job, a really good job at just holding angles for the Killjoy. On the flip side, for Primmy here, as he was trying to force himself onto the site, it feels like that transition with the rest of his team isn't as smooth. It seems like whenever they tried to access onto A, they were getting caught so many times, and he just kind of took the brunt of that. And again, this wasn't really, or this was kind of what I was mentioning a while ago, where in that Team Secret match, he had the most amount of kills, but he also had the most amount of deaths. So he really was into the thick of it. But I'm not sure if Talon was able to convert his deaths into their favor.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that on this map. Not too much. In their first half on the defensive side, they were always trying to like meet DRX in some of these
Clear
fights,
to
but it just didn't quite happen the way that
एक
they
time था
wanted it
immortal हुआ
to,
करते थे
because the
भाई
setups
अभी भी हो
weren't quite there.
सकता हूँ
Meanwhile, for
भाई नहीं
DRX,
खेला
like,
मैंने
they
उतना ज़्यादा
really
games
drill everything out, and you can see how they have all their setups planned, especially on the
Hitler
defensive
बंदे
side.
थे।
When you go into the second half, you see like these areas
Plus मेरा
where
कितना breaks
DRX
था,
will
मैं
be able to
grind भी
control the
नहीं
map
कर
so well in a very typical like Gen.G Korean fashion, right?
Yeah.
You have Bane with the Odin, and he's just tossing
मैं
up
एक
counter
मिनट में
recons, having that Odin at the
mobile
ready
charging
to
करके।
shoot them at an off angle if needed. Even if he misses a shot, it's the damage that's already been done. Foxy9's there to support. He pushes out when he needs to. And at the same time, you've got Mako and Buzz just doing their thing. Mako has actually done a pretty good job at calling throughout this map. They kind of lost it towards the end of the first half a little bit, but after like, a timeout here or there,
मैंने क्या बोला था
he finds these moments
क्या
where
बोला था मैंने
I think
One
Talon's
human
probably
grinder
going to be
क्या बोला
trying
था
to
मैंने
set up around like
क्या बोला था
gelato, a main.
ये होता है
Let's
पति
go in
पत्नी
for
का
a pitch.
relation
And it
पति
just
यहाँ पे
goes
बैठा
out
फिर भी मान लो पत्नी
perfectly.
क्या
They
करेगी। ये
managed to
होता है
crunch down Talon when it almost matters the most.
And I kind of just wanted to also
Binks का downfall
include
तो है,
the fact
Radiant
that
से Ascent
we were
है।
talking about how Mako was performing really well here as an IGL,
ये
right?
तो
I think he was
upfall
also performing well as a player, which again was one of the difficulties that he had the last time that we saw him. But this time, he's looking a lot more in tune with his role. And then, of course, those straight Mako times, which is looking a lot more stellar here as the highlights are, kind of showing.
I mean, you look at his kill assist, right? It's 90% in this map. That just goes to show how aware he was throughout this whole thing. And the big question that we posed, right before the series was that, was he ready, even as a rookie IGL, so to say? And it seems as though, he did really prepare for this. He did say, by the way, that he's actually very thankful to be put in this IGL role, because if it was any other team, he probably wouldn't be given the opportunity. So he is actually so ready to be, enter this next step in his journey. And it goes to show how eager he is to learn by pulling something like this off.
It's a big thing. Whenever we see Mako on stage, we don't really get that vibe from him, right? Because he looks like a gentle guy, like really nice.
Very quiet.
But I believe he has that inside of him, He's finding that confidence. He's starting to get comfortable with that role. And this is a DRX that can really potentially push Talon to their limits. I feel like it's really being tested right now.
There's going to be another test because there's no stats right now for DRX on Abyss.
Because Talon is the only team that is in Pacific right now that has played Abyss.
Team Secret as well.
No, that is in Pacific.
Oh, that's
right now.
still in playoffs.
Did you not
You
forget
didn't
what happened
specify.
yesterday?
You said Pacific.
Why do we have
Friendly
to?
fire.
Why do we have to bring up this hurt once more?
Yeah, I know.
But yes, there is a so-called abyss in the stats of DRX right now because we've only seen it once and we saw it yesterday. And there was a big question mark when we saw that DRX picked this. But after what we've seen in the first map, I actually wonder if they're like, you know what, we're better off facing something that we actually have seen before. And it's actually fresh in our minds. It was less than 24 hours ago.
It's a very good point. I mean, there is a reason why they picked for this. They had quite a bit of time and they prepared very much so for this week. And I have to imagine that this is the exact reason why, right? They prepared something for Abyss. They saw how Talon played it. Maybe they saw some gaps or weaknesses that they're looking to exploit, and that's why they've gone in for it. They have a chance at really, finishing this off 2-0 really cleanly. There is a chance. Again, it's a map that has been played in Korean challengers, several other challenger scenes here and there as well, but I believe, DRX is a team that loves to take what they can and borrow some ideas here and there and then kind of turn things into their own, because they really have, CHUMMI as their coach to really flesh everything out. And if they have all of these protocols to really lock down the site, go in for some of these retakes, for example, I think they can do a very, very good job.
Well, we'll see, because, Primi is the player with the highest stats so far in Abyss. And of course, it's kind of unfair because it's a very small sample size. But the question that I'm wondering is whether Primi will actually have the most kills on Abyss this time around once more. And that's our guess and game question. So, gentlemen, please take out your boards over here. Give me a yes or a no.
Buzz,
as
hold
to
my beer.
whether, what is that? Buzz, hold my beer.
What does that mean?
It's probably because Buzz is hold my beer. I'm gonna take this all from Primi.
Yeah, because he's a...
Okay.
Okay, give me a yes or a no if you think Primi is going to have the most kills on this map. Let's reveal our answers.
Wait.
In 3, 2, 1. I just put a yes. And Quack says it's gonna be Buzz. He's also saying Buzz, hold my beer. He's with the viewers in this one. Yeah,
I'm either staying with the viewers and Wood.
I mean, you guys are together, right? So you guys will be together all the way, whether you rank up or down. But I feel like Primi right now, I mean, like, I do have to give a shout out. I was watching Warbird's stream last night, and he made a very good point that Primi was basically like playing ranked just 1 week ago, right? And he probably has the most Abyss games right now, because all of these pros in VCT Pacific have been running the maps. They've been prepping for these, they've been scrimming and everything, and Primi is just in rank enjoying Abyss as much as he wants ever since it came out.
Enjoying it.
Enjoying it.
I mean, he definitely shows that he has some ideas, you know.
उसके बारे में भाई सिर्फ प्रीमी का ही बात होता है, सिर्फ उसके बात होता है, पता है?
Talon default.
क्या नाम कमाया है बे? Fuck. एक मैच बेटी बोल, एक मैच बंदे ने कितना नाम कमाया सोच.
मैटर करता है.
हाँ? एक
कौन सा एयरलाइन में जा रहा है? कोरिया?
सिंगापुर. भाई
सिंगापुर में वो है क्या?
भाई 3-4 घंटे का ले रे बे, फुल एयरपोर्ट बहुत बाप है मैं सुना.
ओ भाई हो गया धोनी उधर ही 4-5 घंटे.
भाई मेरे को लग रहा है, मेरे को
कम से कम 200 रील आएगी, 200 रील.
मेरे को लग रहा है कम से कम इस बार है ना ट्रिप में मेरे को 3 या 4 का फटका लगेगा, लग रहा है मेरे को. हेवी फीलिंग.
सिंगापुर में तो भाई बेस्ट एयरपोर्ट है, वन ऑफ द प्लस. जो सीनरी है ना,
मेरे कान फट
पिंक की कम से कम 200 रील बनाएगी उधर.
डोनेशन गोल चालू कर दूं?
नहीं, खाना वगैरह महंगा है क्या उधर?
किधर?
कोरिया में
उतना नहीं है रे, मतलब पर एक डिनर करने जाएंगे 2-3 बंदे तो ऐसा 3-4 हजार आएगा, ऐसा 3 हजार तक आएगा वैसा.
नहीं, थाईलैंड तो चीप है एटलीस्ट.
हाँ, थाईलैंड चीप. लेकिन ये लोग का खाना बहुत बाप है बेट कोरिया में.
इधर क्या है ना, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि 2 प्लेट चाहिए, 1 प्लेट में ऐसा 2
भाई क्या क्वांटिटी है भैंचू.
हाँ, क्वांटिटी
हेवी.
मिनिमम $15 चाहिए, ठीक है, लेकिन 2 बंदे का हो जाता.
भाई 2 नहीं, मैं एक चिकन का डिश मंगाया था भाई, 4 बंदे खा सकते.
हाँ गया
4
क्वांटिटी तो है
भाई. ऐसा लगता है एक चिकन मतलब वो लोग मेल और फीमेल दोनों एक साथ दे देते. ले
ask a favor of Riot, and this is to flip the mini-map so that the attacker side is at the bottom. When we're watching this, it's the only map. And it confuses my mind. Yeah, it confuses my poor little brain.
Well, Bane going to be spotted there. And, well, he's going to be taking out Governor.
I mean,
Three peeks from the opposite side, finds the headshot. Governor on the floor as DRX look for a second pistol win of the series.
Great gun to have in mid-top.
Catching a glimpse here. Does decide to dash away. He is able to get away out the safety. Flashback. He's having to pull off the angle. No damage going to be taken there as Trap Wires look to try to slow up the approach. The wall, however, denying as that shield as well comes through. Double tap, helping to escort them forward. Plant not going to be found quite just yet. Bane now arriving. Will stabilize. Finds the kill there onto Primi, but cannot take down Cruz. Jit Boy's, however, going to be caught up as Foxy continues to just go ahead and poke out.
Ooh. Oh my god, that was close.
3 HP fragment. Sent the try and delay. HP bars across the board pretty much are wreck aside from Mako, who's still at full HP.
30 seconds
In theory,
left.
this is the advantage here on the side of the DRX, but Cruz finding one, but Flashback pushing forward.
निकालेबल
I have retrieved the spike.
No, the Flashback is up there. Looking to see if he'll peek. Man has to go back to plant. Should be able to do so, but he fakes it.
Yep.
10 seconds left.
Time dwindling in Mako. They're holding firm. Finds the headshot, and DRX find another pistol win.
Shocking
wow,
DRX
really clean here on these pistols in this early advantage, using that Zero from top mid.
और टेक्सचर जब फॉर्म में रहता फिर क्या करे भाई, ऐसे वो पिक्स निकालता है. कितना भी काउंटर कर, 10 ब्लाइंड डाल, रिकॉन डाल, टैग कर, फिर भी मारता है. वो राउंड देखा ना, वो जिंदा कैसे वाला.
Icebox.
क्या करेगा, 100 लूटी लाएगा उसके मुंह पे.
Very happy with that. Have to be feeling really good at how they've kept Talon
This is a nice
in this new player Primi pretty well in check. That was a great maneuver there with the wall into the shield there for the ISO. I like that.
Yeah.
कितने दिन तक स्ट्रीम नहीं होएगी भाई? जुगाड़ हो रही है.
Alive and gave him
पास
another
से
shot
स्ट्रीम
there.
होने की जुगाड़ हो रही है.
I've seen them constantly playing around those ISO walls because, you know, given it's been banned for the most part, he's been playing the ISO as well. Governor just not having a good time in mid nor shit, boys. Marshall in hand, 2 quick kills. Buzz shutting him down. That's two of the big threats here on Talon, eliminated quickly clear on the camp. Send Talon packing back over towards B, where Buzz is looking to reinforce from tower.
Already some really interesting ideas from DRX.
They call for a rotate out on heart lobbed in from Cruz. There was a ping that came out. So this does just now leave Flash back on his lonesome, but Buzz hasn't drifted too far. So there's a spot out on the 1. Plenty of noise being made. Crapwire gets the catch on the 1. The swing out. Nope. First shot not going to connect. Second attempt. He does. As Buzz on for an ace with the Marshall, but can't quite find it. Man will deny it away from him.
Technically ace मारा उसने protection तोड़ा ना.
Picks up the weapon. DRX up to 2-0.
What I want to point out is, from a big picture perspective for DRX, they're not being super aggressive towards A main like we saw with Team Secret.
Sure.
So that's kind of an interesting change. They're more focused on mid. And on these early rounds, that just might be part of the idea, is that, you know, maybe Talon tries something and we've got the long-range weaponry to really shut it down. It helps when Buzz is
आराम से.
and he wanted it so bad.
Welcome to the Texas Club.
Oh.
A little bit less screaming. He was containing the rage and frustration.
Here's some a little bit more attention.
Defense map है यार. कद्दू का defense map है.
Pretty pacey hit from Talon.
कद्दू का मेरा.
Send the drone over the nade in response.
But everybody's already rotating over here from the side of DRX. Foxy taking a lot of forward space. Slide back and now the reveal. But Mako, Guardian in hand, looking for that 3rd kill. Still does a significant amount of damage and already.
भाई अच्छे wall के आर पर कूदते रहो.
Talon, even if they do come out winning it. 3 players lost. Buzz.
ये क्या read है bro?
You're ready to go for the peak. Sends out a shot. Cloudburst drop down. Keeping his maneuvers covered. Swings out.
Buzz है.
He's able to win out the fight.
Buzz है.
Banding it down. Now it's all on Shit Boys.
I have the spike.
है.
Flashbacks.
Buzz है.
Had a Bucky. Curious if he swapped over. So challenging for Jit Boys. Has one more smoke to cover the plant at the very least. Let's see what DRX wants to do.
Planted.
Push up into the smoke here from Jit. Swings out, checks the close angle. Nothing spotted there, but knows that they could be coming from any which way. He's check and clear everything. Cam set up, he hears that, knows that there's going to be one. At least approaching here from this side. He finds the headshot on the first, but cannot get the adjustment for the other. DRX. He's starting things off 3-0.
Really taking advantage of some of these punishing angles the attackers have to deal with on this map. Through A main there. Really tricky.
Shoot. 18 से लेके 20 सेकंड.
Check a couple near 90-degree angles there.
23rd को return.
They just make a crossfire.
Nice! Ooh!
Man, Buzz is fired up.
Yeah. I mean, frankly, understandable.
Yes.
It's been a roaring game for him thus far. And DRX are confirmed for their first international of the year. Missing out on the 2 Masters, something that they had never experienced before, but they still at least get to retain one of the few teams that can say we've been to every single Champions. Obviously inheriting that from the original Vision Strikers, Buzz.
बहुत मुश्किल रहता है streaming slot मिलना ना वहाँ पे.
Immediately peels back, just doing a quick check amid. Spike was left behind for Talon. So they try to change ideas a bit. C9 just gets a quick peek at Jit Boys. Doesn't find any damage. Shock dart to clear, but Buzz just waiting. Smoke out this time. Nobody gets punished from that angle by Talon as they tap an orb and immediately try to think about some library pressure. Oh, no, they're backing off of that. Looks like they're just going to try to use this jump here for Governor.
Okay. Makes the first one. Trapwire's waiting for him on the opposite side, though.
Shocking.
So the relay bolt slides right into it. The stun through. Flashback able to collect 2 kills. He and Cruz both falling for it. Solid headshot from Jit Boys will put down Buzz. Gets rid of the outlaw. Cam gets the spot out onto Primi. The push forward, the re-trigger. The re-swing, the flashback at risk. Just managed to break that double tap shield. Main jumping up over the top, swooping in from above. A 3-piece for flashback, holding down the B site. A 4-0 start now for DRX.
Yeah, what a round here. Jumping off
Pinky
the
को लेके जा
map
रहा
there.
Pinky आ रही है.
It's the round. I know he has time, but
Pinky
it's
is
funny
coming.
to see. But I mean, just really good ideas here from Flashback. The way he plays that angle, phenomenal. And then he gets the spot
भाई
onto the
इधर
ice.
से भी
So
उधर
the shield
spam
so they
होता
can
है
kind
क्या
of play
नहीं
back a little bit. Just try to see if they can wait for
वो
that to expire.
brown
Force
ball
Talon
के
to have to make a play, and force Talon to take a timeout. Off the back of that, just clean stuff from DRX so far. Once again, off to a hot start.
And I gotta say,
yeah,
based on history, I'm pleasantly surprised for DRX's sake. Because as we have had maps come out, it's often not been fantastic. Not since when Icebox was first added, all the way back before First Strike even began, before VCT.
आ रहे कोरिया
Because you think about
finals के लिए आ.
You know, Fracture, they spoke a big game about that one back in 2021.
Second time back-to-back Korea bolte.
And then they got absolutely
bodied.
bodied. Lotus didn't show it for all of last year, played it in the grand final. It was like a 13-3. It was not good.
Well, and I think this is really encouraging for DRX fans that, you know, CHUMMI and company are willing to get proactive with these new maps and really look like they're going to be coming into Champions as a force to be reckoned with. You know, yeah, it's a younger squad. Yeah, it's some players who haven't been playing together for a super long time, but they look pretty well drilled, pretty well oiled today. And this time around, Buzz is getting super aggressive towards attacker spawn. He is deep in enemy territory. Now, there is a trap wire there to account for it, but Ban could be out on an island. He's been pinged out. Buzz about to fight him back there, maybe. Oh, nope, he got past.
It's you and me.
Bounce forward, the ult coming through, but Bane able to find Governor, bringing the shield, but Flashback unable to win out the fight. He does get taken down, and widely things start looking very good here for the side of Talon.
मैं round देखा नहीं यार.
Have invested, and now Buzz completely revealed here around the back. Does manage to find the first one.
Hey.
CHUMMI has the re-trigger of
T-Bone, hey.
shield.
Hey.
Will be able to put him down. Talon
Hey.
himself
Hey.
on the
Hey.
board. Granted,
Hey.
still a fairly scrappy round, but a win nonetheless.
Hey.
Well, it's very scary to go up against Primi in that ult.
Hey.
The kill contract, certainly a ult that I feel like favors him with his impeccable crosshair placement.
Sure.
And it also helps that, you know, you have the double tap.
Readjust right there for the headshot.
One enemy remaining.
Risky stuff.
I guess that's it.
Good job. That was a well-coordinated execute there from Talon. Using that ult to full effect. Governor having to dive in and die, but mission accomplished, and oh boy, Flashback.
Waiting out that vulnerable. Fragment up over the top. He's trying to stay protected. In fact, Governor spots him out, but Flashback still wins that fight. Now Premi cleaned up. King revealing here onto the players. Jit Boys now noted. Oh, the adjustment.
मारा उसने Ben को.
Disgusting there to be able to just turn over, find Ben.
क्या मारा
Fall
बे.
down, but now it's Cruz on his lonesome. The owned and invested here. Got the money to rebuy, but
long range में उसको जो
also being able to close out this round is
भाई उधर ओमेन
very
blind नहीं दे
unlikely.
रहा है क्या?
Mako in
जिधर
position to
से
be able to hear
नियन
these
मारा.
movements. Gonna make the call to send Bane, starting to rotate over.
Just gonna be mirroring his.
Mako doesn't find a timing to actually get the punish there. It's just gonna continue to creep up from behind. But they have everybody perfectly in position, ready to strike, ready to pinch. Crusoe wisely suspicious, but Mako far enough forward and snappy enough with his reaction. We'll put him down. DRX will get themselves a 5th round win.
Yeah, I mean, the protocol's already looking really
Heavy
good
मारा उसने
for
ban
DRX
को,
on this B
heavy.
side. And also,
वो भी ban जो
Mako
last game
just
में
getting
एकदम
so deep
crispy
in
था.
enemy territory. Fantastic work here by Flashback. Gets a neural theft out. Primi left scrambling. This shot from Foxy. Oh my goodness. Ends up dying, but that is long range to be that accurate. Opt for Buzz. Gonna be watching from top mid. Dodge the recon.
Oh, legs him.
Tang tuti tang.
Shot spammed out there for Primmy.
Tuti tang.
Not gonna re-peek it here. Mako gonna be forced back out of A main.
Let's see what Talon wants to do. Just being really patient right now. DRX just staying in kind of their default.
क्या लगता है attack map है defense?
Top mid.
Bro,
They're already
मुझे तो
so
attack
weak.
लगता है.
मेरे को भी attack लगता है.
Anything that grazes him is gonna
जब
cost him his life.
वैसे
There's gonna
भी
be some kind of
B तो सबसे
library
easy
push
लगता
here from Talon. No, think better of it. Just dodging the 0 point. Had the sense of the timing on it.
Mako to check though. Watch them run. There he goes, right in behind him. Yep, spots him out. Paranoia at the ready. Just onto a few players. The smoke gets set up. Swings around the side. Finds Ban. Foxy 9 going to be left on the floor here for a moment as Mako. Team getting forward. What is that play? There was cover. I think they were watching either way.
30 seconds left.
He just offers himself up.
दूसरे बंदे
Into the
को
lion's
crazy
den.
मारा है उसने.
Now it's flashback and Buzz. And there's a shield there from Primmy.
3 मारा है T-Bone.
Ends up falling, but he finds his
3
mark.
मारा है.
एजेंट भी वैसे लिया ना.
Suddenly,
जो
flashback.
एक राउंड जीता उसमें 2 मारा है, जो दूसरा राउंड जीता उसमें 3 मारा है. है बे.
मतलब उसका मैटर करता है.
Doesn't necessarily need to say. Still a lot of money in the coffers for DRX. But this is difficult situation. Yeah, time starting to run down. Flashback to seeing if anybody was out for the pickings, but
save it, buddy. Save it.
nobody home for Talon. That was just a great execute for them. Kind of deathball their way through. Mako, I thought that was going to be really good. He got that early kill. He had a nice paranoia to kind of stall him up, but maybe got a little overeager with that TP.
Yeah. One of those moments where I was like, oh, this is going to be sick. Oh.
ये क्या है? क्यों?
It wasn't sick.
ये क्या है?
Primmy's so
ये क्या है?
difficult to deal with. He has that double tap up.
Huh?
So tricky.
The second round found here for Talon.
Has his ult again.
Very true. Still plenty of opportunity here for Talon to run this back and get
Father of
themselves into an
analysis को
advantageous
शक मत
position.
करो.
As they continue to come
2.5
alive.
मारा,
Basically
शर्म
full
कर.
buy though available on the
Very
side of
cheap,
DRX.
2.5
Buzz
मारा
just going to
वो.
be popping the knives to go alongside the Stinger, it would seem. Still positioned over here towards mid.
कोई तो उठने
Player
वाला
set
है.
up here from DRX. As Dart lands right next to his feet, but Bane finds Primmy. Kill contract now.
अल्टी
Can't
किने
come to play this
मारा?
round.
Insane. Early pick there. Again, in
रेंज
mid.
नहीं था क्या उसको उठाने का?
Have to try to make this A-hit work.
Flash going to be sent out. It connects and Mako finds the headshot. Check out Governor as well as that overdrive. Points does manage to spam through. Takes out Fox 9. 4v3.
No.
DRX with the advantage.
Stacks को भी मैं
Boys
ऐसे बोल
down to 38.
Stacks और Mako
So
का
much
combo
map
पसंद था
control.
मेरे को.
Take flight.
Slide flashback over just in case. Not really sure if there was anybody still at B main. And gets identified. Trying to cross through. Able to dodge the shock dart from Bane. Chip Boys got up top. Is Mako going to be ready for it? Oh my. Ooh.
Not ready enough to find the kill, but certainly to
उसको
make Chip
मारता
Boys
एक
think
ही
twice
बंदा था
about
रे
it.
साइड पे. Important था अभी पता हो
Max him off the angle at the very least.
30
Man
seconds
again,
left.
Being revealed as Recon's just cycled out. Talon's still going to try to play for this one, but I just threw the cyber cage. Everybody picked to pieces by the vultures that are DRX.
practice तो
Three
किया
came
है
from
बे
Bane.
map.
Stay taut as a bowstring. The fight
DRX will get
demands
themselves now up 6-2.
अभी 6-3 आएगा फिर 6-4
Big difference. That extra layer of
6-5
flash
7-5
for
switch है.
DRX.
T-Box लिख के ले.
really makes it a lot more difficult. It
Jeete
helps that you
to
get the
DRX.
early pick onto the ISO. Nuh-uh.
Oh,
what?
भाई.
He bait roofed it,
He did. Called a shot.
pointed out into the stands and just hit the homer.
Sometimes it do be like that. I don't know if like they just like had an idea that maybe Primmy was going to try to use his ult to get Buzz or something. I'm not sure. Oh, Buzz. This is so dangerous.
Oh,
Yep.
yes it is.
By
He's going to pay dearly. It's Foxy 9 now as well. Caught up there, and
ले लिया
एक और गए
Kill contract. Mako in the meantime able to find Governor back off screen as Primmy snappy with a headshot. Double tap shield back
1v1 में
through.
तो आ रहा है
85 HP. Push up over the top. Head spot for just a brief little moment. Bane is able to find the kill.
मतलब equal situations में वो मारेगा.
Shields run out.
Off angle में उसको मार सकता है. है.
Nice little
फिर से
follow through by Bane.
तीन राउंड टैलेंट जीता, तीनों राउंड में उसका इम्पैक्ट हैवी है. तीनों राउंड.
इसके लिए duelist ही
Two
चाहिए.
more orbs towards that ult again. He has been filthy with that
1v1
ult
हारता ही नहीं
tailor-made for
है.
him.
Notice किया है तूने?
He has just been punishing whenever he
ऐसे
gets it.
side से मारो.
He might get the first one on him, but he's not going to miss that headshot.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Solid around here. Primmy. Bit of a soft start, but seemingly starting to come alive here.
कितने साल का पता है वो टिबन?
3 more rounds to be played out in the half. DRX call a timeout. Wanting as advantageous of a half as they could possibly get.
For sure. Kind of curious.
ये क्या माको का
टिबन भाई.
position है?
वो टिबन भाई.
किससे खेलते वैसे?
तेरे को एक फन फैक्ट पता है टिबन?
बोलो भाई.
अगर हमने राइट टाइम पे शादी की रहती, हमारे पास भी प्रीमी होता है.
क्या?
हमने राइट टाइम पे शादी की रहती तो अपने पास भी 2-3 प्रीमी होता.
वैसा क्या?
ना चाहिए.
राइट टाइम ही तो किया भाई शादी. आप क्या भाई? 20 में करे शादी.
20 में किया ना अपन ने.
30 में बराबर है भाई शादी कर मेरे हिसाब से.
With that double tap available, but when they waited it out a little bit, forced Talon to press, take space and try to get the plants, that's when they've been really having their most success. Cruz does have the ult as well. Bane 2 away from his.
No Premi, no round win.
Final
तो यही है.
Oh Mako. Oh Mako.
On the ban, Mako. Very far forward position. Buzz, similarly, holding up close.
He's going to be able to hear so much from that spot.
Watching above. And Buzz finding the opening shot. Primmy going to be taken down.
भाई Bane तो जो गाफ मार रहा है ना मिड पे.
Able to find the kill, Mako.
देखा मैंने.
Spray a little bit of whip looks for Governor.
पूरा देखा
taking
मैंने.
down the Bane. Still there to collect. Still there to
Bane
make
mid
up
में
for the
heavy मार रहा है
shortcomings.
बे. Heavy मार रहा है.
And now it is just Cruz.
उसको info क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है यार?
Realistically, what do you try to do in this situation?
That's just
ना
so
इसके
smart
पास
from
देखना
DRX.
ड्रोन रिकॉन सब एक एटलीस्ट जेट का इन्फो निकालना पड़ेगा.
आराम से.
Trying to creep his way forward. Will be able to find his way through the vent.
Oh,
Get spotted.
down the Buzz right here, waiting. Operator shot. Gonna go wide. He's anticipating the reswing from Bane, but Bane doesn't bite. Door broken. A bit of a fake out. Now
30 seconds left.
they're shifting forward and towards the site with the cam set up, spotting him out. The pixels out of place. The dart implanted.
भाई यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है?
He was able to remove that, but another one greeting him now
कर रहा है.
as he reads the situation well. Cannot find the shot. Buzz gets in behind, takes him down. That's DRX now up to 7.
What a brilliant little set piece there. Get Mako so close to enemy territory, undetected. He can hear everything. They can do some bait and switches, even though his spray doesn't connect.
I mean, it doesn't get the kill.
No, well, I should say that. It doesn't get the kill. Yeah. It connected,
It
for
put
sure.
him down to 11.
Yeah.
And
then, you know, there's so much cover fire available for him from that position. He can hear so much of what's going on the other side. Yeah, why not?
मैं तो डबली बड़ा को मंगा रहा हूँ.
Well, this does leave Buzz currently alone over at this B site. Zek getting ready to come through.
ना एक जगह पे था. नहीं अच्छा था. एक जगह पे. मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा मेरा हिस्ट्री.
Buzz just attempting a bit of a timing shot there. It's going to be Hunter's Fury actually opened up for Bane. For any kind of tag that he can get, but it's just Buzz catching a stray. Site's theirs. DRX now to try to retake 5v5.
It all comes down to Mako. Neutralize.
Oh. Responding one. The swing out. He is prepared for it, Buzz. Head taken off. Primmy finding the third.
One enemy remaining.
This is the Primmy that was promised, the one that we got to witness yesterday. 12-5. Let's go ahead and make that 13 as he picks up a 4K. It's a flawless for Talon to go into the last round of the half.
Yeah, they're going to have a bunch of ults to work with, but it's good. change of ideas from Talon, just saying, okay, well, you want to take that space, that's fine. We'll just group up and make a coordinated push towards B. Keep Buzz off balance. You can't do much with that operator. Primi just so ready for that swing out. You can see that. There's a lot of hesitation with how clean he is.
Over there.
Trying to challenge his angles.
Drone recon करके ult मार.
Mako has a shotgun.
Oh. Buzz is in a very far forward position here. Drone cleared out.
It's you and me.
Shield pop, Jit Boy's just around the corner, dealt with Buzz. Able to find that kill, the dash out. Scurry trying to anticipate, trying to intercept, but now Primi with a kill contract, able to isolate and pick off Bane.
इसका यूज ही नहीं हो
He's
सकता.
so good in those moments. Now still a lot of work to do. He's going to try to go on his own. See if he can catch Buzz. Trying to re-clear this angle.
Shield expires, but Buzz a little bit snappier with it. Primi expecting a little bit of a deeper swing.
उसने अपना काम किया. A
I was going to be coming from the side rather than right up close. Talon, however, themselves over here onto the A side. Flashback, try to hold things down to be able to spot out Ban. Swing out and flashback. Shut it down as well. Governor dead, they're pinning out. They know exactly where Cruz is at. Paranoia, not going to connect onto him. But it doesn't matter. His flashback puts up some extra crisp shots against DRX. A monstrous advantage, 8-4.
Whenever seemingly they would go towards flashback sight, he had just great understanding of how his utility was placed in the space that it gave up. They cleared that wire.
18 साल का हिस्ट्री निकालना. सारे लोग देखना मिनी बू आया गांड मार दी, बूट आया गांड मार दी. Gen.G किसी आया उसने मारा. ये आया इसने मारा. वो फैनेटिक में हीरो आया उसने मारा. अरे क्या सीन है
Trying to do their best they can. DRX is in serious mode, it feels like.
18 मतलब बर्थडे माना तो केक स्टेज पे काटते हैं.
DRX लेगा बेस को. DRX just given the legacy behind the team. I mean, they also similarly talked about it in the video. Talon was, you know, a 9th place squad.
इसका buyout amount सब बढ़ गया रहेगा अभी.
They fell shy of the mark. They got eliminated in the opening
लेकिन
round.
इतना है वो.
They made it to not only playoffs
18 का है ना वो अभी.
made it to
Talon छोड़ के तो नहीं
Vision
जाएगा.
widely for now is accomplished.
बंदा अच्छा है.
It's just getting started.
टक के तो क्या करेगा तू?
There is so much history with this org
समझ
already. In Valorant's short history.
Show me the next one.
Obviously भाई.
Oh,
brother.
That is pretty
क्या
sick.
सीन है बिंकन पे कि देख रहे यार हम प्रेमी को मारते हुए याकी भाई.
Now would you look at that? 4 sheriffs for DRX.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
गवर्नर को क्या
I
हो
like
गया?
I mean, I think there's been some
आज
interesting
दोबारा देने बे.
kind of statistics and
आज
theory
का दिन
crafting
ही
I've seen
declare कर दो
about
दोबारा
pistol
दिन.
rounds and how you should approach it. And basically it like said that at least in ranked games, like just buy like a ghost or a sheriff. And that's like actually the higher percentage play than buying utility.
You can hit
Good shots, yeah. And I mean, on this map in particular, there's a lot of great long-range angles to take advantage of. So Ghost and Sheriff really, really powerful, I think.
जी में पोलवे 18 का है.
Talon as well. Sheriff for their own for Governor.
जैसे
Ghost for
भी
Primi,
18
Ghost for
होगा
Ban.
जल्दी. Very nice. Very
Half armor
excited,
as
yeah.
usual for Primi to really try to set him up for success in this B site.
I mean, they've done this in every single pistol, both yesterday and today.
Down B.
3-13 देश मेरा.
And, you know, as shown, especially yesterday, for good reason.
Yep.
As for now, it's going to be a 1-for-1. Governor take it down. Bane traded out. DRX going to creep their way back over towards this A site. He's going to smoke over towards tower position on B to try to at least keep some more general interest. But flashback continues to be snappy. Jeez, it's all hell.
अच्छा खेल रहा है वे flashback.
Just shot into the wall bang. Cruz
बिना
dealt
flash का
with now the
कैसे
main advantage in DRX's hands.
They're just dominating those ego battles over in mid. I mean, just dominating them.
Cam, for now, unscouted.
Safe killers. एक छुपा लगा दो कैमरा.
Too long though. Now he's been noted. Cam does go out, gets the reveal, but way to actually find any kind of punish.
पता नहीं कहाँ है.
He finds himself a snappy headshot. Will get taken down. Buzz able to deal with that, but now shield in play for Primi. 3v3.
अभी तो difficult है भाई.
The tap on the spike. Still has the wall as well. Create some obfuscation, give them some protection. So far, it's just been nothing but taps on the spike now. The attempt at the hold. Primmy, however, going to be dealt with. The push up into the smoke. Mako confirming that he's not still holding this one. Paranoia goes across, but it does not connect on to Buzz. The boys have one shot. We'll put him down. Get DRX another pistol as he dives into the abyss. But still, no fall deaths.
That's correct. It's been a little bit cleaner today. So far. I'm not holding my breath. 13 and 4.
Second भी 18, आसपास भी 19.
Just
दोनों
excellent stuff. And great patience from DRX. Waiting out the ISO util to dodge the undercut.
Buzz is on his feet.
Yeah, Buzz is just fired up today. More so than usual. He's usually pretty serious mode. Today in particular, he has been absolutely wild. Well, this time around, Talon, it's their turn to try to make a deep push through mid, but Governor gonna fake a leave out to try to set Primmy up for this lurk. Is this gonna be red? Buzz?
Oh, up the rope and Buzz. He does eat a decent amount of damage, but still wins out the fight. Falls down to 46. Given the weapon advantage, still DRX in a very strong position. Snapped up, Governor gonna be noted. He's able to back away, avoiding.
ये लोग को वो वाला करना पड़ेगा. पहले करते थे ना 4 protect 1. 21 के आसपास.
So much to consider. Paranoia is going to land right onto Governor though. Jitboy's left isolated potentially behind the site.
Pushes up into the smoke, avoids the recon. Governor is able to clear. Comes up over top of the box, trying to keep some interest trained in his direction, so maybe Jitboys has an opportunity to go for a backstab, but now Cruz taken down, flashback again, continue to find value in Mako. Snapping, gets the pivot. Takes out the opposing element. Now it's all on Ben to see if he can deal some damage to stop this from being a flawless flashback. He's pushing forward, he's on the hunt, he's looking for the kill.
Got the dig, couldn't get the follow through. 3 on the round for Black as he continues his reign of destruction here on Abyss. Cypher play, so good. The individual shooting even better. One away from a neural theft already.
बाकी लोग देखना 4-4-3 14 पे.
Throwing an interesting look here off the rip. Sending Primmy and Governor, the double duelists, out towards
मैं बोल रहा ना वो लोग को वो वाला करना पड़ेगा बे. जैसा पहला खेलते थे ना 4 protect 1.
We're gonna fake it out, use the fast lane, a lot of noise with the neon, but Buzz read it well enough. Kind of shut the round down. DRX got past the back lines of Talon without them identifying it. Cruz just constantly being checked here by Bane's utility, making sure that mid is at least under DRX's control in terms of who has the information there. And, you know, it makes it tough because Cruz has to try to re-aggress this angle. There's a cam to check for flashback if there's any push-outs this time.
Simple.
So DRX really doing a good job of like quickly identifying things that happened in the previous round that they need to deal with. Sure, the drone, not really going to see much. Jitboys sets up the one way to try to shut down this push.
Breaks the jump across, Buzz taking a couple shots there in the leg, but flashback again, value found. Who's going to be taken down? Buzz, he's looking to swing around the backhand side here. Shot's not quite going to find the kill, still does get some damage across. So Neural Theft gets invested as well. Left the Foxy 9, but he challenges on that corner and finds the elimination. Does end up falling as Governor is able to take his head off, but now it's all on Primmy. The 1v2 swinging around through the defender spawn.
Well, I'm not counting Primmy out.
पता भी है flank नहीं है वो problem है ना.
This is certainly doable for him.
Absolutely.
वो लोग को पता भी है ना कि flank नहीं है वो problem.
Here's when the next recon becomes available here for Bane.
Camera mid में है
still on CD for quite some time. Flashback just lingering. Playing a bit more of an unanticipated position. And it's another 3K.
And another bonus.
Yeah.
For DRX.
This is my spot.
And so much of this round, again, comes down to mid-control. Flashback puts that camera out there early. Early recon dart to keep Cruz at bay. And that gives him vent. That allows him to set up this crossfire to bail out his team.
Mid का हर fight वो लोग आ रहे हैं. हर fight. हर एक fight.
Yeah.
4 से 5 round
they're
वो लोग
doing
mid
all the
fight
right
आ रहे
things, and DRX is winning their individual battles, and it's everything you could want and more. They look phenomenal. There's that same dart.
Attack में भी mid fight आ रहे,
See, this
defense
time
में
around
भी
you
mid
got
fight आ रहे.
Governor pushed in towards the vent to try to counter this mid push out from Flashback. Little help from Jim Boys as well with a Marshall. Be tricky. Meanwhile, the rest of DRX is stacking up to try to challenge Primi on B. Get the spot on him at the very least, but that Guardian, I'd be fearful.
Yeah, there's certainly plenty of reason, but Buzz equally so.
जैसे
On one
sound
hand,
सुना भाग गए
takes
वे.
out Cruz.
छोड़ दिया
Suffered a lot of first deaths as of late.
गवर्नर का राउंड है.
Aggressive push forward here. Pan at least keeps things covered. They suspect at all that Governor is going to be in this spot. Fabricage is popped. Flash going to be sent, but Governor able to turn away from that one, but now he needs to nail his shot. In the meantime, Ban has been taken down, and Buzz is quick to pivot. They hold this Foxy.
Cypher को थोड़ा जिंदा रहना था.
Leaves Primi and Jit Boys. The two remaining to try to stop DRX from getting up to match point. A quick turn away, though, from Flashback. Gets timing. Jit Boys is able to pick up a weapon.
क्या लगता है?
ये भी winnable है. Smoke है ना?
Paranoia in hand for Jit Boys.
Smoke है.
Contingency.
उनके पास
The undercut as well.
Recon कभी आएगा देखना पड़ेगा. Recon shock dart BT देगा. Recon भी आने वाला है शायद.
Excuse me, the double tap.
Shadows traveling. Spike baits out a shock. It's the last one in the arsenal. There's Paranoia. The TP directly into their faces. And I get it, it's a bold attempt. You think maybe, okay, perhaps I've caught them all, perhaps they'll all be blinded up. Definitely. Primi continues to put up solid figures here with that Guardian, but Bane will put him down. The time was already gone. Bane will narrowly escape, and DRX will get themselves now up to match point.
Yeah, they're just really feeling it. And even in a moment where maybe things could go awry, with the backstab from Governor, what a swing from Buzz!
My God.
Jeez.
Quick as all hell.
Buzz ने heavy तोड़ा लेकिन दोनों game.
Insanity.
They're just knocking everything that Talon throw to them on the wayside. It's going to be DRX. Funnily enough, calling this timeout. They want to be able to just end things right here, right now. So you know what?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good scoreline to us.
Yeah. I mean, I think just trying to remind them, hey,
match point
be aware of the map, be aware of the space you're giving up. It could have cost them that round potentially. That backstab by Governor.
वो लोग रश कर सकते थे लेकिन उन लोगों ने उल्टा गए.
Otherwise, they've been doing a fantastic job. And on the round where
ये उस लोग को वो है ना
पंगा नहीं लेना.
पंगा का बात नहीं है. उनको शील्ड का भी साउंड आया. उनको पता नहीं उसके पास गन है कि नहीं. और उनको ओमेन का भी स्मोक.
गार्डियन देखा उन लोग.
और उनको ये भी ओमेन का भी स्मोक आया था शायद. तो लोगों को लगा दो बंदे उधर है. और टेक्निकली दो बंदे तो ए पे नहीं हो सकते क्योंकि मिड भी लीक हो जाएगा. तो उनको लगा 2-1-1 नहीं करके वो लोग रिवर्स गए फुल स्पीड.
I mean, Primi's pretty good on the ISO. I will say that.
प्लस वो लोग ने देखा ना एक राउंड में सिर्फ इसके पास गन रहता है.
Piece of the puzzle, but the neon for Governor.
कभी भी देखेगा ना गार्डियन बाकी लोग इको रहेंगे इसके पास गन रहता है.
Ban hasn't been as good as he was on Ascent. On the Cypher, they have a lot of ults to work with. Neural theft.
चलो भाई एक पिला जाएगा अभी.
Kill contract. Jit Boys TP.
एक गया बे एक गया.
So I'm sure that's part of the kind of reminder there from the coaching staff of DRX. It's the same little setup here from DRX that we saw earlier. Use the smokes to push two over to the other side. Use that drone around the corner to check. Send Buzz through this time. A little bit of a different look. Get him through. Flash up and over, but nobody home. So scaled into the site nicely.
Whoa,
see what Talon can do on this retake.
Already though, two players dangerously nearby to this. Will be able to get it done, but narrowly so. Down to 21 HP. Really pulled into the corner and Buzz. Oh no, it finally happened. Well, there's got to be at least one, it would seem. As Jit Boys will take out Foxy 9. Gonna be gone. Wall trying to be raised, but Governor instantly dealt with. Kill bound.
Team मर रही है वो नहीं मर रहा है.
Now, it is all on the side of Flashback. Buzz still hasn't died. He's just slowly drifting down. And Flashback tries to save him, tries to spare him his blushes, tries to stop him from appearing here in the kill feed, but the round, the map, it's already over. Flashback, Buzz's survival No fall deaths here today on a
Troll है
piss.
भाई.
But
जिंदा है
DRX
वो.
get themselves a
Face दबा
monstrous
के बैठा है.
win. They elect to
अभी
take
तक
us to
जिंदा
the
है
brand
यार.
new map, and they look incredible on it.
भाई
13-4.
पुराना वाला
as they
DRX
punch
याद आ
and
गया
take it
देख
into
के
the
यार.
upper final versus
चैंपियन
Gen.G.
वाली
Yeah,
DRX.
really great job here by DRX
आपके
prepping for Abyss.
Pacific पे
And
फर्स्ट
I
आते थे लोग.
Pacific में.
can't give them enough praise and credit for that mid control
एक
throughout
duels
this map.
भी नहीं
Making
हारा.
really good
एक
ideas
भी नहीं हारा.
off the
duels भी नहीं
information
हारा.
they would get, off the picks they would get,
सिर्फ
off
उसको
the
off
space they were
उसमें
given.
बड़ा
It was a combination of all those things for
मैं
DRX
बोला भाई
that
उसको
really
प्रॉपर
allowed them to just
ब्लाइंड
completely
रिकॉन वो सब मिलेगा ना
own
बहुत
Abyss
मारेगा
here
फिर.
over Talon.
ऐसा लग रहा था
I mean, I
बिना
like the
सपोर्ट के
ideas
मार
from
रहा
Talon in
था.
some ways. I think the
वो
ISO
दो
is
बार तो ऑप्स
probably
मिला
fine
जेट
for
का
Grimmy.
इनको नहीं मिला उनको.
Yeah,
The rest of it might need a little retooling. I'm not so sure about the Neon.
I'm sure there haven't been tons and tons of moronic
रिमी लेकिन
inclusions
हर बार
in
शो तो
various
करता है वो है
strikes, chats
करके.
and whatnot based on the
दो
performance
गेम हो
that
गया
we
दोनों
witnessed
में
today.
छा गया अभी वो.
Now, people would never overreact
Stable, realistic opinions.
about
yeah.
a player who just played for the first time on stage yesterday.
भाई देख
They would never.
देख
No,
अभी भी
anyway,
बात कर रहे हैं
DRX
उसके
though,
बारे
I just
this
think
is the
उसका
kind of
third game
performance
है.
that
सेकंड
Impress हुआ?
सेकंड मैच है. सेकंड मैच है उसका ऑफिशियल. एक हफ्ते पहले वो घर से रैंक्ड खेल रहा था बे.
हाँ ना.
एक हफ्ते पहले घर से रैंक खेल रहा था. अभी वो नेक्स्ट मंथ चैंपियंस खेलेगा. तो समझ रहे हैं मतलब स्लॉट फिक्स हो गया है ब्रो.
भाई देखो उसका गेम था लेकिन ओके
कान में आती.
थोड़ी शर्म.
चलो बाय बाय मिलते हैं
चलो
टिबोन
guys,
बाय.
bye.
चलो
Good
चलो
night, ladies.
चटकोस क्या गुड नाइट.
चट को fuck off.
चलो फक यू टू. चलो गाइस दैट इज इट. जाते जाते 5K लाइक्स करके जियाना. ठीक है रात को गेमिंग होगी मोस्टली. लाइक 70% चांस है गेमिंग होंगे. 30% चांस है कि लग सकते हैं. बट इस बार पूरी कोशिश करूंगा आने का. एक्शन में बहुत सारा काम है. बहुत सारा काम पेंडिंग भी है. तो मेरे को सब कोरिया जाने से पहले सब क्लियर करना है. समझ रहे हो. तो चलते गाइस. बाय बाय. आदियो चढ़ में पादियो. टेक केयर. मिलते हैं रात को. हैवी चांस है. रात को मिलता. यही जर्सी पहन के खेलूंगा भाई. अच्छा है बे. बूढ़ी मालूम भी नहीं पड़ता ऐसा देखा तो. चलो बाय एवरीबॉडी. मिलते हैं.
But when there's no hope hiding, no chance.